and welcome to the Gfinity Arena here in West London, and welcome along to the Rocket League Elite Series delivered by Domino's. Now, after 4 weeks of high-octane action, we're still none the wiser for who will be back next weekend to join us right here for the finals. Now, what I can tell you is that all 10 teams still have a chance of going through to meet us back here for the playoffs. So that means that every match today matters. I can't wait to get started.
Reason Gaming have finally got their goal.
Oh, Nesso! That is super light.
And Rathro gets what could be the killer blow.
Asus Rock Army wins the game!
Indeed. Come and join us, because down here on the desk today, Stumpy and Johnny Boy. Gentlemen, it is the judgment day for some of these teams. And what's beautiful, when you look at those tables for Group A, Group B, we really have been treated. Johnny Boy, can't wait to get started today.
It's going to be very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a Gfinity tournament where no one's eliminated going into the final week of league play. So not just that, it's hard to choose who the favourites are going forward. I'm not really sure. My predictions have been pretty bad this year, so I might hold back on that.
I wasn't going to mention it. I was just going to leave you to just let's not dwell on it.
I'm not sure if I believe that.
Stumpy, your predictions have been pretty average, so yeah.
Take it. I'll take average, as I always have. So my prediction last week from my best one so far, me and Onset, everyone says Onset got it. He predicted Excel winning over Vitality. I also said that. So, you know, I mean, I'm quite good at my job.
Did you say it before the game?
Yes. Unlike Onset.
That's important.
Yeah.
Props to you, gentlemen. We'll be hearing from Onset in a bit. Let's look at those tables, Group A, Group B, because some of these teams, we can see if you look at Group A, Method sitting pretty at the top. They're straight through to the semi-finals. That's how it works. Top team goes straight into the semi-finals, whereas second place and third place have to fight it out in the quarterfinals next weekend. And it is going to be brilliant next weekend because you've got quarterfinal, semi-final, final on the same day. So if you love your Rocket League, do not miss it. However, bottom two teams we say goodbye to. Any surprises there in that group at the moment, if they were to end today like they are?
I mean, Vitality?
It's got to be Vitality. Defending champions, second bottom, and they've got a tough game today going up against Envy. If they don't win that, then they're out.
Yes. Now, FNATIC have qualified. As you can see, they're in slightly golden yellow. Depends what colours you see before your eyes. They need to really sort of cement that place at top spot, but they are guaranteed playoffs, i.e. into the quarterfinals next week. Whereas Method straight through, as I said, but Epsilon currently second. They're not playing today, so they have to watch how the other results go out.
That's the scariest place you can be, right? Is that you are seeing how other teams are going to battle for your own personal qualification. They've played all their games. They're in their bye week. They're going to be sitting at home. We don't know if some players are going to be coming into the studio today that we can have a chat with, but Epsilon, if they're sitting at home, they are so nervous to see how this plays out. Yeah, and last week, Johnny Boy, like hashtag, they were sitting pretty at the top, and now they might not go through. This is a real tense time for them.
Absolutely. I mean, they can go through today with a single point. That's the silver lining to the position they've put themselves in. You never want to be going up against FNATIC, defending your chances of making playoffs, but a single point would do it for them. It would also put Epsilon out of contention.
Yeah, now listen, guys, it's a confusing time for the tables and what's going on today. Now listen, all the teams will be looking to win today, but for some, basically, even they might not be enough depending on how the games go. It's a confusing picture, but not to fear. Onset has put together a forecast to help explain a route through for the teams.
Welcome to the Group B forecast for this week, and it's an unsettled start to the day with all 5 teams still having something to play for. Dark skies shroud Epsilon, who hold on to a slim hope of making the playoffs after a surprising 3-0 victory over #United last week. We'll have to wait on today's result to see if that glimmer of hope develops into a ray of sunshine. Epsilon need #United not to pick up any further points if they want to have any hope of making it through themselves. Today, tectonic plates will collide as #United take on FNATIC in a battle for our top spot. Now, the winner of this will move straight into our semi-finals. FNATIC are enjoying clear skies as they've already guaranteed themselves a playoff spot. Now, depending on the result of the later game, a loss for #United could well mean that they are quite simply blown out the competition. A point would be enough for #United, however, a loss would mean things would seriously get turbulent. The second match is a survival match between Asus ROG Army and Nordavind. Now for Nordavind, a win would mean clear sunny skies, because with 7 points they guarantee themselves a spot in the semi-finals. If Hashtag earn any points in their earlier game, then a win for Army will see them through to the playoffs too. However, it will be Epsilon who will be feeling the brunt of the storm, as they will be blown straight out of the competition. But if Hashtag United lost the earlier game and Army pick up the win, we will have a three-way tie. Now, in the event of a three-way tie, things will be decided on overall game difference between the three teams. And so here is your summary for Group B. FNATIC are already guaranteed a playoff spot. If Nordavind win, they are through. If Hashtag United win, then they are through. If two teams end up tied, it comes down to head-to-head record. If three teams end up tied, it comes down to overall game difference. Hold on tight, because we're in for some stormy weather. That's going to be your Group B summary. Have a great day.
What a guy. What a guy.
What a
Onset has kindly done that. So that kind of puts everything into context for Group B. That's where we're starting today. And as he says, FNATIC have been very, very strong this season. They're currently at the top of the table with those 7 points. So knowing they're already through regardless of whatever happens, is quite a nice place to be in.
I mean, I don't think many people would have thought FNATIC would be topping the group, at least going into this final week, purely because of how poorly they've been doing in the Rocket League Championship Series. Obviously, dropped down to the lower level, didn't have the performance that anybody wanted to see from them. So the fact they're at the top now, I think that's going to be a real good confidence booster. And, of course, alongside Method, both going through, just not confirmed their place yet, unlike Method, who have just stormed ahead in Group A.
Now, what I've done, Johnny Boy, is I've got a good... If you do something good, I'll put up the green pen. And if something's not so good, it'll be this sort of red, orangey sort of pen.
The coal pen.
The coal pen, who's not here this week.
Yes.
So, Johnny Boy, how good is this FNATIC team? When you look at that lineup, how good have they been?
They are good enough to win the Elite Series, but they're not good enough for me to think that they will. I don't think they're the
Cool,
favourites.
that's a riddle.
Yes, it's a bit of a God. You look at
think-
that, Maestro, Snasky, Mummy Snow. Snasky, beautiful mum, and he came in today when we were having a big team meeting, and he said, "Why is everybody clapping?" We applauded him. He's been fantastic this year.
Yeah, I've been very good. I mean, this team, they really did come together recently. I love that little arms cross pose. from
So
Mummy
high
Snow.
up. The armpit
very
warmer.
high.
I like it.
Hands were cold, he says. But yeah, I don't think they're far off being the favourites. It's very, very close between them and Method, who are topping Group A. But Method, I think, they've been slightly more consistent.
Yeah. I think that's the main thing.
The green pen goes up because this team has had the highest shots, goals, and assists per game. That means, to me, they're the title winners.
I mean, they're at least the most dominant on these shots in Group B. But then you've got, we were saying before the Elite Series started, you look at Group A, that is the group of death.
That's stacked.
Because that is such a stacked group at the moment. I mean, their points are a little bit more spread out, but obviously still everybody in it. That is a scary group. If you're FNATIC, even though you're dominating B, I wouldn't necessarily bet on them to dominate many teams in Group A.
Okay, all right, but what about this guy Maestro? Now, we've seen him being very consistent throughout this season. What do you make of him?
He has been a goal-scoring machine. Is he top at the moment for goal-scoring, do we know?
That is a good question.
Because I know he was in, like, week 4.
I think he is, yeah.
He's been rapid in terms of getting those goals. But what have you noticed about his gameplay that you've appreciated?
He seems to have come alive a bit more. We've seen previously where he can sort of sit back a little bit and he doesn't really want to get involved. It almost seems like he's got the lack of energy when it comes down to a lot of his plays. But he's been a lot more proactive. He's getting on the end of a lot of passes. A lot of his shots that he has scored have been assisted as well. So Snasky and Mummy Snow have realised, get the ball to Maestro and he can ping it top bins.
Okay, top bins, ping it. We'll see if that happens. Now, listen, Stumpy, who is next to me to my left, you did a fine job.
Thanks, man.
I want you to know that, as our roving reporter last week. But if you're here, then who is down in the Domino's den with the hashtag boys?
I'm here in the Domino's Den with one of our first teams up this morning on Rocket League Gfinity Elite Series. I'm talking about hashtag. How you doing, guys?
Not bad, yeah.
I mean, I was expecting more of a, like, energy, like, yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
Always ready to win.
Right, well, let's talk about this because you guys started off really well. And then it's kind of, like, gone downhill a little bit. And you're now in a chance of not making it through. Like, what's happened?
I mean, that's the thing about having so few games in the season. It can go down like that. But we're pretty confident we can just come back today and win the whole thing.
What's the tactics been this week? Have you guys been putting the hours in? Have you been training together? Have you been communicating?
We've been training a fair bit. Nothing really over the top, but individually we've been playing a lot. Like just a lot of Rocket League, I guess.
FNATIC, let's not lie, tough team to beat. What are you going to do?
Just hit the ball. It's simple, isn't it? You just got to hit the ball more than them and then put it in the goal. Just simple.
Over on my right, we've got Jakey Poo and Dimsy. Dimsy, you're going to be taking over the mic now, aren't you?
Oh, hello.
Come on, interview.
I'm cloning the mic.
Interview your hashtag team member.
Oh God, what am I doing? Hello, Jake. Hello. I had an interview. I need a question for you. All right, so I don't want to give away tactics. But we're going to need to do something a little bit different than last week. What went wrong last week, and how are we going to improve that for this week?
We didn't score very much, did we, last week?
No.
Probably going to try and do that a bit more.
I think that's a great
That is absolutely amazing analysis.
I'll take that from here. I think that's a great tactic. Maybe they just hit the ball and they score some more, and then you're all lovely and fine. Good luck, guys. I really want you guys to go through, so please just, make us happy, because it would be really lovely. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much to Ariel Free. She is back this week. Great job, but I tell you what, Doomsy's not going to get the job, so you've got nothing to fear on that stuff.
I gave Ariel some tips of how to be a good interviewer. She's really learned from me. She said that I was a teacher to her and that I inspired her to do a better job. So Ariel, you're welcome.
Some people say you are a bit of a guru, so well done on that. Rafa said one interesting thing there. He said many interesting things, not just one. But he says hit the ball more than them. That's a simple strategy in terms of Rocket League, but there's a lot more to it than that. I think kind of in a jokey mood, because I don't personally feel they should be after that 3-0 surprise loss last week.
I don't think that that's going to be their strategy, if I'm honest with you. I expect FNATIC to get more touches. Yeah. Expect FNATIC to get more shots. That's been what's happened. So that's what's been happening so far. But if they can make their touches count, it might not matter. Ixo right now is scoring over 50% of his shots. It's a ridiculous statistic.
It's mad.
Going into the last week. So that's, I think, their real win condition today.
Now, we saw them live in the Domino's Den just a second ago, but I'd like to see them in their original photos taken many weeks ago, getting prepped for this season. There you go! Looking absolutely delightful. Raffro, very, very serious.
You can see how much Jakey Poo's beard has developed over the course of the Elite Series as well. It's grown about 2 centimetres or so, which I respect. I like that.
Yeah, no, Stumpy, last week they lost to Nordavind.
Correct.
It was a bit of a surprise. Is it just a blip? Or do they risk crashing out today? Because as we know, they only need 1 point, and to get that, they need to make it go to the wire the full 5 games.
Honestly, it can be a bit of a coin toss with hashtag. Are you going to catch them on a hot day or a cold day? I think with Nordavind, you call them cold, but Nordavind also came into it really strong. They were, I think, the better team on the day. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Nordavind just outplaying them in a lot of these circumstances they got themselves into. Hashtag, I think today, I was chatting to Doomsy out back, and he is confident with a 3-0, I may add. He is thinking 3-0 is the one.
Why though?
3-0 goes up.
Because Doomsy doesn't know when to be confident.
I don't understand.
Okay, so prediction on that. You're backing hashtag then for this?
God, you've put words in my mouth.
Are you backing hashtag?
God, no.
Or are you backing...
No, I reckon it will be a game 5, but I think FNATIC will take it. And to be honest, that suits hashtag in the end anyway.
It does, because they get that point, which means they will be definitely in the playoffs next week. Johnny Boy, what's that?
I was going to say the same thing. I think they might qualify in a game 5. FNATIC have been winning, but not easily this season. I think they're good enough to get the job done today, but probably in a game 5, which, like you said, does suit hashtag.
Okay, a game for the neutrals then on the cards. Right, for FNATIC, let's welcome them out. We've got Snasky, Maestro, and Mummy Snow! So, just in time, the Gfinity arena is beginning to fill up in anticipation of our first game. FNATIC are on the stage, but let's welcome hashtag out. We've got Rafro98, Jakey Boo, and Ixu! Okay then, so Johnny Boy and Stumpy reckon it's going to go all the 5 games. I'm going to leave them, so come with me because
come to me, Tom.
Over here,
it's the best group, isn't it? Here we go, the best side of the
and
arena.
And main man Shogun, welcome back. You've come back just at the right time where things are really beginning to hot up.
Yeah, it's been, I don't know what you guys did when I was away, but you've really stepped up the competition around here. This has been a pretty ridiculous season in general, and very rare, actually, in these sort of tournaments, do we get to come towards the very last week with everyone still able to play for something, but we've got it this time around. You've got to savor it while it lasts.
Yeah, indeed. Now, Onset mentioned that, FNATIC, most shots, most goals, most assists. They're a deadly little trio. I was going to say duo there, a deadly trio.
Which one were you picking out?
Yeah,
there?
that's
Which
what I was thinking. I was
well,
like,
no,
Tom
in my head, what happened there, I was looking at you as a deadly duo when you were going to commentate and cast for us, but up there's a trio. Hashtag, they got a chance to get a point today?
Absolutely. I think Johnny summed it up. It was a nice sort of rhyme, riddle that came together. But it makes perfect sense because FNATIC, you know, they could turn up one week, they can dominate their opponents. The other week, they can just put in this kind of strange, underwhelming performance. So it's going to be interesting to see what FNATIC turn up. Hashtag, on the other side of things, they have to get this point. So they're going to be coming up nice and aggressive in game number 1, and it's going to be an exciting series for sure.
OK, now, Shogun, I will ask you this before we get to that first game. Hashtag, surprise loss last week, or is it a blip?
I think it's sort of been coming in some sort of way. They've been playing too well for Hashtag to not stumble at some point. They're not a team that is necessarily known for being consistently that good. I think it's almost a good thing that they've got it out of their system because now you're less worried that it's going to happen this week and the week after, but they need to step up this week. But
OK, step up. I will leave you on that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to step up and back up this way. Bye.
Oh,
I miss you already. Bye.
Don't leave me.
Feels
Oh,
lonely, doesn't
no.
it? Oh, God,
Hi,
it's
buddy.
you. Hello, mate. It's great to have you back.
But for Hashtag, you look at them and it's just like, this is a team that is very much the same as FNATIC, who they can play really well one week, be really poor the other. Remember, last season, they didn't beat anyone apart from the eventual champions.
That's not a bad team to take down, to be honest with you. But the one thing that Hashtag do have in their favour is the fact that they still have their own fate in their hands. They're not relying on other results, but they could well be doing that later on if things don't go their way. But the fact that they can put themselves into the playoff is going to be one of the biggest motivators they could possibly hope for.
Well, talking about motivators, you got to look at the man behind them as well. Doomsy has still created a feel-good factor around that team, one of the most friendly teams that you can possibly be a part of. And Ixo's definitely settled into a roster that he was brought in from the draft to be a part of, and now he just looks like a regular member of it as we get ourselves into game number 1. It is all to play for this week as we get into the Gfinity Elite Series Week 5.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, Shogun. It's great to have you back in the booth. Last time that we were in the booth, we got lucky enough to have one of the best series, in my opinion, we've had so far in the Elite Series. And then FNATIC going to be looking to make life pretty difficult as for Hashtag United as far as making it through to the playoffs is concerned. And surprise, surprise, early on we have a couple of whiffs and a couple of balls being missed because that's how we start every single week in the first game.
I'm going to be looking towards Ixo at the far side. He's going to be probably the difference maker. He steps up. You've got to say Hashtag have got a really good chance of this, but FNATIC, ever since they got dropped out of the RLCS, it seems like a switch has been flicked on them and they just realize, okay, we're going to start working now. Shot comes in, immediately saved by Jakey Poo.
Snatsky then looking to play the ball back into the middle. Mamisno tries to get his opponent to the ball, and it's going to be Maestro now who takes it down the side, goes off the back wall, looking pretty dangerous this, and Mamisno's up, puts it off the backboard. Snatsky's trying to arrive, put this one down, another touch, goes for the double touch. Maestro follows up, somehow here, Hashtag United are just holding on.
I think Hashtag had a full 2 boost between all 3 of them.
It was enough.
Somehow, they've kept that one out of their net. FNATIC had a couple of opportunities. The double taps really should have been more dangerous than they ended up being. And FNATIC will look at that as an opportunity gone awry. Now Jakey Poo gets the flick over the top. Is there any follow-up? No, it's straight down. And Rafro looks to keep that pressure on.
Yeah, Mamisno has to go off the back wall and send it towards Snatsky. Snatsky almost made contact with that. Maestro going to have a chance here, and Maestro puts the first goal on the board here for FNATIC. Hashtag, that's not the way they wanted to start things. And Maestro, we talked about how effective he's been. It was a slightly poor touch there from Jakey Poo, and Maestro took advantage.
Yeah, it's been a real scrappy opening minute and a half to this game. And FNATIC have looked like the better squad so far. Hashtag need to settle themselves down, but looking at this team, and honestly, Hashtag, they've got it in them to really step up, but FNATIC's offense has been just so strong so far. That being said, Onset, I don't think the midfield exists right now as a great shot goes straight down the middle.
Yeah, it really has been kind of end-to-end stuff, to be honest with you. Lots of chances so far in this game. Jakey Poo going to be beaten to that one by Maestro. Ixo going to take this one down on his hood now. Tries to flick it over, but Snatsky tries to keep the pressure on. I like what I'm seeing from FNATIC here. They're trying to keep the pressure on in midfield. Maestro with another shot. Ixo forced him to the save.
And you can see Mamisno already trying to steal the boost in the far corner. Just the idea that maybe he'll be there. The double commit might offer Hashtag a way out, but they've got to take it. Another double commit. Rafro is up there with Ixo and Jakey Poo. We're very happy to see that the shot coming towards him was so simple. That could have been a 2-0 deficit, or it could still be over the top, and Snatsky doubles the lead.
Yeah, the constant pressure coming in from FNATIC pays off again. You saw the Hashtag United players, no boost to play with, and Snatsky's got a pretty simple finish there as the ball's popped across to him. FNATIC up by 2 now. Hashtag United, remember this is a best of 5, they just need 1 point, so if they can send this to a game 5, at least they'll get that point on the board. But I mean, it's scary times already for Hashtag. They haven't started too well, and FNATIC will look pretty solid.
Yeah, FNATIC, if they can win this, they'll put themselves up to an unassailable 10 points. That would guarantee them an opportunity in the semi-finals of next week's tournament. Just that extra round god. We're so useful. Snasky almost lands on it.
Yeah, when Snasky's pulling off things like that, you know it's going to be good times if you're a FNATIC fan. And Mummy Snow makes it 3 now. Everyone's stepping up here from FNATIC and everyone joining the party.
Yeah, hashtag, they've sort of got themselves stuck in second gear ever since the opening minute, whilst FNATIC are just looking stronger and stronger. This rotation so solid, every single ball is being followed up. And hashtag, they just don't have the boost to maintain any sort of pace.
2 minutes 17 left on the clock then. Jakey Boot tries to go for the air dribble. Ixo has an opportunity here, sends that one off the backboard, but nobody there to follow up. Hashtag United now trying to put a little bit of pressure on themselves, but Snasky with a beautiful crossfield pass here. Maestro off the backboard. Ixo gets an important touch because Mummy Snow was looking for his second of the game.
Now Snasky over to Mummy Snow. Can't quite get it into a position where it can be followed. FNATIC will just be happy with this pace now. You can see they've slowed it down a little bit. That
So
might be a
chance.
mistake. Kill shot from Ixo! And he takes out the defender. Hashtag looking for a miracle to bring them back.
Yeah, and that's the kind of magic that they needed, to be honest. Ixo takes Mummy Snow out of the skies, sends him crashing back down to earth, and the ball crashes into the net. Hashtag United get their first on the board.
That is such a hard move to pull off, but if you get it right as a defender, it's almost impossible to work against because you've got one route to the ball. That's all you can take.
Raffray took it past one there. Maestro made himself big. Jakey Poo now taking this one towards the corner. Not too much boost to work with, however. Raffray now looks for the pass inside to Ixo. Snasky beats him to the ball though. An open net here, momentarily there for FNATIC. Mummy Snow comes in, and just as hope rears its head here for hashtag United. FNATIC come back, and Mummy Snow gets his second.
How many times have we seen FNATIC hold a player downfield? It's been so long since I've seen this level of trust from FNATIC in terms of their players. There's usually everyone trying to crowd around the goal line, but now they seem to trust one another to win the ball, get the pass downfield, and just tear open the hashtag United defense. They know hashtag have got to make moves. It's going to make it easier to try and tear them down.
Attempt there. Raffro was following up, but Maestro's be in position to help Mummy Snow bring this one away. No boost to work with for Mummy Snow. He's just trying to get a block and be disruptive in the midfield. Maestro with a shot from downtown. Jakey Poo makes a comfortable save as Maestro sends this one back into the middle.
Straight down to Mummy Snow. Off the wall to Snasky.
It's a great pass.
Straight back down to Mummy Snow, but you can see how almost obsessive FNATIC are being with the passing plays. That should be
goal.
number 5. FNATIC dominant in game 1.
Well, Johnny was saying he doesn't know what FNATIC might turn up today. Is it going to be the ones that you expect to win games? And at the moment, 5-1 up in game number 1. They have been super, super impressive, Shogun.
And looking at this, yes, hashtag have not been playing at their best, but it's easy to chalk that up as just FNATIC are not making anything easy for them. How can you play good Rocket League when you don't have any boost to work with?
Jakey Poo again having to use his boost to get the ball away and he's trying to keep some pressure on. He's doing a pretty good job, but Maestro doing an equally good defensive job. Pass out here from Mummy Snow. Maestro looking for a second touch off that one off the sidewall. Ixo now brings it away. 32 seconds left on the clock though. Mummy Snow should get the save here and does, and just get the ball out to Maestro as well. Maestro taking that one down on his hood to try and get it away, but a strong challenge up the pitch here. Snasky looking to cause some carnage, maybe looking for a bump on that goal line, but a 5-1 here. FNATIC have started the exact way they would have wanted to here, and hashtag certainly going to have to step their game up in game number 2.
I think Maestro by himself has outshot the entirety of hashtag. We can see 0 shots on the side of Raffro. Jakey just wants to try and grab some momentum for his team. It will not be allowed to happen. FNATIC have got game 1, and if it stays like this, they might very well take the number 1 spot in this group.
Yeah, the exciting thing obviously about today is every single game that we'll be bringing you will have some implications. It might affect how the other teams have to perform later on. For FNATIC, it's all about getting that top spot. For hashtag, it's all about qualification. And you can see Doomsy in their ear at the moment. He's obviously worked to recognise something they need to change up, because FNATIC, I mean, that was them at their peak.
Yes, and I think this is a very good thing to see from Doomsy, because often when they're winning, we can see how jovial they can be. You know, it's easy just to get locked in as a hype man, but it's good to see that he's going to be adding a little bit of analysis to that team as well. Clearly something that he sees they need to fix, but I think the very first thing they need to fix right now is those 2 back boosts. They have to own those, because if they don't, FNATIC are just putting layers of offense on.
Yeah, it was really difficult for them. You saw every time that, you know, FNATIC were basically taking the shot. Every single player on hashtag, no boost to work with to even make a decent attempt at a save. And Snasky was a player that really impressed me there, to be honest with you, in that first game. He was kind of controlling those back boosts quite a lot of the time, and Maestro was the one who was finding himself into a position to cause a bit of carnage. But Snasky's kind of a player we questioned a little bit in some of the games where FNATIC have you know, been a little bit quieter, should we say, but he's really turned up today.
So Fnatic's usual problem is that they put everyone behind the ball, which means that you can usually get 1 or 2 players up. You're not really going to get much more than that, but this time around, they've been happy to send multiple people around, send for passing plays, look for demos. As long as you get the goal, they're happy.
Man doesn't look too happy there as Doomsy, very concerned look on his face. Not so much from Snaski, he's just business as usual. You can see a little smile coming in, and there was a moment of hope for Hashtag United at 3-1, but it's the way that Fnatic just bounced straight back from that water off the duck's back, and they got that 4th. And that man there, he was super impressive.
I mean, the entirety of Fnatic was super impressive there, but good news for Hashtag. Ixo did get a couple of really good plays off. They just need more possession because I think they had really 2 good opportunities at net. They converted one of them. So the offensive pressure is there. Just got to find a way to get into those positions.
Okay, well, game number 2 will be loading up very, very shortly. And this is one that Hashtag need to bounce back from. I worry if they go 2-0 down in the series here, maybe they'll start getting inside their own head. But here is game number 2. We're underway, Shogun. Hashtag United still need 1 point.
Going straight for net. Jakey Poo is going to leave it. Might be followed by Maestro. You can't give him that sort of space. Arguably the best player we've got in the Gfinity Elite Series. Ixo can't quite get the pinch. It's going to require Raffro to follow it up.
Yeah, Raffro controlling that back corner boost at least. He had 100 boost to work with to bring the ball forward. Jakey Poo now trying to cause some trouble here for Fnatic. And you feel like an early goal here for Hashtag would just restore that confidence a little bit. After taking that first game, beating Mummy Snow with an important touch though. To clear this one away for Fnatic. Demo comes in now. Mummy Snow's there. Jakey Poo with an important block in midfield.
Snaski, he's going to want that boost to turn up at some point, but it didn't quite. Make the follow-up a little bit harder for him, but once again, Fnatic leaving players downfield. Means you don't have to require the 100 boost play. They've accumulated between multiple players. Maestro, good flick. Snaski back up into the air. There's going to be no follow-up, and there's another double commit. Hashtag making a bit of a habit of this.
Yeah, really nervy plays here from Hashtag, and you say, maybe if they came into the series knowing they had to win the series, you might play a little bit differently, but the fact that they just need that 1 point, maybe that's in the back of the head, just thinking, you know, we can take this to game 5, we don't need to close things out, but it's a dangerous mentality to have.
It really can just be frustration when you play that much defense. You just want to get it out. Snaski. Oh, that's a good touch there from Jakey Poo. Needs to be followed up from Ixo. He's got options to his left. He's not going to take it. Flick over the top. It's going to be Mummy Snow just clearing to the far side. Big chance, though, for Hashtag if they can try and convert this, but there's nobody around to put any pressure on.
Yeah, good pass out from Snaski as well towards his teammate Maestro Ixo. He's going to be able to clear the pressure here for Hashtag United. Ixo doing great work here. Ball back into the middle. No! I think it was Snaski. Ixo gets credited, but saying how Snaski was impressive in the first game, probably not want to see that one again.
And to be honest, there was no real danger here. Obviously, they can't see Ixo's boost meter. He was on nothing. He was never going to get there. That just has to be clear to the far side. But for Hashtag, we did say it was going to be crucial for them to get the first goal in this game. They've got it.
They have got it indeed. 3 minutes left on the clock for Hashtag United as well. After that first game, maybe some worries. This might be a bit of a sweep across the board, but Hashtag United, as I say, confidence restored now. They have something to hold on to. Now it's a case if Fnatic can create enough to get back into this game. We already see they can do it in that game number 1, but how are they coming from behind?
Back up, Jakey Poo. Still keeping it in the danger zone, but Mummy Snow playing backwards off the backboard. Very difficult to do. Ixo over the top, he's got it in! And Ixo creates number 2.
Ixo, that is beautiful stuff. He challenged those 2 players in the corner, managed to get a good block on the board, and the little flick over the top of Maestro just stood there like a lemon, to be honest with you. Made it look a little bit silly as the ball fell into the back of the net. Hashtag United, they double their lead. That's what we want to see from Hashtag.
They are human, after all. After such a phenomenal game 1, Fnatic sort of showing their best and their worst side so far this series. Ixo, he's got an option. Raffro is that option. I would like to see Ixo pass things off a little bit more. It seems a little bit obvious that he's going to try and go the entire way. That's a lovely block shot from Mummy Snow.
Yeah, good job from Mummy Snow there, but making himself as big as possible as he got his initial shot away on goal.
He doesn't know anything about it. But
yeah, I was going to say, unfortunately for Raffro, he's just trying to get that one clear, but Mummy Snow well positioned and he gets the rebounding.
Going back to my original point, Ixo, it seems like every single time you see him on the ball right now, you know where he's going. He's going to try and go down the line, he's going to try and dribble it. He's had passing options, he needs to take them a little bit more often, even if he doesn't quite believe in them, just to start making Fnatic second-guess themselves.
Jakey Poo's going to steal that corner boost now. 4th, Hashtag United, and Snaski in a scary place once again. Poo sends it towards the backboard, maybe looking for a A pass back to a teammate, and the pass does come in. Maestro well positioned, though, gets the save.
Yeah, any better shot there, and that was going to be a 3-1 advantage for Hashtag. Just under 2 minutes left in this game. Snasky, once again with Mummy Snow to aim for. Just keep holding them. These passing plays could create something. Back down to the side. Maestro looking for the setup. Snasky doesn't want to try and chase that down. Instead, it's going to be a long clear.
Snasky sends that one towards the corner, but there is a player waiting there. It was Ixo. Couldn't quite make contact. Mummy Snow now getting aggressive, pushing towards the Hashtag United goal. Jakey Poo, though, with the clearance into midfield now. Some long clears coming in from both of these teams at the moment. Maestro now looking for that pass across. Mummy Snow with a shot. Big save coming in from Ixo.
That is such smart gameplay coming out from FNATIC. It's the reason why you don't really want to engage in a long ball game. When you start losing it in the midfield, it opens up those infield passes. Jakey Poo straight over to the corner, just wants to try and waste some time off the clock.
Chance.
Less than a minute left. Ixo almost added to his collection. And that could have killed off the game. As Mummy Snow goes the entire length of the pitch, he's at a boost. And FNATIC still searching.
Oh, Mummy Snow's in position. Big save coming in from Jakey Poo again. Maestro keeping the pressure on now for FNATIC. Can they find an equaliser? Big, long, booming clearance, though, coming out from Hashtag United. Is going to eat up a few seconds. 35 seconds approaching left on the clock now. Mummy Snow takes the ball down. He got a little bit of luck on his side here. The ball's dropping. Mummy Snow towards the back corner. Just wide of the target.
Hashtag holding on to their lead with everything they've got. And FNATIC, some shooting accuracy is just all that holds them back at the moment. Maestro off the backboard, can't get a follow-up. It's going to be Snasky with the follow, and he's missed the ball. And Mummy Snow, he can't challenge just yet. He needs players back.
Maestro keeps the pressure on here. Mummy Snow with the touch towards go. Big touch, though, from Jakey Poo. Snasky gets beat into the ball. And I think that might be the last opportunity for FNATIC to get back into this one. There it is. Hashtag United tie up the series at 1-1. Perfect response from them after a disappointing game number 1.
Much better performance overall. They weren't just swarmed in their own side of the field. It got a little bit towards the last minute, but sort of to be expected as FNATIC are trying to throw the refrigerator at you. But a very good game, and more crucially, Hashtag have now got half the job done. They need one more game to secure their playoff spot.
You can see some of the replays coming in here from that game number 2, and it's the big thing for me is how Hashtag bounced back. They got a bit of luck, you have to say, for that first goal, but that just, it kind of galvanized them a little bit, gave them a little bit of belief, something to hold on to. But I like the fact that they didn't just retreat into their own shells. They went looking for that second goal, they got it, and then that forced FNATIC to come to them towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it's not like FNATIC weren't putting together good plays. There was this shot, there was the infield pass. We saw Snasky whiffing that one. It could have been blocked anyway. But FNATIC were putting together very solid offensive chances to try and pull themselves back. And now you see the other side. We've seen the serious side. Now it's back to the chuckles and the laughter. But I do hope Doomsy's kept up with at least some sort of coaching, because there was still things to improve.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see, hopefully that wasn't Raffo laughing. That's Snasky's, demise there as that own goal went in. A little bit harsh, but you can see the guys here from FNATIC. Every time we look at Mummy Snow, he's just a picture of focus. And there is that man, Doomsy, getting the guys going. But it's quite a serious look on his face as well. He's not getting carried away. He knows this is a long old series. And Hashtag United now just a couple of games away from securing that point that they need.
Absolutely, and FNATIC. I mean, look at the gameplay we saw there. I think just need to calm it down in defense. They seem very panicked. It's like they are determined to get rid of the ball almost immediately whenever it moves into their side of the field. Take your time a little bit. It's not like you've seen Hashtag put together that good, persistent pressure on your side of the field. Just relax, make sure you get your boosts, and take your time. You don't need to try and rush the game.
Hashtag United there, you see on the main stage. Ready, poised. Game number 3 is loading up in the background now. This is a big swing game in the series. Tied up at 1-1. Who's going to take your game number 3?
Start with Hashtag with the ball down the other side of the field, but it's another great clear. The last time we saw a long clear game, it definitely went towards FNATIC because they've just got more options down there. As Mummy Snow is almost a fixture on that side of the field. You'd almost be confusing him for a Hashtag player, the amount of time he's spending in the orange side of the field.
Raffo looking to follow that up, maybe looking for a block of his own after we saw what Mummy Snow did in that previous game. Jakey Poo with a good challenge in midfield. Maestro infield now, Raffo with that long clear, no boost to follow up his own touch though. Poo again winning a battle in midfield here. Snasky's going to just slow things down a little bit, take that ball down on his hood, and that's creating a little bit of pressure here.
That's weird from Jakey Poo. He basically just added an extra challenge against his own teammate. Might not matter as Mummy Snow forced to clear yet again. Hashtag looking good in this opening minute. They need a result for it though, as Ixo trying to just cut across that one.
Back into the middle here, Maestro, great touch on his hood. Pressure being kept up here early on by Hashtag United, but here come FNATIC now. First chance they've really had to go forward. Oh, a little bit of a whip in the middle. Maestro now, back out towards Mummy Snow, and now you're seeing the pressure coming from FNATIC.
Straight back down, Jakey just clears long. And Snaski's touch, straight over to Mummy Snow, looking for the return. It's gonna be dangerous. Snaski's still trying to set up, but the touch is not strong enough. He needs to get that high enough that defender couldn't quite get there. And that's why you keep 2 players back.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I got you, buddy.
You didn't do anything wrong. We're just trying to, you know, upset the timing.
Jakey then with a slightly dangerous touch down to the middle. Snasky on the follow-up. Not his shot on target, but good save coming in from the Hashtag United player on the line. Now you're seeing constant pressure coming in from FNATIC. And look at the boost. Again, Hashtag United starved at the moment. Maestro keeping this pressure up. Raffro gets enough there on that ball just to give him a little bit of time to reset, but Snasky now keeping the pressure on for FNATIC. Here comes Maestro with a shot, but it's going to be wide.
Really good play though from FNATIC so far. They've controlled the pitch. It's going to drop down dangerously. Mummy Snow forced to clear long. Maestro is actually going to go up for this. He's always going to be second best. But still, another whiff means that they can escape. Off the back, there's going to be the follow-up. Jakey Poo's by himself. And there is going to be Raffro helping him out just a little bit. Half the game gone. And it is the swing game, still nothing to separate these two.
Yeah, this game feels really, really nervy at the moment. See a couple of whiffs coming in. Connections not being how they would particularly want them to be on that ball, and now Raffro.
But look at the danger. Raffro wouldn't typically go for that sort of ball, but he knows Snaski's behind him. He has to try and take it away, otherwise Snaski's got a free ball to play.
Speaking of Snasky, he brings the ball down his hood. That's a beautiful ball across, looking for Maestro. Maybe just a little bit too much on that one. Raffo again with no boost to work with, and this was the worrying game number 1 for Hashtag United. Jakey Poo gets the clearance, but again, Snasky just keeps his midfield pressure up.
Yeah, but they're slowly turning it around now. The first minute or so dominated by FNATIC. Now the drop down. Mummy Snow took his time, wanted to clear long. Hashtag, once again, they don't really enjoy putting multiple players forward for the play. I honestly feel like it's just because they don't want to be outnumbered in defense. Should a counter-attack come forward? Now over the top, Ixo clears straight up to Maestro, tries to get a block, but it's not going to be there for him. Now another play, Snaski wants to try and force the defense from Jakey Poo, who got the second touch. Might not be enough anyway. Off the post, Maestro will be going to steal the boost. As Snaski with another shot, and it's going to be just cluster defense. But Hashtag have got away with it.
And Maestro still has some boost to work with, and they have got away with it. You saw 3 players back in defense there on the goal line, just doing everything they could to keep that ball out. Jakey Poo now trying to create something for Hashtag United. Raffro's got some work to do. Great pass out here. I thought he was looking for the pass there. Snaski to Mummy Snow, actually took it himself. Now ball into the middle, and a bump in the middle, all sorts of problems going on. This is such a nervy game number 3. You've got the biggest smile on your face.
This is the sort of Rocket League I love. Chaotic Rocket League is the best Rocket League. This is not the highest level of play, but this is the highest stakes that we can possibly put up here. Both these teams trying to fight for their spots in next week's playoffs. Obviously, FNATIC already secured, but Hashtag still wanting it in. FNATIC back to that first spot. Raffro might have a chance. Infield was not available as he just couldn't get it set up.
Maestro gets the clearance now. Jakey P brings it down. Maestro chooses to keep the pressure up himself. Snaski arrives now, looks for that infield pass to Mummy Snow. Mummy Snow with a shot. Well defended here by Hashtag, and Hashtag have been holding on at points in this game. But you always feel there's going to be one chance for Hashtag, and it's just a case of if they can take it before FNATIC create an opportunity of their own. Mummy Snow again off the backboard. Here comes Snaski, drops it down, but we are going to overtime in our game number 3.
So FNATIC just shooting accuracy is all that's holding them back so far. If they can just find the top corner with one of these plays, it'll be game over. Maestro required to play that one long. It's another good stop. Jakey Poo just wants to try and hold the midfield, something that Hashtag have really struggled with in this series. Snaski taking his time, looking for a block. Maestro, he's got Snaski to aim for. Good positioning! And Raffro bails out Hashtag.
Ixo brings it away then for Hashtag. Mummy Snow keeps the pressure up again for FNATIC by winning that ball in midfield. Raffro misses the ball. Slightly nervy plays coming in from some of the Hashtag players now. I think they're probably aware that they have been holding on. Can one of them step up right now, find a bit of magic, find a pass to a teammate, or find a shot that nestles in that top corner?
Snasky, 0 boost on him. He can still try and get something going. No pressure on Maestro. Domino! Goal!
FNATIC break hashtag hearts. They take your game number 3. And it's that man on your screen who finds the finish. Mummy Snow again. Coming up with the goals here for FNATIC, and at 2-1 now. Hashtag United must win this next game.
Should we just remove the FNATIC goal from where it is and move it to the halfway line? Because that's where they're playing right now. They don't even want to see the blue side of the field. And whilst it is a 1-0 game, it really did feel like that goal had been coming for a very, very long time. FNATIC back to their Game 1 form, back to their Game 1 dominance of the field. And now they just need one more.
Let's have a look at the replays from that game number 3 then. And if you're just joining us, it was one of the cagiest affairs you could possibly see. Hashtag obviously knew what was on the line. FNATIC knows what was on the line, and it was all FNATIC pressure for the majority of the game. Finally, you know, they got their well-deserved win with that goal towards the end, but I mean, hashtag, what are you saying right now if you're Doomsy? Because it's do or die for them right now. This next game is everything.
You say start playing a little bit. We've seen a lot of times, in fact, we'll definitely see it for the goal that was scored, how often hashtag are just letting FNATIC take shots. There's no challenge game coming through. I think we're going to see it here. Raffro needs to be moving forward a little bit. He needs to be somewhere around. Instead, he's focusing mostly on boost. I feel like there was a possibility there of him getting the interception, or at least trying to challenge, but right now, they're leaving players downfield at FNATIC, and no one downfield is being stopped. You need to try and bump him, you need to try and intercept the ball, you need to try and challenge, because if you don't, they're going to set up plays like that.
I love looking at the body language of the hashtag United players as well. It was very fun and jovial after that game number 2. You know, they managed to pick up that win, but now you're seeing, you know, a couple of nose scratches.
It's only 2 moods on that team, isn't it? It's just like, yes, and
oh
okay.
God. Yeah, it's kind of that nerves kicking in. You can see Deemsy there trying to get his guys going.
This next match for hashtag could be more of a mental game than it is the game on the field.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I think they kind of need to take themselves out of the situation a little bit here and just play a game of Rocket League, not worry about what's going on. And
if we can contact like someone in charge of the servers and just say, could you put like ranked at the top? They'd be like, okay, we've got this, lads.
Doomsy get a bit of masking tape. Pin it across the top of everyone's screen. But here we go. Hashtag United need to win this game to get that point that they need. Can they do it, or FNATIC? Will they be breaking some hashtag hearts?
And hashtag start off the season 2-0. To drop the second half of the season would be so heartbreaking for them. Snasky trying to go down to the other side of the field. Couldn't quite get the pinch off. We're dropping dangerously as Maestro forced the clear. And this transition play from FNATIC, so solid. Jakey Poo does miss. This is a lot of players committed from hashtag. Raffro looks for the shot and Snasky can put it up high.
Ixo then going to get the touchdown in field. Is there anyone there for hashtag? Raffro tries to send the ball back out wide, but Mummy Snow's going to win possession here, but Jakey Poo sends this one back towards his teammate. Snasky going to beat him to the ball, though. And Raffro's going to have to get the clear.
Ixo looks for the shot. Can he get the follow-up? He's almost there, and Maestro forced to respect him. It's going to be hard for Mummy Snow to try and get a hold of this, so Raffro trying to hold it in the other side of the field. A lot better pressure coming up from hashtag, and it's going to be going wide.
I thought it was on target for a second there. Was just going to fall in towards that back post. Hashtag with much more pressure, even in this game, than almost the entirety of our game number 3. Raffro sends that one down towards Ixo, but won't find his target. And now Mummy Snow and FNATIC going to cut forward, but Raffro decides to send that one up high, follow up his own clearance. And this has been a much better start here from hashtag.
And correct me if I'm wrong here on set, but
I will.
I believe, you know, including a Snasky own goal, Ixo is the only one that scored for hashtag in this series. They need more offensive options coming out. This might very well be it. Jakey Poo to the corner, looking for the setup. Maestro covers it very well. Straight out, Ixo, he's got a shooting chance and he puts it up high, and there's gonna be no follow-up.
Maestro got a demo as well, so FNATIC gonna be able to quell the pressure a little bit here. Maestro trying to follow it up, and Snasky is gonna be credited with a goal. FNATIC, just as you thought, hashtag had the opportunity to convert a chance at the other end. FNATIC come back and oh, that's going to make life so much more difficult for hashtag.
Yeah, you did mention the demo, and that ended up being so much bigger than we thought it would be at the time. Because that is the player that would typically be rotating back for that. Jakey Poo didn't get any boost as well on his way back. This might almost be good for hashtag. It means that they can't get into a cagey affair again. They now know they've got to put the work down, and they know they've got to step on that accelerator.
Yeah, it doesn't really change things too much, to be honest with you. You know, they've got to score a goal now. That's the only thing that's changed a little bit, but
I think it changed the mindset from score rather than don't concede.
Yes. They've got to go forward, and that's been the thing they've struggled with a little bit in this series so far. Keep it with the challenge then, and here comes the pressure again from FNATIC. Snaski tries to drop the ball down into the FNATIC box. Ixo now under pressure again from Mummy Snow, and Hashtag can't afford to be playing this game. Can't afford to be playing the FNATIC game in their own half.
It's a little bit chaotic. The follow-up from Ixo will be beat to the ball by Snaski.
Mummy Snow,
he's got the target, but it's not going to be strong enough to beat Rafro.
Just about got enough on that one. Maestro takes this one down. Ixo's lurking. The challenge comes in now. Rafro trying to find the shot from that ball falling into the box, but FNATIC again are going to get it clear, and Snaski with that one towards the far post. He's going to find the post. He's going to find the bar, and he can't find a teammate either.
That really should have been 2-0. The woodwork says no. It's another great clear, though. FNATIC's transition game so on point. Makes it very risky for Hashtag to put multiple players forward because they know they can be caught out at any moment. Rafro looking to go over the top. Jakey will be beat to this one. Mummy Snow might have a double tap available. He does get another block. Maestro, shot on target. That could have been it. FNATIC just not letting up.
Hashtag are holding on here, Shogun. They are holding on by a thread, but they still only need this one goal. You feel if the second comes in, then that changes everything here.
And in this situation, you'd usually be saying FNATIC might overcommit. They're not going to. They've been so on point with their rotations this series that it's going to be Hashtag that need to create rather than FNATIC making that big mistake.
Rafro then challenged by Mummy Snow again. The ball's going to fall down into a dangerous area. Jakey Poo, gets the long clear. The long clears are just turning possession back over to FNATIC, and they've been so good when they've had that ball. Mummy Snow! That could be the one that ends Hashtag United. That could be the one that ends their playoff hopes, and it's Mummy Snow again. He's had a phenomenal series so far.
And once again, it goes from goal line, cleared out, and then passed towards the shooter. FNATIC, just with 3 touches for each of their plays. And in that play in particular, every single touch was excellent.
Now, funnier things have happened in Rocket League. We all know that. 2 goals in 52 seconds here for Hashtag United. Very doable, but they need one soon. They need to give themselves a chance.
Sure they've had 2 shots in this game.
Maestro looking for the double touch. Here comes Mummy Snow again, sends that one in. And I think that might be it. I think Hashtag United, they might be done.
Yeah, Maestro and Mummy Snow combining once again for another great shot. And Mummy Snow, he didn't blast that one. Just knew the defender was coming towards him, knew that there was no way to slow down the momentum, just a little tap shot. They're horrible to watch if you're a defender. Just like, oh, this. He knew where I was going.
FNATIC are the villains of the piece today for Hashtag United fans. 3-0 score. You can't say they haven't deserved this series win though, Shogun, to be honest with you. Maestro might get another one here.
This is the best FNATIC team I've seen.
Snaski clears it away. Pretty much just academical now with just 12 seconds left on the clock. Hashtag United are going to be looking back on this series and thinking, what if? It's been a difficult one for them to swallow, a bitter pill for them to swallow. One more opportunity here. I think both teams know exactly what's going to happen, and FNATIC have broken the Hashtag hearts. And I think everything's summed up there with that endgame sound of disappointment. Hashtag United, unfortunately, will not be making the playoffs, but FNATIC, they're going to take that top spot.
Yeah, they've confirmed themselves in the semi-finals of next week's playoffs. Don't know who they're going to be playing against just yet, but if you're them, you've got to be saying, yeah, we might have just knocked out Hashtag. They're not out just yet. I'll tell you something, if FNATIC bring that level of play to next week's playoffs, they could very well be our overall champions.
Yeah, Hashtag going to be sitting there in the crowd with bated breath now for the rest of today. Things outside of their hands now. See some of the replays from this game, but FNATIC, I mean, you said it yourself. You said this is the best FNATIC I've seen. What was making them so impressive for you?
Just the overall trust that they had in one another. Usually when I see FNATIC play, it's one player on the ball, they blast it, and then someone tries to follow up. Not really that impressive of a play style, but this time around you saw it. I brought attention to it in game number 1. They just kept going back to it. Every time they cleared, they had someone downfield. It was usually either Mummy Snow or Maestro, but that player was always making a play happen. And it makes defense so very difficult. We saw Hashtag in this series. They were very cautious, and usually that play style is going to be very good if FNATIC aren't playing as well as they are, but when you let FNATIC play like that, it was pretty much always going to happen.
See the reactions of the players. Mummy Snow is always ice cold. Just
Is
business
Mummy
as
Snow
usual
winning
for
or
him.
losing in this game? I can't
I don't
tell.
think you could ever tell. You could have seven different little VTs of Mummy Snow, and you wouldn't know if he was happy, if he was sad.
Can we get that at some point? Can we just say, all right,
I think everyone
take pictures of Mummy Snow. Is he winning? That'd be a very good shout to see what we can see there. However,
yeah,
they've got to take
disappointing.
it. They'll be happy.
Disappointing for #United. Unfortunately, they will be struggling to make it through here, but they still have a chance. FNATIC with the win. But let's go to Ariel now. Where are you, Ariel? What are you up to?
I'm up here at the winning stations with Team FNATIC. Hey guys, you made that look easy.
Thank you, Stumpy.
Stumpy? I mean, I'm predominantly smaller. I'm much more ginger than Stumpy.
No.
Yes, I am. It's not about me, though. Well done. You guys are through. You must be feeling great about that performance.
Yeah, I feel good.
Mummy Snow, give it to me. Come on, we've not seen you this whole competition. You're smiling in your picture. It's the only time I ever see you smiling. I thought we'd see a smile on your face now that you were through to the finals.
Just happy to be #1 in the group.
Yes, very true, very true. The hashtag need Nordavind to lose now to actually make it through. Do you want them to go through?
I don't care.
You don't care. Who do you want to be up against next week?
I don't care.
You don't care. Excellent, guys. Thanks so much for this. Well, congratulations, Team FNATIC, and thanks for making my first interview wonderful and riveting. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Ariel. A tough interview from Snasky. He was calling for your name, Stumpy. That's not fair, is it?
I respect that, mate. I mean...
Yeah, you respect that, but a winner can demand what he wants. They are top of the table. They are guaranteed going through to the semi-finals. So they can relax, rest now. However, as Onset and Shogun alluded to, hashtag are not out of this. They didn't get that point. However, they're not out of it. And that is what we love about the Elite Series right now. Group B, FNATIC, we know they are straight into the semi-final because no one can catch them. As you will see, Epsilon there are on a bye week. They did not play. Hashtag have just played. Nordavind, even if they got the maximum 3 points, would only be on 7 points. Therefore, as you have put it down, Asus ROG Army, even if they win, they are still out of the competition.
They're our first eliminated team in this tournament. In Season 4, Asus ROG Army, they are donezo.
Wow. And they are now going to have to go into this match against Nordavind, knowing that if they do get those 3 points and get the win, they can stop Nordavind going through into the playoffs and overtaking hashtag United. So that's like kind of the goal for them, I guess, making sure they crush other people's dreams.
Would you want to do that,
Who do they prefer?
Would you want to do that? Because they were right now relying on hashtag to help them out. If hashtag beat FNATIC right now, Asus would still be in the tournament. They would have a chance to go in with a win. That would be it. That's all they would have needed. But now hashtag have lost. And the only way hashtag can get in is if Asus help them by winning. I don't know if I want to help a team who just got you eliminated. I think Asus might not be fancying that right now.
Surely, but that lineup, the roster, we'll look into it in a second. But they'll kind of be thinking, actually, we want to improve a LAN competition tournament. Let's do that. But they can't. I'm not going to be sitting.
I'm just saying they're not going to do it for hashtag. They're going to do it for themselves.
Yeah, do it for their own pride.
They are not doing this for hashtag, who just got them eliminated. They're going to try and do it for their own pride. Get another 3 points.
End it 2-all. End up with a 50% win ratio.
Go out with a tiebreaker, not
Go out with
just
a bang.
by having 3 points.
Yeah.
However, FNATIC, you both said it could go to the wire, but you liked FNATIC. Mummy Snow really did lead them many times, and getting that when it was in overtime in Game 3, managed to get that goal and give them that sort of 2-1 lead.
I mean, every time I turned back, it seemed like Mummy Snow had scored another goal. I mean, like you said, he finished it off. He finished off the last series as well, I believe. He got the final goal in that. Final 2, potentially.
Yeah.
Mummy Snow was really strong, making sure that he's trying to work his way up to the top of the shooting table to hopefully try and pit Maestro. I still believe he's probably top, though, right?
Yeah, Maestro started today with 18 goals, Mummy Snow with 11. But yeah, both of those guys can be incredible goal-scoring machines on their day. Luckily for them, that was today. We saw their Game 2. It was a bit dodgy in Game 2. Snasky's own goal did cause them to kind of tilt out of that match and lose. And that's why we thought it would be close. You know, at the end of the day, hashtag we're only one overtime goal away from making the quarterfinals.
That's going to, if they don't make it through, that's going to haunt them.
I like Mummy Snow's picture there, Marcelo from Real Madrid, the Galactico. I don't know if he's taken a champion's sort of mindset on, but not a smiler, a little smile. Is it creeping in? No, he thought about it there. Mummy Snow. Snasky's like, smile.
Looking for emotion.
Mummy Snow's like, no. This will give them that confidence going through now into the semi-finals because we know Method were already there. But I think that could potentially be the final.
It could be. It could be.
I mean, we said at the start of Season 4, I put Method as my winner. I don't know did you put Method as well?
I think I did, yeah.
I think Shogun also picked Method. None of us picked Vitality, which is, sorry, Gregan, but Method are quite good.
Yeah.
End of the day, though, these next matches, they decide everything else.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, guys, first match done. Hashtag downed. They lost, but they're not out of this. Ariel and Onset are up by the touchscreen. What's going on?
Well, we are up by the touchscreen, and you guys mentioned on the desk earlier, hi guys, hi Stumpy. You guys mentioned on the desk that Mummy Snow was leading that. However, we're going to chat about how it was their teamwork, FNATIC, as a team, playing together that got them the win, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'll take a look at a couple of the goals, and you'll see it involves multiple different FNATIC players. You know, we weren't seeing some crazy individual plays, we weren't seeing crazy air dribbles or anything like that. It was a lot of players finding each other. We can see this first one here, Snasky off the sidewall, takes the ball down. You see beautiful touch off the backboard here, and who follows it up is the man they're talking about, Mummy Snow, who was on the end of it. But the fact that 3 FNATIC players are involved in that play, and you're looking at hashtag here, and there's not much they can do about this because they're all being pulled out of position. They're trying to predict what's going to happen, but they just don't have the boost to react. And it was just fantastic stuff from FNATIC. And again, you're going to see here, Maestro takes the ball down, beats Raffro to the ball, and who's there? Snasky beats another player to the ball. Yeah. It's just phenomenal team play from FNATIC, something we haven't seen week to week from them, but that's how good that they can be.
Yeah, and a team like that is so hard to come up against, isn't it? When they're really in that mind frame, when they're really working together, they just can't get through that. No matter, it could have been Hashtag, it could have been any other team up there. There was no way that anyone was going to get through FNATIC today.
Yeah, it was tough for Hashtag. They knew what they had to do coming into this. They only needed that 1 point, but I think Johnny, again, to go back to the point he made at the start of the show, you know, you don't know what FNATIC you're going to get, but the fact that they're starting to come good towards the end of the Elite Series is a great sign for them, because, I mean, when's the best time to play your best? It's when you're in the playoffs, semi-finals and final.
And so good to see Mummy Snow really come into his own as well. We've seen him in the Gfinity Elite Series all the way through all of the series, and he's always been one of those players that people have always spoken highly of, and now I really feel like we're seeing him at his peak, at his like real best Mummy Snow playing, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree. I think the fact that, you know, he got a couple of early goals in that series really helped him grow with his confidence, and it was the way that FNATIC were playing with confidence and trust, like Shogun was saying. You know, they were keeping a player up the field from when they were getting those clears away. They were always finding a teammate, and it bodes well for them moving forward.
Yeah.
As I say, they've been a little bit streaky so far, but coming good at the right time.
Well, that's our first game done. Now we'll give you a bit of a sneak peek of what to expect from our second game.
Miller, this game is hotting up. Al Dente clears long and it leaves it for Data.
Clears Al Dente with a shot goal. This time with an early shot on goal, and the perfect start here for the boys.
Asus Rock Army wins the game.
Ooh, I feel suitably teased there about this second game, and there's still so much to play for, and that's what's going to happen throughout today. Is even though we find out now that FNATIC have got the semi-final place, we go on to game 2, and it's so important for Nordavind. They need this win to take them into the playoffs, and we know that Asus Rogue Army are out. However, Nordavind's lineup need to make sure that they get the job done, and a little bit of an al dente shucker there, New Zealand style, right in the middle, and Data and Godsmiller. What have you liked about Nordavind this season?
Well, everyone was scared of them for a reason, right? They're now 4th at the moment, but people were saying coming into this, they weren't mentioning like your big players like Vitality and Method. They were saying, we don't like the unknown team of Nordavind, how these guys are going to play together. Obviously, we've seen Dente and Data on different teams in the Elite Series. Smiller completely new to it. And they've done all right. They're still in the conversation, but so are literally 9 other teams. Or 8 other teams now.
What do you make of those stats then in front of you? 23 goals, 19 assists, 53 saves, shots 98. It's not bad a ratio of goals to shots.
Yes, it's okay. It's decent. They're not going to be writing home about it, but they're not going to be too disappointed.
Imagine people still wrote home.
Yeah, you wrote home.
Hi, I'm at the Gfinity Arena.
Send it with
Scored
a
a flip reset.
Lots
of love.
That is worth writing home about.
Yeah, that's fair.
You asked what's impressive about Nordavind, and I can tell you in a word is Data. That's the man who we're really looking at to carry them through and secure their victory. That absolute unit of a man. But he's playing very well this season, and he's been a regular for the Gfinity Elite Series. Since the very beginning, so it's good to see him still, doing well, taking down wins, and this time with a brand new team.
Okay, well listen, Nordavind have got it all to do. Al Dente, Smiller. Are we calling him just Smiller?
I think I say Smiller. Smiller.
I don't know. I'm undecided on that.
God. Call him God.
The big God. And Data, of course. Up on the touchscreen. Ariel, you want to talk about who?
We want to talk about Data up here, don't we, on set?
We do.
We were just saying, there's two words that I'd use to describe Data. Consistent, but silent.
And tall.
Tall.
Sorry.
He's always here. He's been here since Series 1. He's been consistently good. He's never quite made it to the final, but he's also like really quiet when you when you speak to him. He's like really reserved.
It's interesting that you say that because he's a quiet guy and he has been a little bit quiet at some points this season as well in his gameplay. But it's been in recent weeks he seems to have, for some reason, become a bit of a game changer for Nordavind and this team. And you can see him in some of these clips. He's constantly creating a little bit of a ruckus, basically, for Nordavind. They're not the most organised team in the world, but he just seems to be one of those players who's kind of stepped up and scored important goals and created important chances for him. He seems to be, a little bit of a motivator and a bit of a linchpin for them in the last few series that they've had.
Last series, Nordavind weren't really, they were the kind of underdogs. No one was really rooting or expecting them to be in the final. Would you say in this series we'll see them going through to next week?
It's a tough one. It is a tough one, to be honest with you. A lot of it does depend on Data, to be honest with you, how he performs, and if Data can step up again. Who knows? It's all played for today. That's why it's so exciting. Nordavind can make it through.
It's so exciting. And of course, if they get through, then hashtag are officially out. So we'll see what happens in this second game.
Thank you very much. It's a nightmare trying to hear you, Ariel, because these two, they're just gossiping and gassing and talking the whole way through. But it is exciting because of this. Now, if Nordavind do win, they will leapfrog Epsilon and hashtag and go into second place. But just to let you know, Epsilon guaranteed they will be in the quarterfinals next weekend. So that's a little take on that. But Asus Rogue Army, they've got it all to do to kind of sort of end Nordavind's chances and also to improve in their gameplay because we have enjoyed watching the likes of Tadar, Distan and Flux this year.
So it's literally now, just a case of Nordavind win, they're through.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the most simple matchup I think we've got today.
Yeah.
Okay, happy days. Love it. They are a new matchup. They're completely brand new to the entire Elite Series. We were saying before about Tader, but he has 11 goals and 0 assists, which is so hard to achieve.
So selfish.
11, so you're telling me 11 goals?
No, one assist. Single assist.
Would you say that's a selfish player? Is that someone who just takes his... Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I really hope he's stolen a lot of goals to get that.
Yeah. That would be lovely.
He's a goal hogger. He was just
all 11 have been assisted.
But he is new, having this opportunity in the Elite Series to make his mark last year, sort of a sub at times, and then gets to shine and gets these 11 goals. And that's what he's here for, goals, no assists.
I mean, I think they've all done well as a sort of group together. Obviously, they are the weakest team we've got, but coming into this, we all expected that to be the case, I think, Johnny.
Yeah, we looked pretty off with our predictions in week 1 with a lot of upsets, but it is kind of falling together as expected. I think most of us said Asus and hashtag may be the bottom two. And if Nordavind can win this today, it ends up being the case. But I wasn't confident halfway through looking at the table. I thought, okay, we're a bit off on this one. But it could end up being just as we expected.
Okay, now looking at the data, Nordavind, thank you. Nordavind need that win. A draw is basically getting a point is not good enough.
Correct.
So there we go. So listen, all to play for in this match. I bet you're as excited as I am. So let's welcome out Nordavind. For that team, we have Al Dente Data, G-O-D, Smiller.
You've been waiting around long enough. The moment is here. You better stand up. It's time. You better stand up.
Well, there you go. They know what they have to do and stepping up out of the competition, but can break some hearts. This is Asus Rogue Army. So for them, Distan, Tedar, and Flux.
Stand back. We're gonna light the fuse. Stand back. We ain't trying to lose.
Here we go. Look at that smart from Tedar in the middle. 11 goals, no assists. Stop being so selfish. Quick prediction.
I reckon Nordavind are going to have the game of their lives. Nordavind win.
I think Tadar doesn't get any assists.
Tadar, no assists. All right, come with me. Thank you very much, Johnny Boy and Stumpy. Over here, I'm obviously Onset's just having a quick little nibble there, maybe on a little Domino pizza.
It might have been.
Right, gentlemen, we know what's going to happen here. Nordavind need that win. Asus Rogue Army cannot go through. However, a point is not good enough for Nordavind. They need that win. Are they going to get it, Shogun?
I think probably yes. Asus, we've only really seen them really perform good once. But when they did do that, they looked phenomenal. They need to create chaos this time around. That's the only way we've seen them win so far. If they can do that, Maybe, but it's an outside chance.
Okay, when they play good, they win.
Oh,
when
no,
they
don't
not
play good, play chaotic.
they
They
lose. Okay, Onset, what do you think?
I'm kind of a similar feeling, to be honest with you. I think a lot of pressure is going to be on Nordavind, and we've already seen how pressure situations can change how teams will perform. You look at hashtag, you know, they weren't the hashtag that we saw in week 1 and 2, and it's going to be a tough one, to be honest with you, because Asus, Rogue Army again, they could just turn up and play like one of the best series like we saw earlier in the season from them. So
pride's on the line.
Honestly, I don't know how to predict this series.
Okay, and obviously hashtag will be sat in the arena as they're just entering right now. They'll be sitting nervously waiting for the results to come in. This is going to be a terrible time for them because actually they could have been in a far comfortable time by just getting that win or getting that point.
That's on them. I'm sorry, that's on them. You know, they've only got themselves to blame if it's uncomfortable. Should have bought a comfier seat. Mic
drop, I'm out. Shogun, Onset, enjoy this one.
I've already spoke to them. They do not like the fact that it's now out of their hands.
No one does. It's the worst situation to find yourself in.
But it's all on the line here. The last game this season of Group B. It's all to play for Nordavind. But I think that's actually a really good point that's been brought up is Nordavind have got all to play for. Army have just got a good time ahead of them. There's no I don't know about you, Onset, there's no better feeling than being the party pooper, coming in and just going, you know that time you're going to have that was really good?
This says a lot about you, by the way. A lot about you.
Well, how about you invite me for the party rather than me just having to turn up? I think it's so rude that I just don't get
Shogun's
invited.
the kind of guy who, instead of winning the Elite Series, would like to lose every single game until the final week, but knock someone out.
I don't care if I win, I just want you to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't win, is my motto.
It's a dark look at what happens inside your head. But anyway, the guys on screen, obviously Nordavind, they still have things in their hands, but they do need a win. It's not like hashtag United, they needed that 1 point. Maybe that played on their mind a little bit. You don't have to, you know, go too hard too early, but Nordavind know what they have to do. But again, Flux is back in this week, and he was a very impressive performer for these guys a couple of weeks ago when they did win that series. You can see FNATIC Maestro there, sat next to Vinter. Waffle, I don't care, I'm still calling you Waffle. You will forever be Waffle in my eyes.
Waffle. There we are, we can mix up the
Waffle,
two.
yeah, we'll call you Waffle. Are we good with Waffle?
We all good with that?
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine. That's absolutely fine.
I don't know if he said yes to that, but we're taking that as a yes. He just sort of waved at us.
Who do you think the standout player is going to have to be for Nordavind here? We talked about Data and how he's going to have to step up, like he has in the last couple of weeks for this team. But is there anyone either side of him that you feel has to have a big series?
I feel like we know that Data's going to have a good series. It sort of would be more of a surprise if he didn't at this point. I have to look around him. I have to look to his two teammates and just say these two need to really try and keep up with him, because if they can't, Data's not going to 1v3 this team. He needs a lot of help. You can already see Army they're chill today. They're relaxed, and that's actually really scary because the relaxed teams are always usually pretty solid. We hear about it quite often. Teams performing better in scrims than they do in actual tournament play. You almost feel like Army in that sort of mindset right now.
Distan just blew me a kiss. I'm presuming that's to me. Not to Shogun, no. Definitely not to Shogun anyway. Unfortunately, he's got a headset on. But I can say what I wanted about it. I've just realised how much power we have here.
We have so much power right now.
And there's some of the guys in the crowd. Obviously, anticipating this series getting underway. What's up, Snasky?
He's a happy boy after that last series.
Why wouldn't you be?
You know what great is? I walked up to FNATIC and I walked up to Snasky after the last series. He just went, I didn't play that good. I love pro players. They're never happy with themselves, are they?
Yeah, it's constant self-improvement. That's what you should be striving for. You could learn a thing or two from him.
I'm just always happy, mate. I'm fantastic all the time.
You really are.
Thank you.
You really are magical. Let's look at the other side thing. You know, Distan and Tedder, we've seen, you know, these guys are full of fun. We've heard them get nice and loud on our main stage here in the Gfinity Elite Series, really kind of introduce themselves to the people at home and to the people who come and watch every single week and what they can bring to the table. But Flock's back in this week. I want to kind of focus on him because he was speaking to us and he was saying, you know, he wants to be one of those standout players and he's taking this opportunity. He wants to make the most of it as we do get into our first game. I feel like they played better when he was on that lineup, and it's good to see him back in.
Well, I nominated Flux as MVP of week 2 after they picked up that win, and it's going to be him on the ball to start us off. Data's actually missed already. Distan with the shot, and Nordavind, nightmare start.
Yeah, the worst thing I possibly could have done is done a touchscreen section on Data to start things off, and how he is so vital for Nordavind. First thing he does in the match, make no contact with the ball, and it just leaves.
It could be worse. I believe my sentence before this was, we know Data is going to have a good series.
Sorry, Data. That one's on us.
Yeah,
technically
we
0-0.
apologise.
Should we just agree with that?
Should we just say Data is bad and he can get back to playing normal?
Okay, fair enough. Data's bad. Anyway, Data now looking for the double touch. That would have been a way to make up for things. Obviously, we're only joking. I'm saying things in jest here. Tenor now trying to get the ball clear for Asus ROG Army. Data with that shot towards goal. Not too much power on it, and that'll be an easy save there for Flux.
Teda just over the top as well. Al Dente back into the midfield. 2 players committed, and Teda is going to be by himself. A little bit better trying to move forward for the challenge. Teda, he's just going to push this one over to the corner. Those high balls can be so difficult to deal with at times. Straight over to the middle. It's going to be too high for Godsmiller.
He's going to then trying to keep it alive. Data off the sidewall now, maybe looking for a double touch of his own. Here's Data, almost finds it. Al Dente follows up. Big save coming in from Teda.
But you can see the sort of danger those moves possess as now Godsmiller with the follow-up yet again. He needs to try and slice this down.
Data!
Can
There
move
we
forward.
go.
That is how dangerous backboard double taps can be. Look at this. We saw this twice in a row. Godsmiller, he doesn't even have to really get this in. All he has to do is get someone on Army to jump, and that is going to leave an open net. It happened twice. This time around, Nordavind able to get the follow-up, and Army been pegged back.
So it is kind of 0-0 now. If you take the Data mistake off and the Data goal, we happy with that? Or should we just stick with 1-0? It's be easier for everyone to follow.
I think everyone will be happy with some stats padding.
So Nordavind tie it up, and it's that man Data we talked about before the series got underway who does find that goal. Distan then off the sidewall, looking for a double touch of his own and almost finds it. Distan. Teda follows up, infield pass, Flux is there. A boost to work with though, and this is constant pressure now coming in from Asus ROG Army. This is the kind of game I want to see here.
Yeah,
both
this
teams
is
just
not
leaving it
nervy.
out there.
This is not nervy at all. Al Dente by himself. He's got charging Teda coming towards him, and there's Godsmiller. Nice shot, just going to force Distan to try and jump up. There's a little bit boost there to steal as well if he can get a hold of it. And he is indeed going to do that. Might lead to some problems down the line as Teda is getting bullied in the back by Godsmiller.
Distan then now for the ceiling shot.
No boost on him.
Not trying to make a cake without any flour.
Well, to be honest, you can give me all the ingredients, it'll probably look the exact same.
Flux then going to be playing some defensive positions here. Data sends this one back across to Al Dente, looks for another pass out. Nice idea there from Al Dente, but maybe had the opportunity to take that shot on Godsmiller again. Looking to use the ceiling. This one's got a little bit scrappy after a very high octane start. Godsmiller now with the clearance towards Asus ROG Army's corner. Data now takes the ball down, looks for that ball back inside across goal, but well defended here by Asus ROG Army. But every single play they're making is just using up that boost. The pressure is constantly coming in from Nordavind.
Yeah, Teda clears long. Flux trying to follow it up. It'll be difficult to try and set something up here, and it's be covered by Al Dente on his way down. But as you mentioned, after a very fast opening minute, both teams relaxing just a little bit. Nordavind have been a little bit more prone to looking for demo plays than we've seen from Army. Cross map, Godsmiller off the backboard. This is a big opportunity. Missed from Distan. Al Dente block shot off the side.
First time we've seen a chance in a few moments. Couldn't convert there, Nordavind. Data now. Teda keeps the pressure on, but that's a little bit of a loose touch. Distan.
So risky.
Managed to keep his teammate out of trouble momentarily there. Teda now takes to the skies. Sends this one towards the corner. Back inside. Distan's there, doesn't get the connection he was looking for. Blocks come in from Data. Doing work at both ends of the pitch.
Godsmiller down to the other side of the field. Data looking to try and gather up, but instead it's going to be
Shot on
Distan
goal.
over to the far side. I don't know if he was looking for a pass or for the shot. Either way, it won't work out. Now Godsmiller, that's going to drop down dangerously. Al Dente has infield options, but I don't think anyone's quite in position. Instead, Al Dente looking to drop it straight down, and it'll be pinched to the other side of the field. Thankfully for Nordavind, they've got someone in position.
Asus ROG Army then try and create something of their own, but the end part of this game has very much been in the control of Nordavind. Distan gets challenged by Al Dente. Al Dente goes in again. Here comes Godsmiller now. Ball back into the center. Distan with an awkward touch. Data now off the backboard. Flux should get this clear, but again a little nervy touch there.
Straight up, Teda. Unchallenged over to Distan. Straight down the middle, and Distan will put Army up by 1. Huge.
The Shogun effect, they're here to ruin the party here for Nordavind. Data couldn't quite get back to that one. Distan with the finish into the bottom left corner. Asus ROG Army with 24 seconds left on the clock take the lead.
Data couldn't come out of that challenge too well. It's going to be going long. And Army have just got to hold on for 20 seconds. Flux, straight back down. He's got a teammate there. Tada, gonna go by himself. Distant up in support. So we take down the final few seconds of game number 1. Very interesting game number 1. At that, go the entire length of the pitch. Al Dente from the side. Data down. Followed up. Scored. Overtime coming up.
Wow, Nordavind. What a time to put something like that together. And it's that man, Data, somehow, who managed to find the ball back into Al Dente. He found the shot, and Nordavind find an equalizer.
Sublime? I can't think of any better word for that sort of play. For a team that has really only been put together for the Elite Series, that was such a disciplined bit of play. And now Army have got to go searching for the next goal. This is huge.
Yeah, and now we've got a series on our hands, Shogun. You can see Asus ROG Army, they don't want to give this win to Nordavind. Nordavind need this win. And that goal is going to fill them with confidence. But in overtime, it kind of means nothing unless they can score this next goal. Data now drops this one over the top. 2 players for Asus are going to have to get back and scramble back to get it clear.
Oh, Distant was so nearly caught out. He started to almost be magnetized towards the ball. Once again, Army have pulled everyone forward. Followed up shot. And I believe it was a missed touch from the defender.
Wow, they've turned this one on its head, Nordavind. They're going to take your first game of the series here, 3-2 in overtime after the buzzer beater. And Al Dente was the man who caused the problems towards the end for that winning goal. Nordavind, they need to win the series, and they've started off by getting that first game on the board.
A sucker punch from Nordavind to take that first game. Army, I think they know that that one got stolen from them.
I don't
but
think they
Nordavind,
quite believe what happened.
That final goal for overtime is just brilliant. I can't wait to see that one again, but we can see very nervy opening to this game from Nordavind. A lot of their goals that they conceded was actually down to their own mistakes. I would say the mechanical side has definitely been to Nordavind so far. They've looked like the stronger team, but Army, they can cause mistakes on their opposing teams.
Yeah, that's the thing that can cause these problems with a disruptive play style like we've seen. Distant, with that great finish, I thought that was it, to be honest with you, towards the end of the game.
Look at this.
But this, Data to Al Dente, it was just beautiful. Did Data
I don't think
that?
Data gets a touch there at all. I think that's just an awkward bounce off the corner. But yeah, there was a couple of mistakes here from Army where they just kept pulling players forward that really didn't need to be there. It was just almost no man's land. You're not close enough to challenge. You're not far enough away to save. You're not really helping anything. You can see Nordavind very happy with that first game.
Yeah, Data trying to get his teammates pumped as well. You can hear him going, come on, let's go. And on the other side of things, you can see Distant there. Where's my assist? That's what you want to hear from your teammate, isn't it? Not good job. It's like, it's all about me. Look at these guys, they're getting pumped right now. This is what I want to see. This is how much it means to them. They know that they need this win, and you know, that's the kind of reaction we want from these guys. That's just game number 1. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing them pop off after game 5 if it goes all the way and they get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been loving seeing these teams progress in terms of how they conduct themselves up on the stage. Because we started off in the first season, a lot of people very calm. They're just like, okay, as long as we don't let the emotions get the better of us, we'll probably do well. Now you see the teams almost taking advantage of the emotional side of Rocket League, get big, all pumped up and hyped.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? These guys that you see on your screen right now, they're very loud players. But I always taught when I was growing up that is the ones that are loudest, that if you can kind of get in their heads a little bit, they're the ones that crumble. And
I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a shouting competition between these teams. We know both of these sides can get very loud.
Well, let's hear some noise from both of the teams as we get into our second game of the series now. Nordavind took game number 1 with the buzzer beater in overtime. Now Godsmiller with the air dribble, looking to start off hot here. Data keeps the pressure on. Early goal opportunity maybe here. Al Dente with a double touch, and they almost get that first goal.
But again, double touches, long air dribbles, doing work for Nordavind. Just keep going back to that well, and it keeps getting good shooting opportunities for the person following up. Army have got to find a way of shutting that down.
Data then keeping pressure on to Army here. Tedder's finally going to get this one clear and just create a little bit of separation. Flux doesn't get the touch he was looking for, though. The ball's just going to limp towards goal. 2 players commit. Al Dente on the follow-up. Data's turn to have a go, and finally Flux is going to slow things down here for Asus ROG Army. They kind of got away with one there.
I feel like Godsmiller's original touch was him expecting someone on the goal line, and he just didn't. He looks at it and just goes, oh wait, there's no, I could have just shot on target. Army, when they get stuck in a chance to transition, I'm not even going to say the transition, when they get stuck in this sort of position, that third player tends to pull themselves out a little bit, and it's caught them a few times.
Challenge in the corner here. Distan will get the clear. Aldente keeps pressure up in the midfield though for Nordavind. You can see Nordavind trying to control that midfield at the moment, trying to keep the pressure on because they know that Army do have a mistake or two in them. If they can just keep that consistent pressure on in the midfield, they might create something. But up the other end now. Shot came in there from Army. Now Godsmiller on the breakaway. He's going to give Distan some work to do. Aldente towards the corner. Aldente manages to get past his man, but Flux again. He's going to have time to bring this one up. Data now keeping the pressure on.
Good clear. Tada will be the target man. Aldente just taps that one straight down. Big challenge opportunity. Distan off the backboard. Challenge Godsmiller didn't get contact. Army have got the lead.
Well, for all of the pressure that Nordavind have had at the start of this game, it's Asus Rogue Army who take the first goal. Lovely pass off the backboard there, and a pretty simple finish, to be honest with you, for Flux. In front of the Nordavind goal. That's got to be a bit of a sucker punch for Nordavind. They've had control of the game from pretty much the get-go.
Yeah, but you've got to position yourself well. Godsmiller just didn't do that at all. Lovely setup, though, just putting it into the blind spot. Data taking his time. He knows Distan's going to have to do quite a lot of work just to get over to him as Tada putting that away from the big man. That could be an awkward drop as well. Distan recognizing that nice and quickly. That really could have been 1-1 if he couldn't read that.
Godsmiller then looks for the pass, but Data wasn't quite in position, but he's going to find his target. Goes for that far corner. Distan, awkward for him to deal with. Godsmiller then tries to play it back towards the middle. Tada now with the pass out to Distan. Distan doesn't make contact again. Wonder if Aldente got a bit of contact on it to make it difficult, and now the shot came in. Here come Army again. Godsmiller out to Data. Data looking to drop it back down into the middle. I thought for a second that Godsmiller might be in position to follow that up, but Nordavind again with the pressure on now.
Flux to Tada. Tada on target! Lovely transition, stealing a page from FNATIC earlier on.
Aldente then with that touch up into the air. You can see Flux with a beautiful ball out to Tada. Tada, all he had to do was just push that one into the back of the net, redirect it. Did so successfully, and Asus Rogue Army double their lead. For all the hard work that Nordavind did in that game number one, it's starting to come undone a little bit.
Certainly is, but Nordavind proven themselves clutch already. Tada with the drop down. Godsmiller looking for a set. This could be an opportunity. Put low after Tada got himself in the way. A lot of pressure coming out from Nordavind, but they've got a lot of players quite far up, and they might leave themselves open to yet another Army counter-attack. No one in net at the moment, actually. Drop straight down, and it's going to be too high, even if Tada wasn't there.
Distan comes in to clear up then. Distan looking to take this one himself. Ball's going to drop down pretty dangerously, but Data looks for the pass out to Aldente now on that sidewall. Aldente into Godsmiller. Beautiful move here from Nordavind. A great shot, but an equally good save coming in from Flux.
Yeah, the infield pass was the correct option to do that. I just think they were a little bit too far out. The infield pass is very solid whenever you get into a position where the defense has to guess. But in that situation, they were so far out that the defense had time to look at the shot. Here's Godsmiller. A beautiful save from Distan. Claws the ball out of the net.
Data then on the follow-up. Tada, he misses it. Aldente's going to be challenging. He'll win the ball. Data with another opportunity potentially here, but Tada with an important touch. Here comes Godsmiller though. That's a shaky touch coming in from him. As Distan picks up the demo now, and that's going to give time for Asus Rogue Army to just slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, and once again, it's the person downfield. Nordavind trying to set themselves up. Back down. It's going to be followed up. Tada just can't get there in time. It was almost a fantastic play caused by a double commit. You really don't want to be hearing too much from Army as we head towards the final 35 seconds of the game. But they're holding onto the midfield very well.
Godsmiller with the challenge then. Squeezes that one forward. No contact made again there by an Army player, and you can see all three players just back on the rotation at the moment for them. Two to the good. Nordavind, for all they did in that game number one, I think we might just be out of time for them to get 2 goals in the last 10 seconds.
Nothing dramatic here from Army, and that is... I don't think I've ever said that sentence in my entire life, but for Army, a very comfortable game for them to take. They just wore down the Nordavind defense. Nordavind's first mistake really cost them, and the second goal, though, was just fantastic vision.
So, this makes things a little bit more interesting. This puts a little bit more pressure onto Nordavind. They go 2-0 in the series. They're probably thinking about that win and thinking, you know, just one more game. You've got 3 games to just eke out one more game, but a 1-1.
could be so different
Those
as well.
percentages just start to change a little bit, and the mindset completely changes.
Nordavind's still finding success, though, whenever they get double taps. They just need to find someone to follow up. Godsmiller getting caught out of position for that particular goal, and then there's this one. Tada. Lovely shot from there. If you're Data, you just jump and hope that the ball hits your car, and it just wouldn't get there for him. So 1 each. Hashtag starting to believe maybe. They're off in the wings. They'll be relying on the result of this series.
And I'm loving looking at these player reactions at the moment, just because, you know, it really does tell the story of how the players are feeling, how the fans are feeling in the arena as well. And you can see, you know, it's quite interesting at the moment because we're looking at the two teams, and neither of them are getting too animated, but of course, we're actually going to stop here for just a second. Let's go and catch up with the hashtag players who are sat with Ariel and see how they're feeling.
Yes, I've just jumped into the audience because we are on 10 ticks, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Very happy with that second match there, Army winning. This is what you need to get through to next week, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We need these to win.
Do you have the faith?
Yeah, always. Yeah, you could have the faith.
I was just saying, you whispered, you were like, actually, it's much more nerve-wracking watching than actually playing the game.
Yeah. Whenever I'm watching the hashtag play, I'm just sort of, I don't know, maybe because I'm a bit more helpless, I can't really control it. I'm just a bit more nervous about it, but it's like when I was playing, I was much more at ease.
A quick prediction from you for this next match?
It's 1-1 now, isn't it? Probably 3-1 Army.
Okay.
I believe.
That's what you want to happen. Will it happen? That's what they're willing it to happen on set and Shogun. They're willing it to happen.
I love that from Rafro. It's like, what's the score now? 1-1? Yeah, they're going to win 3-1 then. Like, they're going to win the next two. We're done. We go through. Everything's good.
Armin must have shown something to Rafro there that made him believe, though, because when I spoke to him afterwards, he was very dejected. Obviously, he didn't enjoy the fact that it was out of his hands now, but looked at him there and he was just like, you know what? I think the boys have got this one.
Well, we'll have to find out. You see the players are ready to get into our third game of the series now, tied up beautifully, poised beautifully. Now 1-1.
The season really has delivered, hasn't it?
It always does towards these final weeks, but you know, coming into the final week, having every single team with something to play for makes every single touch, makes every single shot, and every single save means so much more to these players and the teams that are involved. Here we go then, game number 3 underway. You can already see the pressure. A couple of whiffs early on from a lot of players, and now it's going to be the first chance of the game. Go to Tedder. Shot on goal, Godsmiller. Didn't need to make the save as that one fell just wide.
Going to go far side now. Godsmiller can try and chase down. It's going to be him versus Tedder, but Godsmiller the whiff. And Distant can take it under his control, but it was a poor touch from him as well. Both these teams struggling to settle down in the opening minutes. Distant, free boost to his name, might still be able to create something. And Tedder will be by himself. 1-on-1 against Godsmiller yet again. He's taking his time. Might be able to follow it up. El Dente beat as well. Data has to try and claw this one away, but now you can see Flux, he's got Tedder as a target option. Doesn't
Easy
even
stuff.
need him, but Tedder will take it anyway.
Tedder was saying, where's my assist earlier? It's all about Tedder.
I want to point out how risky this is. Tedder has nothing to gain from touching this. Maybe he thinks this is a little bit wide. I'm not too sure, but...
Yeah, he's just making sure. He's just making sure, and it's going to be the first goal on the board here for Asus Rogue Army.
I swear I heard hashtag just go... Godsmiller. Trying to go all the way by himself, but it will be Flux. Taking that one by... Now Data can't quite get control. Army now have 3 goals uncontested after losing the last overtime, but Data will score, might be the easiest goal of his Gfinity career.
That looked pretty simple, didn't it, to be honest with you? Data just hanging upfield. It's like, oh, hey, Paul. Hey, goal. Nice to meet each other. Let me introduce you.
Army caught out a little bit too far forward. So 1 minute down, 1 goal each. Data can't quite chip that one against the wall. It will be Distant taken out as well. Flux forced to clear long. No follow-up will be there as El Dente back into the far corner. They're trying to force the mistake from Army. That might very well be it. Data forced to clear, but the pressure's still on.
Data with the shot just wide, unfortunately for him. Godsmiller now trying to follow up himself, and they're keeping the pressure, but Tadar doing a good job, to be honest with you, there in a difficult situation to get that clear after the stifling pressure was coming in from Nordavind. Flux now almost takes Data out of the play. Godsmiller with an important touch, and now Distant, been playing that third man role, gets back into position, picks up full boost. But good pressure here from Nordavind, not allowing him to settle in his own areas of the pitch.
Straight back down. Distant had to try and win that challenge. Data went over the top of him. Flux being very brave to pass that one back to Turner. The pressure is still on. Been stuck here for almost a minute now. Godsmiller looking for the backboard. Cannot quite find it. Nordavind backing down a little bit, but another whiff from Flux. Army have had a few opportunities to clear, they just haven't taken them.
This is a really, really nervy game between these two teams. You can see it. So many poor touches.
I mean, I'm supposed to be an analyst, but my analysis right now is hit the ball.
Hit the ball really hard.
It's a great strategy.
Tenor looking to follow up now. Al Dente gets the ball clear, and again, Flux. At the moment, it just seems people are happy to make contact. Godsmiller out to Data now. You can see Distan's going to have some work to do. Data read it well, though. Sends it across to Godsmiller, but well defended there by Asus Rogue Army, and now Tenor's looking to create something at the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, Tenor did very well there. He had two options, either backboard or infield. He picked correctly. Now Distan, he's got an option by himself as he tries to go for net, blocked. Still all tied up. Mike over the top. Still at the flick. I didn't even know you had that, but Flux's shot not going to be good enough. As now we see Nordavind stuck under pressure in the road side of the field.
Godsmiller got an important touch on that one, though. And Data now going to have a 1v1. If he can take it down, he gets the flick over the player, but Tenor is going to be back out. Dente keeps the pressure up. It's rolling towards goal.
What did I say earlier on set about the third man almost being magnetized out of the field? It's happened yet again. And just beat for the challenge. And Nordavind have got a 2-1 lead.
Hashtag hearts. Starting to get nervy. Nordavind, they need to win this series. That could be a huge goal in the swing game. Distan now takes to the skies. Looking for another touch on this air dribble. Can't quite get there, and Nordavind slow things down a little bit. Al Dente looking for the passing field, but oh no! What the flux?
Okay, cool. Al Dente's touch here is not good at all, and everyone from Nordavind tried to just scramble to work it out. It was a triple commit to try and block. 3v1 in the challenge, and the one comes out better.
Yeah, not one they want to see back there. Nordavind and Asus Rogue Army find their way back into it. Hashtag United again, going to be watching in the crowd. I feel sorry for them at the moment. They're going to be aging at the moment as the chance comes in. Godsmiller gets it clear here for Nordavind. Holding on at the moment, both teams, to be honest with you. No idea who's going to win this game.
Remember, this is the swing game. Winner of this is on match point. Godsmiller by himself. He's taking his time. Realizes no challenge for a while. Tries to get it over to Data, but it will be cut out by Distan. They've done a better job of reading these air dribbles. Now Distan all the way back out. And Tenor backs down. Oh, dearie, dearie me.
I mean, this is hurting my heart at the moment. And this doesn't, you know, the future of my season isn't on the line, so God knows how the players are feeling right now. Ball into the middle, and oh, Al Dente! Again, his second goal of the game. Gives Nordavind the lead. Hashtag not happy, you can see him there. But it's a long old series, boys. Hold on to your hats.
45 seconds left, Army. Got to try and put something together here. They've got a good kickoff for themselves. I mean, Distan's misplayed this. A double commit as well will not help out. As Nordavind just got to settle down into their rotation. Miller, another good challenge. Distan wants to go long again. I think Nordavind are reading this now. They've kept people behind the halfway line. Army are going to have to put something together very smart if they want to try and beat this defense.
Tenor should get to that ball first. He does drop it down into the center of the box, but no one there for Asus Rogue Army with just 17, 15, 14 seconds left on the clock. Something needs to happen for them. Distan, I know what boost to work with there. Godsmiller's going to have to get this one away. Tenor didn't quite get the read on that. Slightly awkward bounce. Flux now towards the backboard. Important touch there from Data to get that one down. Distan's not going to be able to create anything, and Nordavind do take game number 3 here. On a turnaround, these guys are making it. They're making it hard for themselves. They're making it even harder for Hashtag.
They really are. And the last 3 goals we saw were almost scrums for how they ended up being scored. The Nordavind, 1 game away.
That's all it is,
at
Shogi.
this point. But we've already seen this before. That last game to clinch is the hardest game of your entire season.
Yeah, this is the one that really matters. I think once you get into the playoffs, the semi-finals, the final, if you make it that far, it's kind of a game-by-game basis. Everything that's happened before kind of becomes irrelevant, but this is in the moment. They have to produce this now. Reminder to everyone at home at the moment might be joining us for the first time. Nordavind need to win this series in order to guarantee themselves a place in the playoffs. Hashtag United, who played earlier, they're relying on Asus Rogue Army to send this to a 3-way tie, I believe, where then things get all sorts of complicated and we have to get abacuses out and pens and paper and all sorts of stuff.
See Army having a lot of fun with this. They're having the fun that Hashtag aren't.
Yes,
at this
they're having the
moment
fun
in time.
that anyone who's relying on something to happen isn't having. And now Dente was the man with those 2 goals there in that game, the two final goals to give Nordavind the chance of closing out the series. And we were saying, Data's going to be consistent. Who's going to step up to be that man on your screen right now?
Absolutely is. So we go into game number 4 very soon. I'm looking across the field, and honestly, I don't know how much we can really glean from that game. It was an important swing game, but a lot of the goals we saw scored were just weird challenges that seemed to just go in. It wasn't really great play overall. It was just bad challenges. This team's now won.
Very, very strange game.
Is it Rocket League always a very, very strange game?
It's true. Especially when you got us two talking over the top of it.
I mean,
it's even stranger, isn't it?
I mean, perfection is very strange. Don't get to see it often.
So then, Nordavind, can you close out the series now? Will we see a game number 5? A picture says 1,000 words. There we go. He's still in good spirits. We know that. I mean, you can definitely see he's crying a little bit underneath.
Let's get into this one, shall we? Army have got to now take 2 back-to-back. It's gonna be dropping straight down. A perfect start almost there as Miller taps that one wide.
Asus Rogue Army get the ball away now. Flux and Tedder both committing for that ball. Distan, oh, he's whiffed that one. Wonder if he's going to follow for wide, but Flux manages to get back just at that moment to get away. Tedder's going to get an awkward clearance now. Shot towards goal. Distan with the save. Asus again looking so shaky at the start of this one.
It's always whenever they try and clear out defense as well. Once they get out, they usually look pretty decent, but whenever they're getting just squeezed into the little box area, they are capable of some really weird singular touches. Distan, a lovely block there. Miller drops it straight down to Al Dente. Oh, that was the one. That would have been an absolutely fantastic way to do it. Now Al Dente looks to go the entire way by himself. It's a delayed shot. Data straight down to the path of Tedder.
The interesting thing is here, however scrappy some of these games have been, the best goal of the series came from Nordavind. It was a great play between all the players, and they almost just recreated it. It seems like they have that in the locker somewhere. When things click, Nordavind can create an opportunity out of nothing instead of kind of relying on a mistake or a little bit of luck going their way.
We're not really seeing that many passing plays coming out from Army. I was about to say that, immediately going for the infield. But all the time, it's just individuals trying to pass the ball across the entire field. Nordavind, you feel like there's more of a team element to them. Good pass straight across. Miller won't be able to get towards the end of that one. Try and go for the setup, but it's going to be Tedder once again. Seems like he's doing a lot of the heavy lifting in defense right now.
Ball drops into midfield then. Miller is going to make the contact he wants, and the shot comes in from Distan. Big save coming in from Data.
That was so close to being Nordavind being their own worst enemies. Distan goes for it quickly, was under no pressure. I feel like he could have taken his time a little bit more, set himself up for a stronger play out, and Nordavind can take advantage. They're going to win this one. One player back in defense, drop down, Data. Al Dente with the follow-up, looks to try and put that one up high. And Distan finally clears, but as you see, every single clear is loose. And it's going to be Miller! Goal for Nordavind!
Miller finally makes Asus Rogue Army pay. 2 minutes 44 now for Nordavind to just hold on to this lead. Again, just a goal that kind of came at their own creation, to be honest with you. Asus Rogue Army, and they're just not being able to get these clears away, not being able to relieve the pressure, and Nordavind are taking advantage.
Tedder, far side, still over half this game remaining. Flux straight down the middle, that'll be easily taken up by Data. Clear, not that great, but it's over to Distan. Tries to go straight for net from midfield. It was always going to be a hopeful shot. You can see already here how much easier Nordavind are having of a time getting out of their own defense. That is a pass into the middle, and Army, I don't know what that was. You look distraught on set.
It's not the way you want to see things end. But, however, Data takes advantage of it. He puts that one in. He's never going to say...
Data's now had 2 really, really simple goals.
He's never going to turn those ones down. I mean, Christmas is just around the corner now. Presents have come a little bit early for Data in this series.
It's the season for giving, and Army have given a lot so far.
Here we go then, Army. What have you got? What are you made of? Can you give hope to Hashtag United with a couple of goals inside the last 2 minutes here?
Oh, that's a poor whiff. Data looking to follow up. It was him and Al Dente. That bounce might actually suit Turner. He's
Here goes
trying to
Tenor.
follow it up. Goes
Tenor.
straight for the top, but Godsmiller scrambles that one away from his own net and now takes his time. Once again, Nordavind gets stuck in defense, but they immediately get rid of the pressure.
Domino came in there as well. They're trying to keep up the pressure. You can see they're having to commit now. Distan. Data's going to get a nice clear away though for Nordavind. Just relieve that pressure. Godsmiller now. To make the contact he was looking for. Flux might have an opportunity. Gets it on target. Data back with a save though.
Yeah, Data had to shake off the challenge and the potential demo from one of his opponents, and he did very well to not only do that, but also get there for the save. Godsmiller taken out of the play for the time being, and it's Flux and Turner pulling themselves together.
Data again's gonna have an
and
easy
Data
job.
just taps that one in. Take a look at Army here. Oh, they're going to be off screen. You know what? I think that might be for the best. Just imagine 2 orange cars just sprawling across the pitch.
Nordavind then might have done what they needed to do to make the playoffs here at the Elite Series. Asus Rogue Army, one of the architects of their own downfall, to be honest, in these last couple of games. Have to give credit to Nordavind though. They have taken advantage of it. And now Al Dente's looking for another one off the backboard. Tenor on the breakaway here. Minute left on the clock. Miller, a good challenge there. Well, I've got to be honest, I wasn't quite expecting 3-0 victory here for Nordavind if it does end up this way, like it is looking like it's going to. Maybe expecting a little bit more from Asus Rogue Army, but at least the man that we highlighted before the series has stepped up and shown how much he is worth for this Nordavind team.
I think we haven't seen Data make a mistake since the opening 15 seconds of this series. He has now wrapped himself up a hat trick. With 37 seconds remaining here, Nordavind looking like it's going to be academical for them. They look to try and secure their spot in the playoffs. Godsmiller, let's see something fancy now from him. It's an open net and couldn't quite score it. No, goal of the season is a thing.
That's
You
true.
might as well give it a go, infield pass. And now it's, Nordavind have lost their scoring touch now, but they don't really need it at this point in time. Looking for the triple touch, Al Dente cleans up.
Yeah, 5-0 now. Time for hashtag maybe to pack their bags. Think about moving out of the Gfinity arena for a couple of weeks until we're back again. Asus Rogue Army will be walking out with them. But Nordavind, to perform like this when the pressure's on, we saw how difficult it was for hashtag United earlier to do so. Yes, they were going up against FNATIC, who played incredibly well, but Nordavind have been solid. They've been consistent in this series, and it's been enough for them to book their place into our playoffs. Are they going to get another one just before the end? It doesn't matter. 5-0 in our deciding game here. Nordavind will move on into our playoffs. Congratulations to those 3 gentlemen on your screen right now. A big performance in a big series.
And they will be joining leaders of the pack, FNATIC and Epsilon, in next week's playoffs. A huge result for them. Army, they started off well. They looked like they were getting into their groove, but end of games 3 and 4, they just looked like they crumbled.
Yeah, pressure really did get to them. You can see, you know, the hype wasn't there today that we have seen from them before when things have been going well. Brought Flux back in. Maybe looking to recreate some of that form they had in previous weeks, but it wasn't enough. Al Dente, Godsmiller, and of course Data, the big man in the middle of your screen there. They all stepped up when it matters and they got that win 3-1.
Yeah, and just take a look at some of these goals. Open net. Godsmiller couldn't quite turn that one in, but Army just never had any sort of foothold in this game. And after the mistakes started, they just came rapid fire. Take a look at this one. Open net for Godsmiller. He's never going to miss that one. And you just see more and more of it. Poor touch. Data, once again, I think he scored a hat trick of open goals for this entire series. This is about as close as Army came. And then the last minute was just brutal.
Data's going to go back and be like, oh, I scored a hat trick. It was so sick. It's like, what was it?
It was a hat trick, okay. You can go worry about how you got the hat trick.
That's the ones you lie about, the flip resets. I mean, you'll have to watch it back. But Data's going to take that all day, as we say. The fact that he scored that hat trick, and unfortunately, the pictures that we don't want to show you at home is the hashtag United faces after Nordavind did pick up that win, because that means that they will be out of the Elite Series. They did have it in their hands, though, Shogun. They've only got themselves to blame.
Yeah, they absolutely did. I mean, they started off this season so perfectly. 2-0 throughout the entirety of the opening few weeks. They took the break, and then as soon as that break happened, we brought it up on the desk how that break might affect their season. they had the break and they came back and they lost every single game since then. So hashtag, they know where it went wrong. They know the exact moment it went wrong. And they're going to be out of the Gfinity Elite Series along with Asus ROG Army.
And the fact that hashtag United were in this, you know, they were kind of in a position to maybe make it through to the playoffs is the important thing. Last season, we look back, definite improvement for hashtag United. Unfortunately, they aren't going to make it through, but I believe we're going to Ariel now. She's with one of the teams, and I don't know where you are. I never know where you are. You move about so much. Where are you, Ariel?
I'm up in the winning stations with the winning team, and this is always my favourite part of the show when I get to speak to Data, because I'm definitely in line with his chest.
Hello.
Hi, Data.
Hello.
Congratulations, guys. You're through to the playoffs.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about you guys, because this series you've been really consistent. A lot of people have been saying you've really grown together as a team. What's been working for you?
I guess everything. We played a lot recently, and our results have been getting better since week 1 of GFIN. And yeah.
What's the team mentality like? Are you all friends? Are you all communicating?
Yeah, and as for the question to Cosmilla, I think also like we're trusting each other more, and that helps a lot for sure.
Definitely trust is a good thing. Hashtag a night out because you guys have won. Who would you like to see? Who would you like to be up against in next week's playoffs?
I don't know. Reason, method, anyone actually.
Anyone. You're willing to take them all on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, congratulations, guys. An excellent performance from you, and we'll see you next week in our playoffs.
Thank you very much. There you go. Data. What a beast. What a unit.
What a unit.
What a unit.
And, man is a fridge.
And he is a fridge. But hey, I'll tell you what, Group B, all decided, all done, all dusted. Epsilon weren't playing today. They were watching the results, waiting for that. They go through in 3rd place. In 2nd place, those guys you just saw win, Nordavind in 2nd. And obviously, due to FNATIC's win, they will be top of the table, going straight through to the semi-final. So there you go. Nordavind, as it stands, will now be playing 3rd place finisher of Group A. And Epsilon will be playing 2nd place finisher of Group A. But surprise there or commiserations? How do you feel about that Group B?
We were saying as there was a horrible camera shot of hashtag at the top of the arena.
You mean it bad? Because I'll have a word with the cameraman if it was.
No. Oh, it was framed perfectly.
Oh, thank you. They'll appreciate it.
But no, I think I've just felt bad for hashtag. They're such a strong start to this season, and they're a strong team, like we said.
Onse said, and I think it was Shogun as well, that bye week kind of did them in the nicest possible way, getting those wins, and then done in by the fact that you come back and then they haven't won.
Yeah, they had a big break, and they're going to be kicking themselves because the team who have pipped them out in the tiebreaker is the team they lost to last week, 3-0. All they needed was a point from that game, and they would have been in. All they needed was a point from today, they would have been in. But they just weren't able to get it.
They were that one overtime goal away from getting in.
Is that a mentality of how they approach the game, perhaps? Is that something that they can go away and look at now and go, hey, look, we were only looking for a point. We should have been thinking, let's get a 3-0.
I mean, ultimately, you're going to be rewarded for your consistency in these. You can't say, oh, we had a bye week. That doesn't matter. Everyone has a bye week. It doesn't matter where you end up after the bye week. It just needs to be on a high. So they need to say to themselves, look, we messed up. For whatever reason, something happened in that week that meant that we couldn't go on and be the strong team we started as.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was that changed. I don't know if you identified anything.
They just looked a bit more timid. We talked about that last week. They looked like they were scared to lose suddenly, which wasn't really the case in the first 2 weeks. They were more of a loose cannon, just coming in and not really expecting much because nobody thought they were going to make playoffs. And suddenly they're top of the league and they think, hold on, we could do this, just another point to lock it in. And they maybe get a little bit too scared to lose.
When they've got everything to lose, they will happily lose it.
Some people, while they're watching, might want to know what the scores were and how things finished today. Like going to the cricket and you put in your own results. So, just here you go. 3-1 winners for FNATIC and 3-1 winners for Nordavind. Will that be a straight set? Will it be 3-1?
You wouldn't. You don't want to be on the right-hand side. And, you know, it's not actually the worst predictions to call it 3-1, 3-1 for the final 2 games. The left-hand side winning.
That.
I would actually take that as well. You know?
So now we look into Group A. Excel will be taking on Reason Gaming, and then Vitality taking on those boys Envy. I mean, it gets complicated again, doesn't it? Because now who can the permutation? Method, forget about them. We'll see them again in the semi-finals. But it's now about who those other teams are that go in to the quarters.
Johnny, you had this set in the break.
Well, we think we figured it out. So let me just see if we can get this right. The next matchup we have is Reason versus Excel. And if Excel win that, they're in. That's simple as that. If Reason win, there is one world where they don't qualify, and that is if the final game of the day goes precisely 3-2 in Ren Vitality's favor against Envy. In that world, Reason would lose, because Vitality beat them in a head-to-head where they both finished off in 6 points, and Envy would finish on 7 because of the 3-2 loss.
Now, I heard all of that, and it went in my brain, but then I feel like there's a lot of people that are going to be confused by that. So what we've done for you, guys, we've got the forecast from the one and only Mr. Onset. Should break everything down nice and simple.
Hello and welcome to the Group A forecast for this week. Now we'll start off in the north here with Team Method, and things are looking bright and sunny. Now they've of course already played all of their games and guaranteed themselves a top spot, and they'll be moving straight through into our semi-finals. Now onto the teams who are in action this week, and we'll start off with Excel versus Reason, and as we can see here, dark clouds are looming for both because only a win will do. Now for the team that loses, they'll be swept out of contention, but for the other team, they'll be waiting on the result of our second match of the night to decide if they'll continue the tournament. The second match of the night will be between Vitality and Team Envious. Now for Envious, we have a promising forecast here because they only need the 1 point in order to guarantee themselves a playoff spot. However, if they lose to Vitality, then the sunny spells may subside, some storm clouds might gather because they could very well be dragged into a three-way tie. So here is the summary for Group A. Method are already through to the semi-finals. Envy need 1 point to guarantee playoffs. A win will guarantee Excel playoffs. If 2 teams end up tied, it comes down to a head-to-head record. And if 3 teams end up tied, it comes down to an overall game difference. So that's the forecast for Group A, and be prepared for anything. It could be quite a turbulent day ahead. Enjoy.
Bravo, bravo, bravo to that man there with the forecast. However, I have been told on numerous people in the arena, they've said they're a bit disappointed you're not wearing your snazzy jacket. Is there any particular reason for that? Or is it like 2 different, you were playing a character there on set?
That's a glimpse into my future, isn't it? I think it's what that is, to be honest with you.
I think you make a beautiful weather person.
Thank you, Tom.
But listen, obviously, change on the desk. No Stumpy, no Johnny Boy, but Shogun and Onset move on over. Gentlemen, it is a little bit complicated, but it's very simple for Envy. They just need that 1 point. But if you look at Excel versus Reason Gaming, Excel definitely need just a simple 3 points, and they are guaranteed that playoff spot.
Yeah, nice and simple. Just beat
Just
Reason.
win. Yeah, just win your game.
And that's what it's all about, Rocket League. Yeah, don't be playing for a point.
I like it though.
needed.
I like it when we get to these sort of situations where we don't have to use complicated tiebreakers. It's just win the game, move on through. That is it. Don't do anything else.
Let's keep it simple. Let's not go into the details. As you can see in front of you, Method are in the semi-finals. We'll see them again. And they're actually not playing this week. They're on a bye, so they'll be quite comfortably probably sat right now with their feet up. Team Envy, we'll get to them in a bit, but Excel in 3rd place. And they are taking on a Reason Gaming side that are quite disappointing this year for them, or what have you made of them?
I think it's hard to be disappointed with them, to be honest, given the circumstances they put together. They threw that team together in, I think, less than 48 hours. So for them to even have any points, I think is actually almost an overachievement for them. So they can't be disappointed. They'll be looking towards seeing what parts of this team they want to build towards next season, because they've done it before. They've picked parts of the team that they like and then just go, all right, that's what we're sticking with. We're going to build around that. We're going to win next season.
Okay, but Excel, the stronger team, you would say, though, on set?
Yes, I would say on paper and by previous form, definitely Excel. One of the stronger teams here. You know, the duo of Pondex and Niels Cook, we've seen them for such a long time now, and Breezy seems to have kind of come in and allowed them to do what they do best as well. And having that player who can come in and kind of elevate the 2 who have been together even to that next level, it shows the level of play that he sort of brought and that level of responsibility he's been happy to take on. I think, you know, Excel, we say they've got to win. The thing is, you expect them to win.
Yeah.
However, this is Excel, and we have also seen them crumble when it matters. So it's going to be...
They have not done the clue in the title when they've needed to. Breezy's come in for your man, Marky Duda. What have you made of him? Because that was a good tactical change, and it seems to have sort of worked. But again, they're in a better position than the other teams below them.
I thought Breezy was super impressive the last time that we saw him, to be honest. We were kind of looking at, as I say, at Niels Cook and Pondex and what they could bring to the table, but he was the player who was kind of being the creative spark for them.
Yeah, Breezy's come in here. We mentioned it actually before the season. I spoke to you how he was actually formerly on a team with EXO as part of the Intellectuals. He's already seen his former teammate not quite make it. He doesn't want to be feeling that way after this series.
Okay, well, listen, here you go. They are taking on Reason. The lineup, a couple of changes every now and again, or there haven't been. It's been kind of consistent with Shacharon, but when they needed to deliver, they haven't quite been able to. His centenary game, you missed it, Shogun. Shacharon had a centenary game, but it didn't go to plan.
I feel almost insulted that anyone would dare do anything important whilst I'm not around. I feel like they should have waited.
And that is an interesting comment that we will definitely feed back to the production upstairs.
We should have cancelled last week.
We should have done, shouldn't we?
Should have done.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, contractual obligations, and obviously a course that I'm going to learn how to say it. Listen, before we talk more about Reason, let's find out a little bit more about that man, Pugsy. Talented man.
I've always wanted to play on stage, play competitively, and it's so much fun.
Here's Pugsy. With a touch, gets the equaliser. 0 seconds left.
I definitely enjoy the team aspect of Rocket League. I guess that has been influenced by how my family all play music together. You know, it's so nice to have something that we all love. I'm always looking to improve, I'm always looking to play the next hardest piece. And same with Rocket League, I'm always looking to beat the next best player. I actually think the matchup that went the way we weren't expecting was Envy. I mean, that was probably a slightly better result than we thought we would get.
And look how we arrived. Pugsy, 2 players in position. Oh, and he threads the eye of a needle into the top corner.
Yeah, I'd quite like to stick out with Shacharon and Kalex. I think putting a lot more time in, we could definitely improve and be a pretty good team.
Rather than believing they can score more goals. That's a good start, though. That's much better. All 3 of them involved.
Next big thing for me in Rocket League is, well, trying to get to the playoffs. This weekend, our chance to get into the playoffs is not entirely in our hands. We just got to look forward to XL now.
Good pass.
Daniel Skog with a great pass to Pundex, and Pundex scores 27 seconds remaining.
And really just have fun. Keep meeting all the other players, all the people at Gfinity. Yeah, just enjoy it as much as I can.
That is beautiful. You play it. I mean, interesting enough, Pugsy there. Shacharon, we know he can play the guitar and he can belt a tune out as well. We've heard him sing Ed Sheeran on his Twitter. The interesting thing about this Reason team, they lost to Method last week. They have beaten Envy. It depends who's going to turn up. What sort of form are they going to be in and how are they going to attack this? But at the same time, can they just build on the roster they have and move forward into Season 5, potentially?
I mean, you're looking at this team, there's a couple of good shouts here. Heck, this team might not even need changing, to be honest. You can look at this either one of 2 ways, depending on how they perform during the series. And it's either a case of you go, okay, this team needs this player moved out and we can sort this out. Or you could say, just give them some time together, get that chemistry up, and then see how they do. Either way, I think Reason have got reasons to be optimistic heading forward.
I agree. I think that they've got a nice mix of personality, a nice mix of players. Pugsy has been the player who's kind of emerged this season in the Elite Series. You know, he didn't play too many games last season when we saw him, but he's really stepped his game up, and he's kind of been the go-to player who's been the spark, like we say, for a lot of these teams. And he's been so impressive as far as his ability to improve from season to season. We've seen it with a lot of players in the Elite season, the ability to come into the live environment and play every week in the live environment. It really has turned some of these players into superstars. We always go back and we talk about, you know, the likes of the Method team from Season 1, Metsonoris, etc., and what they've gone on to achieve from there. And it's just great to see that it's still producing players like this.
Yeah, we saw some action there from their loss against Method, but Method top of the table. They've been very consistent. This is Pugsy's stats from Season 4 in front of you. 5 goals, 6 assists, 9 saves, and I won't tell you the last one because you can see for yourself. 23 shots. Oh, I did it. Right, Pugsy, but what? How can they build on this going forward? You talk about they can learn from this and they've got a balanced side, but they're taking on your team here today. What's going to happen? I want to know this, Shogun.
I think you got to see, like, they have been improving a lot as we move forward. They kind of stole a win in week 1, but no one expected that, to be completely honest. So they did very well to go and do that. But I think you can't teach chemistry. You have to sort of make the decision of, are these guys going to be capable of putting together team plays? That's sort of what I want to see from them this week. I want to see a couple of 1-2 players from them, see that you can do that. If they're not, and you see a lot of individual, then you got to say, okay, we need to move some stuff on.
Okay, well, listen, they are taking on XL right now, and we're going to welcome out those players, Niels, Kurt, Pondex, and Breezy. will Reason be making sweet, sweet music in the Gfinity Arena? It's time to find out. Pugsy, Shakaran, and Calix! Well, I tell you what, they've got experience in that middleman, Shakaran. What says you for predictions? I know you're 100%.
I'm not giving them.
You're not giving them?
No. We're
You're
getting too close
refusing
to the final. Well, I've just got everyone right. I'm not ruining the series for anyone anymore.
I don't know what to say. Contractually, we have to get a prediction off you.
Would you want to ruin it?
Do you want me to give it for both?
Yeah.
Okay, Excel.
Okay, there you go.
Actually, Reason, because I don't think they're going to win. I want to ruin his prediction records.
Oh.
I'm not giving a prediction.
That's harsh. Well, team, listen, I'm going to leave you here to think about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to head over, so come with me. My main man, cameraman Max, as I head over here for a second. Listen, gentlemen, let's bring it in. This is a juicy little contest, and I didn't know Pugsy could play the guitar so well. That's incredible.
And the violin, and probably the piano, and
yeah,
who knows
and
what else.
also I noticed his desk area, very tidy.
He definitely tidied that before the crew came over to have a look. On set, by the way, that's a brave prediction, going for Reason.
Interesting.
I don't necessarily agree with him there. Me and Johnny, we were saying probably Excel, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And
Gonna be
why?
Excel today.
Just too strong, and this Reason team been put together last minute. They need to grow, they need time, and therefore that's why you're going for Excel.
Excel are nuts at the moment. They're just going crazy. Every time we see them, they just do something a little bit different, and they go full beans at it.
Okay, full beans. I
Full
like that.
beans.
I'll be over there with the toast.
All right, if we need you, we'll let you know. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, mate.
But yeah, we do both think that Excel probably have what it takes. I mean, you just have to look at the last results for these guys. Reason coming off a loss, a tough loss to Method, but Excel with a massive win. It's shaking the whole league, really. They've just beaten Vitality, the defending champions, last week, 3-1. So let's see what they can do today versus Reason Gaming. This is game one. Both these teams absolutely need a win to progress into the quarterfinals.
So on the blue side, we see Excel, orange in their logo, but blue anyway. Reason Gaming, red on the orange side. And we said Excel because last week, Niels Cook was saying Breezy, he thought, was his strongest player on that team. And I agree, he was my MVP. I thought he was absolutely stunning with how he played. There was no mistakes.
Yeah, Niels put it right, or put it best when he said this man just didn't make any mistakes at all. He just didn't put any feet wrong or any wheels wrong, if you will. But that's what you need to do to help out, especially a player like Pondix, who can really pop off. He can make some incredible touches with the Batmobile, but he's also been the least consistent player on this team. Looks like Breezy might be the one to balance that today. So far, 1 minute gone. No goals just yet. Calix looking to get a center ball. He's hit the ceiling though. That will run straight into Breezy, the man at the back looking solid to start off game one.
Pugsy running a Stocktain as well. Very standard car. Calix just using that Batmobile for that length. He's been known to use that for a while now. He was a hotshot main.
Yeah, he used to be hotshot main.
He was a hotshot main. Nobody played hotshot. We saw him the day he was playing hotshot in some tournament. And it was nice seeing it back, but he's gone for the dark side of the Batmobile.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a long shot on target just, but it looks like, well, not quite on target, but either way, Pugsy would have had it in his back pocket. Pretty even back and forth at the moment. These lobs in field can be dangerous. That one was looking towards Shakaran. Couldn't quite get on the end of it. Reason Gaming looking to come back from some tough losses in week 2 and 3. Excel with the better chances early on in this match. Chance now for Niels to get the power clear. He's decided to go to the corner with it. That's straight at Shakaran, who's waiting. These lobs towards players in the midfield, they're not quite reaching their target. A couple of whiffs there. This time Pugsy not making contact. That's center ball though. Chance, Breezy gets it clear, but not too far.
Moves his way back into the blue half. Sustained pressure for Reason. Niels Cook just trying to boom it long as often as possible. Found the corners a couple times. And that's probably the easiest place to read it at when you're already on the backboard, because you can just jump off from there, see where it's going. Especially when it's so lofty. That's a chance off that top corner. Calix can't quite sink it. We've gone past half time. Looking like there is more chances for Reason Gaming here. Nothing coming on that scoreboard just yet as Niels attempts to send a shot on again. Like we said, Shakaran jumping off that backboard, getting nice clears around Breezy, playing solid in the back. We said that he can be up or down. He's a roller coaster player if ever there was one. We've seen him do some incredible shots where he gets 0 angles out of nowhere. Other times he can miss an easy just intercept. So I wonder which Pondex we've got today.
So far, so good. It's been Breezy struggling in the back. Boost starved several times. Best chance of the game going to Calix earlier on, but he didn't get it on target or very quickly. Pondex rattles the crossbar and the post, but it's a counter-attack just going wide by Reason. Breezy needs to be careful there. He's been really low on boost every time we've looked at him this game. He needs to try and get that rotation over the small pads.
Pone trying to have a shot on the net there. Calix earning that Saviour medal as Pone starts to come back with 0 boost. Calix now stealing both those doubles away from Pone. This should be a chance for sustained pressure. Oh! Breezy can't get the touch. Calix, just below the crossbar, secures the first goal of this series.
What a strike by Calix. Look at that defense that Excel had. Niels had the entire top shelf covered except the top right corner. That's where Calix has boomed it. That was from mid-air with both his dodges already used. Fantastic power. That goal has taken almost 4 minutes to arrive. Not long left in the game for Reason to hold on to. This could be exactly what they need. I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier. They don't secure their spot in the playoffs with a win here.
No,
but
Excel do.
Excel would if they can get a win. Reason, if they do win this series, are looking for anything except 3-2 Vitality over Envy later on today.
Interesting to see how this day will develop. Niels far post hits both of them, but no Reason defender able to get on the end of it. From that side where he follows it, that bamboozles both of the defenders, and he can sink it.
I've never heard bamboozle be more aptly used in a Rocket League cast. It was a pretty bamboozling bounce off the far post. I was absolutely.
I don't know about you, Jonathan.
Very bamboozled, somebody.
Thoroughly bamboozled.
It's ended up at the back of the net. Hold on, though. That's a chance. Nielskog is there to clear his lines. 30 seconds left. Excel have tied this one up. Chance for Calix off the sidewall, met by Pondex. Niels now backing up Breezy, who's going to hit it long. Pugsy decides to go for the shot on target. Niels solid. No backflips on accident here today. This is getting close to the final seconds of the match now, and it's still 1-all. Excel and Reason. The winner of this will secure their spot unless the 3-2 for Vitality happens later on. It's Reason we might get the last chance unless a strong clear comes in for Excel. It's going to be a strong clear. Don't think it's strong enough though.
Let that hit the floor.
Reason accept overtime gladly in game 1.
Yeah, if that pressure's starting to move over to you, you just need to let the ball hit the floor, move on from there. A chance though immediately off kickoff. Pugsy with a lot of power. Only 5 seconds into overtime, scoring that kickoff goal. Shaka moving up with it. Niels sends it back to his own net.
That trip!
And taps behind.
That trip onto Niels. Pugsy maneuvers Niels out of the way, who was trying to just dribble that back into the corner to safety. What a win for Reason. They can knock out Excel. That would, in my opinion, be a pretty big upset in today's match. But also just in the grand scheme of things, we expected, or at least some of us expected Excel to be the team to beat Reason when they finally matched up, likely at the bottom of the table, as they are today.
Yeah.
But Reason are on top. Let's take a look at some of the replays from that first game.
Not too many crazy chances coming out. I mean, we saw that one there. Calix should have had it in. Getting this boomer, though, completely redeemed himself. Does go top corner, like Johnny said. Niels tries to backflip to get something on it. And this bamboozling goal by Niels Cook has time to read it, not much boost, until he gets tripped up, like I said, by Pugsy. As he jumps, it just turns him backwards, and the defender can't get to it.
Yeah, Pondex didn't expect that. He sees Niels going for the ball, and he thinks, looks like Niels has got that under control. So I'm just going to come out and maybe take the ball off him. Suddenly, Pugsy cuts across, takes Niels out of the play, and puts the ball in the bottom left corner. I think Pondex has got to look at that though and think to himself, I could have stayed further back there, could have maybe sat on the goal line and given Niels some time to ball chase.
I think it all happened so quickly was the issue. It was just, it developed in a matter of seconds. I was only 5 seconds into the overtime, and he managed to score. That first game going to Reason, it seemed very back and forth. Obviously, it was a 1-all overtime, so it was inherently back and forth. But I didn't expect it to necessarily be that close. These guys have played each other in lots of online tournaments recently. We've currently got the Renegade Cup going on. They're entering as many as they can. They're coming up against each other. They're learning how they play. And as we enter game number 2, this knowledge needs to come out from both teams just to hit the edge.
So far, it's actually Reason who have
been making less mistakes. Breezy was touted by Niels as the MVP of last week for Excel. He's not been able to get involved much, and again, he's completely boost-starved. He's having a horrendous game in terms of boost management. Sometimes that does happen in 3v3. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Nice shot by Shakaron. 1-0 Reason. Disaster for Excel.
Yeah, Pwned again just hits central. Shakaron scoring. You see Pugse's mum in that bottom right corner. She's very happy for the team so far. Going 1-0 up in game number 2. And Shakaron reading it sort of just about, it seemed, off the ceiling. He goes up, a little bit too high, then comes back down.
Well, he did well to get underneath the ball at the end of that, didn't he? Because he's jumped so early, he has to fly back down again, just ever so slightly to keep the angle of his shot high and over the defenders. 1-0 Reason game, and taking the lead in both games, although very early on this time. Breezy really, like I said before, he just needs to try and get into a proper rotation. He needs to hit those small boost pads as he's driving around the field, because we talk all the time about the big boost pads being huge in terms of boost management.
Yes.
But the small ones are just as important when your big boost pads are being stolen, when there's none available for you to pick up. The small ones can keep you going if you drive across every single one of them in your path. Oh, Shakaron with the cheeky touch there. Reason looking threatening once again.
Well, it's about 10 seconds, sorry, for the boost pads to respawn.
The large
for
ones,
the big
yeah.
pills. Oh, is it 3 seconds for the small ones?
3 for the small ones.
So you can go around and you can literally just rotate in your own half and just keep refilling your boost. So vital. Pwned there. Yeah, it's a good opportunity, but Pugse getting in the way. Shaq now trying to move up. Doesn't get much from it just yet. Alex following, flips round and upside down. Pugse goes to challenge, keeps the question mark in the XL last third. Moved back out by Niels. And Breezy follows up. And we were saying needs to have a chance to get into that rotation.
He did well there, but I don't think he realized the net was open. He was just trying to put that high over the crossbar for a teammate to follow up. They're doing that repeatedly here. Here comes a step over from Niels, but Pondik's shot is blocked. Counter-attack goal. Shakaron once again gets on the score sheet.
Shakaron so confident that the ball that it would go in their favour, starts to come back, and as soon as he sees Pugse up to get a long clear, he turns. The touch hasn't even happened, and he starts to move his car back round. That half a second of reading the game meant that he was able to get that shot off. They're now 2 clear of XL, looking like they might be taking game number 2.
Will that be 3 though? Oh my goodness, it's so close! It will be 3. Pugse is there. Calix leaving this one hanging on the goal line. What a game for Reason we are witnessing right here. Excel are just all over the place. They can't clear their line, Stumpy.
I don't think they know where each other are rotating. We've seen before that they aren't necessarily the team that are going to have the cleanest rotations. They will do strange decisions every now and then, but that's what makes them really quite threatening, is that you don't know what they're going to do. If they don't know what they're going to do, my God, their opponents won't know what they're going to do.
That might be another goal. Indeed it is. Shakaron hat-trick. And this time it's Niels alone in the back with no boost. Breezy decides to try and go in field, immediately regrets his decision. And Niels had no chance when the ball goes that fast over his head. 4-0. You know, the only thing Excel could be thinking right now is, you know, if Reason could score 4 goals in half the game, why can't we?
Very true.
A long time left in this one.
I mean, I reckoned it was going to be over when it was 2-0, looking like just a lot of Reason pressure. 4-0 to me, I think that's probably insurmountable. I don't know if the stat is still true, but in RLCS, there's only been 1 comeback from 4-0 down.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I heard that 2 seasons ago. I don't know if that's still relevant or correct.
I would be very surprised if there's been a 4-goal comeback since then. Like,
I'm pretty sure there's only been 1.
Yeah, but expect that maybe way back when Rocket League was in its infancy, but now teams are very good at holding on to a lead. Pwned will get 1 back. There's the first goal, and you know, if they keep up this pace, they can get this comeback. Full team passing play, Reason Gaming left on the back foot as Pwned comes in from the far post. That's a really nice pass by Niels to chip it infield.
Well, Niels had the opportunity to go for the shot there as well, but he just knew that Pwned was there, unmarked, 2 on the line. They can't get to it first. If Pwned is up, he is such a good target to send it at. Calix is trying to return a little bit of fanciness, goes for the flip reset shot, doesn't get anything from it. But like you said, more sustained pressure for Excel on the Reason Gaming end. That could be their recipe for success. You don't need to have every shot on target, just have them be threatening and let them waste their own boost.
You know, with how tight Reason are looking with their own positioning, they're all staying quite densely positioned in defense. That's a fantastic pass. Oh my goodness, just wide. And hold on a second, we've got a long shot. Chakaron does have boost to chase it down. I was going to say, it's Excel who need to look for the passing plays. The back post is looking quite vulnerable. Look at that positioning again for a reason. They're all in the front of the box, and the back post is wide open. That's how Ponix was able to creep in and score that first goal. Look at that cross-field pass. Lob, low, doesn't matter. Just get it across to your man at the far post. You've got a chance. Calix,
oh my
blast it.
Gosh, that was a flick.
It was a little bit too much of a flick in the end. This has gone far down and then way over the crossbar on the bounce. Looks like Excel are getting desperate though. So many long shots, not looking really threatening at all.
They can work, but not when there's two defenders literally sitting back.
You might catch a team off guard if they're pressuring you really high up the field with those, but right now, Reason Gaming are looking very, very good. They're playing this one out safely, and that's what you want to see if you're a Reason Gaming fan. Here comes the infield pass to the far post. Ponix is there again, and he can't quite put it in. You see how dangerous that pass is. Wide open shot. Ponix could not hit the target. That might be game.
Good patience there by Ponix just to wait back while Chakaron comes in for the shot attempt. Now 3 goals, I am almost certain won't be happening. We have 10 seconds left. Second game will be going to Reason Gaming. Wow, as this final chance emerging for Excel amounts to nothing. We saw at the end of Ponix getting a little bit nice goal. Chakaron, no one cares.
All right, Chakaron, whatever. 1 second remaining.
We saw Ponix, he ended up being a little bit more patient. I don't think I want that. Normally I'd say, oh, you know what? Good idea to sort of sit back a little bit and then go in for it. No, you need to really just be hammering on the pressure. Think, okay, when did we score that one goal? Oh, it's when we had lots of pressure or Reason. Maybe connect the dots, colour by the numbers, and you could be getting a game out of Reason. But they just need one more. They'll be getting minimum 1 point now. Regardless, that won't be enough for them. They need the win.
They need one more. Reason are so close. Triple match point. And Excel need their reverse sweep to keep their league or their playoff dreams alive.
Reverse sweep.
Let's take a look at that game number 2.
Sweep.
What's that? You want some reverse sweep?
I'd love a reverse sweep.
I love a game 5. I don't really mind at the end of the series. Great turnaround there by Chakaron in the midfield. He realized the pass might be an option. From then on, it was just all Reason Gaming. Yeah, they were able to go up by 4.
I mean, these goals happened so soon after each other. I think it was about 30 seconds. They scored 2 more.
Yeah, well, there's 2 keys for Excel going into the third game. I think one of them is make sure your third man's got boost, because I don't know how many times I've seen the third man running about with no boost. Secondly, that goal that Ponix scored might be the weak spot for Reason Gaming. They're defending their front posts with such a stacked up lineup. There again, back post, free shot. If they can get it across there to someone on the far side, looks to be a weak spot for Reason Gaming for the time being. But can they exploit it enough times? And will Reason Gaming plug that hole and just shut down this series?
I mean, it might even just be a case of if you can get some bumps to the guys in net. I don't think it's needed, but if you can get some bumps in net, that just generates a bit of panic in the back, because then they're thinking, we're not safe. We're sitting literally in our net, and we're still not safe. You don't want to be sitting too far forward, too far back. You need to find that sweet Goldilocks spot of where you need to be in the goal. Just sort of slide behind the lines, you're able to turn either way or just be going forwards.
Yeah.
So if they can figure that out, Reason Gaming's defense should improve. But if that doesn't happen, Excel have got such a hole they can fill.
There is a free shot. It looks like Ponix is first on the scene, and he puts it in. The ideal start for Excel in Game 3. Reason Gaming needed a bit more there from Pugsy. Calix wasn't able to rescue him. Well played by Ponix to just about get it past. He squeezed it in. Jeez. The vicious Trundler. 8 seconds in, they take the lead.
Trundles into the net, putting Excel ahead. Remember, they do need this reverse sweep for their tournament hopes to still be alive. And Reason Gaming, even if they win this, they need Game 5 to occur. Ponix, once again.
Whoa! It was a good shot by Ponix. We call this a 4-starter for sure, but what could this have been saved?
Yes.
I think that Chakaron might have had enough in the tank to get around that. And that's now Pugsy. Aerial weak hit to set up Ponix's first goal. Chakaron, bit of dodgy in the goal line there. Our Reason crumbling here. Calix is going to try something fancy.
I think
put it in.
I think that was a case of Chakaron jumping too early again. So before he scored from it, but that time he didn't get the save. He just jumps and then goes to position himself. He's not taking that extra quarter of a second just to turn a bit more and then go for it. If you just get more towards the net and then go, but this is looking like XL could start pummeling the net. If Chakron's got doubts, we know he can be a tilty boy. That is what they're hoping for.
A tilty boy. I wish Chakron didn't hear that. He'll be tilted.
Don't tilt don't tilt Chakron.
Okay, he didn't look, thank goodness. Excel still 2-0 in this third game. Gonna put the pressure back on Reason Gaming. Reason Gaming just needs to not panic here because that's been the story of game 3 for them so far. A couple of panicked plays in defense. They don't need to rush this at all. They just need to wait for Excel to misplay. Because Excel are probably going to put 1 or 2 feet wrong every game.
The panic game, that's Excel's game to play.
They
love it!
Oh,
Breezy nearly getting it on.
Oh, come on!
It's had an open net, and Niels manages to sink it. I don't care that Niels scored that. Podex, what are you doing?
I love this. Look at that shot by Podex. Oh my goodness. That has got to be one of the worst misses I've ever seen.
And you've seen a lot of games, Johnny.
I have. That's a cracker from Podex. Classic Casper right there. And Niels is there to put it in. I feel perfectly okay laughing because the ball did end up in the back of the net. What a miss. But, you know, that's almost his hat-trick as well. He could have had a hat-trick there. Just over a minute of gameplay, but he's absolutely blasted the inside of the post. Still though, 30-0 for Excel. Doesn't matter how you get the goals as long as they go in the back of the net.
I mean, the question now going the other way. We said before that it was 4 goals within one half of the game to Reason. Therefore, Excel can score that. It's been 3 goals within 2 minutes of this game.
Are you ready for number 4? Now? I think we might be. No, never mind. Looks like that did go wide, but still.
I think Breezy rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, looking threatening. I think for a second that Breezy might be able to get round it and put it on target for the 4th goal. Reason, suddenly you can see how much higher up the field they're positioning themselves, leaving themselves wide open for that long shot, those counter-attacks that Excel were trying in the other games. And they weren't working because Reason were sitting so far back. Well, now it might start working. Reason looking a little bit edgy, but you can't really blame them being 3 down like this. Nice touch there by Chakron, but there is Breezy, killing a lot of time with a lofting ball. Half the game gone. That means a half the game still left for Reason Gaming to try and make this comeback happen.
I would have liked to see Niels take a touch there. Instead, he does get it to Breezy in the end. Maybe just take a touch and then go far with it. Pone hunting for this hat-trick. Again, goes for that infield pass. Although it's intercepted, it's brought 2 defenders out. Reason do not know how to deal with them. They've not had to up until this game, really. So that is completely new territory for them. Pugsy now going for 1. Attempts that flip reset. Instead, Ponex gets the save on it. Niels with the second save. Breezy can't go long with this. Low on boost, can't get that mid as it's picked up by Calix. Pugsy sending long onto Calix on target. Just a little bit far out. Does give the defenders time to get in position for the save. Pinched by Pugsy and Breezy as well. Sent at the net. Breezy can't get there as Pugsy clears right. Will go for the pinch. Doesn't quite get it, but it does get over the top of Niels Cook. We've seen before, Johnny, that players, they are starting to adapt those pinches. They can be devastating shots.
Yeah, they're becoming much more popular these days, which I love, obviously. Keeps us on our toes. Just the thought that a goal could happen at any moment from anywhere, especially with Batmobiles in the field. Ponex being one of them. There is another infield pass for Excel, and another goal for Excel. 4-0. Alex this time just not getting the ball in a safe enough location. How about that pass still by Breezy? Still a beautiful touch.
Again, in field, Johnny, like you were saying, you're a good coach, mate.
Oh, thank you, man.
You should coach your top team maybe in season 2. So
how much do they pay me?
I'll give you 18 quid a month. How's that?
Deal.
Deal. Good man.
Deal.
That's contractually obliging, mate.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
A verbal signature.
It's a verbal signature. Yeah, so just seeing Ponex now, we said how off and on he can be. He's a rollercoaster player. I think this is the peak of his game. Just seeing, he didn't just go for a standard shot. He got some flips in there. He got a little bit tricky. Realizes, you know what, I can get this. I'm good enough to do that. And that's the confidence that I adore seeing from him. Breezy missing it. Pone going for the dunk.
Oh my goodness.
Does achieve it. Pone is popping off.
Look at that. He's flicked over 1. There's the fake aerial by Breezy. In comes Ponex. Blocking Calix is clear. Just evidently the better Batmobile in this game. Ponex with what could have been his 5th goal if he didn't miss that open net. He'll have to settle for 4. I think he'll be okay with that. One thing Excel have to be careful of right now, though, Stumpy, is that if they keep overusing this infield pass, then they give Reason chance for powerful counterattacks.
Yeah.
Reason can just sit 1 man a little bit further back, get ready to intercept those. You can just score with your first touch. You can get, obviously, a counterattack pass like we had to Chakron for their 2nd goal in Game 2. There's lots of ways to stop infield passes from being this effective. Oh, there is no goal number 5. 5 goals! Has just been a 5th goal. And I love that touch.
Yes.
To get it past Calix. Avoiding the dunk is so crucial there.
Just even if you're thinking, okay, this isn't going to be on target, it moves you up the pitch. That's your aim in this game. Move up the pitch, get the ball in their goal. He can get it round one and does get a really acute angle at the end as well. That's not an easy shot to make. I think a lot of players, they'd rush it and hit the post. He just takes enough time to secure that that does not happen. Calix now off the backboard, intercepted by Breezy. Can't get much from it. Opponents can go long with this. We approach 10 seconds. We won't be seeing a comeback, Johnny. Spoilers. This is 2-1 now. Still to Reason Gaming, but XL, they are requiring this win.
Hot take there by Stumpy with 12 seconds left. We won't be seeing a 6-goal comeback, but
in theory we could.
Well, I mean, it's not mathematically possible. Highly improbable.
I'll go with you on that one. I agree.
Look at that by putting 10 shots in this game, 5 goals, and his only assist being an open net miss. I don't think you can look at any game to, just show what Ponix brings to a team than this.
800.
Lots of goals, but the occasional massive misplay. I love that though. He's really just outdone himself here.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best games we've seen from Pondex in the Elite Series. Normally it's Niels doing his thing. I mean, look at Pondex.
I love
You're
that.
great, but what is that miss?
I mean, he's showing us how he's not just all about the goals. We saw coming into today, Tadao, Asus Rog had no assists, 11 goals. Ponix sometimes he realizes that he's kind of hogging the score or the goals a little bit. So just hitting off a little pass off the post to his teammate there, Niels, for the 3rd goal. Just wants to let the other players feel involved. He doesn't want to make them feel left out of this one-man comeback.
I mean,
that's getting started here.
He could have had that double hat trick. You see though, XL so happy with that win, realizing their tournament lives are on the line. They need to go for it. I think Reason, within 2 minutes of that game, they conceded essentially. They were like, okay, you know what? It's 3-4-0. Let's just chill. We're not going to have anything else come from this. XL looking incredibly strong. And they will continue fighting, Johnny.
Yeah, it's a really important game 4 here for Reason. They started so nervously in that 3rd game. And if we see a repeat of that in game 4, it might just be over before game 5 even starts. You never know, though, with XL on the other side of the field and with players like Pondex on the Batmobile. But really, really interesting series here all of a sudden. No sweep. Yet. And we won't have that 3-1. We're looking earlier on in the analyst desk. It seemed like every team on the left-hand side of the schedule was winning 3-1 , but not
was
today.
it XL on the left-hand side?
XL were on the left, but with 2 games for Reason, that's no longer on the cards.
The dream.
Let's see if Reason can avoid a nightmare start. Right now I don't even want to see anything crazy from them. I just want to see them hold the lines in defense for about a solid minute, so they can feel like they're playing Rocket League again. For Reason. Okay. If they can avoid conceding really, really bad goals, that would be huge.
And I want to see the complete opposite from XL. I want to see them going crazy. Don't care about defense, guys. You do well when you've got lots and lots of goals going back and forth. You can normally win out on those fights. You can win.
Oh, you see that again?
Say, God, that was a scary block.
Wow, that was exactly what we talked about. You got to try and sort their defense out in the start of this game. Just hold on, because right now, I think they'll know better than anyone. They're not playing well. They're definitely not playing as well as they did in game 1 and 2. Great back pass there by Pugsy. It's a really awkward spot for the final defender. Ponix missing. Looks like he might be going for a block, though. Alex over the top of Niels. Didn't make it out of the final minute without conceding, but still very, very dodgy stuff here for Reason. Can they hold on?
Good.
Oh my goodness.
The way, getting that opportunity for Pwned to end up having a shot on. Goes the opposite post though. That time there was a deserved right post hit instead of his last shot on the open net.
Indeed, it wasn't quite open this time, so you can forgive him for putting that one wide of the target to get it further away from the goalkeeper.
Who's on that?
It's like nobody going up for this for XL. He's been pull-shotted into the ball. Here comes Pondex. He gets beaten by Pugsy. Huge touch there by Pugsy this time. Getting the ball clear to safety. And here he goes in offense. That's not a bad touch towards the XL net. XL are waiting and ready for it. Breezy recovers. That's a 3v1 briefly. Looks like Reason are doing a much better job right now. They're giving each other time to get back, which is something they didn't really do in the last game. Whiff by XL in defense. Breezy is there. It's exactly what we saw from him last week. Oh my goodness! You've got to be kidding me. Where's the finish? No one there for Reason Gaming.
Where are you?
You can just tell how scared they are to concede. They're not moving up with anyone right now.
Where was the attacker?
Massive let off for XL.
It was even missed by the defender. They had so much time to move in, but they were just too scared, sitting in their back third.
Oh my goodness,
Breezy to Niels, back to Breezy. The first goal in this fourth game.
Oh, that's so well played by Breezy. He's kind of faking a hook shot round the ball on net there. And the pass to Niels was disguised well enough that it would have actually gone in regardless of his second touch. Glad to see Breezy on the score sheet, though. He absolutely deserved it for that pass. Excel starting to come back. Here comes Calix. Aerial blocked by Breezy. Huge game for the XL. Man who stepped up, subbed in after the start of the season, and performed fantastically since.
Yeah, of course. Normally on the XL side, you see Marky Doodah.
Niels?
Oh! But Niels was saying in his interview before that Marky's not out the team. But Breezy is a really good fill-in. He is filling these gaps so nicely. We said before they need to find just their rotations. I feel like they have in that third game. That is one of the best times we've seen XL play in the Elite Series.
Oh, that's on! Breezy again!
Oh my, Breezy is everywhere.
Breezy is just dominating this fourth game. And that's huge because he started so slow. He was having boost issues in game 1 and 2. Infield pass to Shakuron! And they're going to use their own weapon against him. Niels can't get the ball clear. And how about that for a vision by Calix?
Pugsy goes straight for Breezy, the man of this game. Takes him out completely before he's got his ball cam on, so he doesn't even see Pugsy coming. Assassinated on his own goal line. This is now drawn. Reason to bring themselves back into the conversation for game number 4.
And that's huge. You know, infield passes can be risky, especially if you're hitting it towards your third man. As Pugsy was not rotating back. He's going for the demo, like you said. Perfectly timed, though. And now Excel under pressure. Once again, can they take it to a game 5? Reason could take it all right here in game 4. Just over a minute left to play. Clear by Ponix, gets intercepted by Calix. Shakuron is up. He's going to try and go over the top towards Calix again. Who's missed it? Where's the shot? There it is. Pugsy puts it in. Huge finish by Pugsy. Shakuron gets it past one defender. Calix gets it past another. And Breezy's just floundering in the net. Well, Pugsy puts it in. 1 minute and 9 seconds left for Excel. Tournament life on the line.
Again, we saw nice hit in the audience. Pugsy's mum sitting there. She's got hands over her face. She can hardly watch.
Niels.
As Reason made their chance back, but now Excel, they are on the hunt for this second goal that they desperately need. Breezy moving up alongside Niels. Niels gets a touch in the corner. Centre. Breezy pwned. Scores! 50 seconds left. We are tied once again.
Niels goes to the right. Shakuron can't get there. Looks like he had boost issues.
Reading off Breezy as well.
And Pondex once again, the man of the moment for Excel. They are not out of it just yet. They need one more goal, and I'll tell you what, another kickoff going to their favor is not going to go too far astray. Shot chance for Breezy. He's put it in field. Pondex not able to get a goal this time. Shakuron read it.
Maybe could have slipped that bottom corner.
It was possible.
There was the opportunity to, but I like they're still going for these passes. Breezy keeping this pressure on now.
It's a big chance now.
Yeah, Pugsy moving out of his own half, gets it over one, tries to get the double, pitched wildly into the corner where Breezy's going to pick up. Bumped out of the air by Calix, caught in the mid by Shakuron. Now, possession moving to Excel, sent far. Pugsy up above Pondex, Breezy needing to turn to get on the end of this. Calix, though, will do his best to stay on it. Breezy trying to get something on him, but Shakuron getting that pressure. 8 seconds. This could be the overtime that decides everything, but no!
Oh!
Pugsy did not want that now! Calix misses! Gets the bump! We are in overtime. This is Reason Gaming's chance to get their way through.
What did we just witness? Oh my goodness! The ball's bouncing at the edge of the box. No one hits it. Like you say, one more goal is needed. Saved by Breezy. Exceller on the back foot. And they have been on the back foot for the best part of a minute. Finally, Ponix gets it clear, but it's coming straight back. Calix towards Pugsy. Drop down to Calix. Shot saved by Niels.
Now, XL need to work out of their own half. They've had a lot of pressure on them this 30 seconds in overtime. Reason hunting, trying to find this last goal. They smell blood, they need more. Niels sends it long, Shakuron collects, sends to Calix. It's going to be moving down the pitch. Pondex tries to challenge, does end up bouncing long. Breezy on that, Pugze
Well
with the dunk. Niels having the widest scary rotation there, doesn't go to the net. Now Breezy
my
into
goodness.
Pone, nearly open. Pugze though off the ceiling, gets to Niels, who is distracted by Calix, moving up with Pugze now. Breezy intercepting, Pone intercepting. This is a battle of attrition.
So many risks being taken by both teams. This is what you need to do to get the win. Who can make the clutch move that's going to win this game? Breezy has been on fire this game, saving Excel multiple times. It's an open hit!
Calix puts it in! That is the final goal. That will secure Reason Gaming their spot potentially in our quarter-finals. Congratulations to them. You see Duck, Moriarty behind them, breathing a sigh of relief. So much passion going into that Reason Gaming side, being picked up at the last minute, and now beating out Excel 3 games to just 1.
A horrendous way to go for Excel, losing their tournament life with a whiff in defense and an open net shot. Maybe, just maybe, if Bonix had stayed on the goal line and played it safe. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But Reason live on in the tournament. They are still in with a chance of making the playoffs. Any score between Vitality and Envy in the last match of today, except exactly 3-2 in favor of Vitality, means that Reason will qualify for the playoffs. Of course, if it does go 3-2 to Vitality, both Envy and Vitality will make it in.
Some really decent little goals in this game as well. We saw the pass from between Breezy and Niels a second ago. And there was lots of opportunities for pass plays to happen. Again, in field. And that demo by Pugze. Massive chances for these teams to score great goals together. Not many solo plays appearing from either team. We saw, apart from that one game where Ponet scored like 6 goals. But other than that, it seemed to be massively teamed. This at the end though, Pugze double crossbars. Calix. Oh, Calix not getting that hit. Imagine if we went to game 5 off that.
That would have been brutal, but man alive. This game had us on the edge of our seats. Reason Gaming jump out of their seats when it's over because they've kept their tournament life alive. Look at this. Excel were pretty early on. You know, they got a couple of equalizers that game to stay alive, and it was a good game for Breezy. But Reason Gaming come out victorious. It really were so many people.
So much passion in the crowd
for this
here.
game. Doug Moriarty's pretty happy about that one, I think.
I love it. There we are. That's Pugze's mum celebrating the fact that they needed that. If they didn't win that, they were not through. They needed that win, and now they wait.
I bet that was the 0-second nothingness.
Look at Woody at the back.
They can't believe it. They're just holding on. Everybody. I don't think I've ever seen so many hands over faces. But there's the win for Reason Gaming and the reaction by them on stage. Fantastic stuff at the end there by Reason. I mean, I'm surprised. That was a huge win. We did say maybe 3-1 Excel, but 3-1 to Reason Gaming. They can be very proud of their efforts here. Regardless of what happens in the last game of the day, they played a fantastic series.
Yeah, they did so well there, Reason Gaming, defying all expectations by us. Now they sit, they wait in the audience, but right now they're going to be chatting to Ariel.
I am indeed. I mean, I'm out of breath watching that. I can only imagine what you guys feel like.
Yeah, it was, the game 4 was really nerve-wracking, honestly.
Yeah, but you held it together. I mean, how are you feeling after that?
I'm ecstatic.
Are you really?
Yeah, I really we got really nervous in game 3 because it was they absolutely battered us. Somehow we managed to keep it together in the last game.
Yeah, I mean, what goes through your mind when that happens? You obviously started off really, really well, and then they got that incredible game. So many goals being scored. Like, what goes through your brain when that's happening to stop yourself from getting really downtrodden about it?
Well, for me personally, it wasn't us playing very badly. It was Pondex playing insane. But yeah, we just knew we had to keep a positive mental attitude and yeah, go into game 4 and try and win it.
Talking of positive mental attitudes, this guy here has always got a positive mental attitude. Don't Moriarty, speak to me. I mean, you're always behind them, always rooting for them. You're out of breath from screaming. Yeah. What was it like for you? Because we had Dimsy earlier saying watching them play actually is more nerve-wracking than playing himself.
Yeah, it's similar to feelings like in the season 2, just watching
game's going on, I've got no direct influence in it. It's like, it's just so the fact they pulled it out is a giant relief off my back.
Yeah. Well, the pressure was off there. It's now a little bit on because you do need Vitality not to win their next match in order for you guys to go through. But congratulations, guys. That was incredible Rocket League action. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much. Wow. As you can see, the gentlemen are just above us right now. They have done everything they can. They've delivered. Sadly, Excel wasn't good enough from them. But what a performance from Reason. The way I was talking was I was thinking they're not going to do it, but they did do it.
I mean, we've said that they're capable of some absolute wonder performances, and we ended up seeing glimpses of that, but at the same time, that was a scrappy series.
Yeah, it was a scrappy series, and, you know, you predicted Excel to win, did you not?
No, I switched it to Reason because I was predicting for both of us, and then we ended up being correct.
Okay, so, again, I'm right.
I mean, I'm the you if you actually tried.
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't know what's happening on this desk. All I want to talk about is Reason. The scrappy game, or for the neutral, it was brilliant. Goals galore.
It was fun.
There's
it was
been
a lot
50
of fun to watch.
Today so far.
Yeah, a lot of goals today, a lot of near misses, a lot of close chances. The crossbar being one of the standout performers in that last game towards the end as well. But I've got to give credit to Reason for the way that they kept it together after that game where they lost. And no, you heard it from Chakaron. They got spanked, to be honest with you, and it wasn't even close. And then to come back and close out a series 3-1, that could have easily gone to a game 5. But big props to Reason for keeping that strong mentality and managing to see it through.
Who stood out for you on that Reason lineup today?
I have to say Shaq. He was putting up big numbers in front of goal, and he really was so solid for them whenever they actually required him to step up and actually take the shots. I mean, in a series that pretty much has no defense between both teams, you need a good scorer. Chakaron was a great scorer. Then you can just see him yet again.
And he had that opportunity where he could have saved a goal going in and just didn't get enough height, didn't go for it. But yeah, can't defend, but they can score goals, and that's always going to be a good thing when I've seen some teams this year not being able to get the goals when they needed them.
I mean, goals win games. As simple as that. I mean, you saw it earlier in the series that we cast it first up. It was neither team could really score when they needed to get those wins. But if you've got goals in your team, Chakaron always has produced goals for the teams he's been on. And that's kind of something that's kind of an intangible. You know what you're getting with him, and you know the man behind him. We talk about coaches a lot, and we've had to watch some heartbreak today. But I mean, that man behind them is, you can hear him. When watching the green room, which is below the stage, there's a ceiling, there's a roof, there's sound insulation. We can still hear him stomping and screaming, and that must be great for the players to have that in your ears.
Why is Pugsy not committed to the hug with the right arm there? He didn't commit to it. Anyway, that's something to discuss later on. But listen, as it stands, we know that Method are through. They're going to be in the semi-finals. Team Envy are playing Vitality next. And this is how it stands right now. A lot can change because we've got one more game on the way. But FNATIC, Method are in the semi-finals. And as it stands, Epsilon will be taking on Reason Gaming. And then quarterfinal 2 would be Nordavind versus Team Envy. But as I say, Vitality, are taking on Team Envy. And the only way that Reason Gaming will be going out now, Johnny Boy said it a few times, is that if Vitality get a 3-2 win.
I mean, I don't see any sort of way collusion comes into this one. If you're an Envy right now, you're looking at this going, this is our chance to eliminate Vitality early. Wow. You would take that opportunity.
Yeah, okay, well listen, boys, we're looking forward to it. So as it stands, Reason and Envy are on their way through, but that could all be about to change as we head into our final matchup.
Mouthful is up. Team Envious, you've got 1-0. Ocelot's following this up. A great finish from Ocelot, and Winter continues to clap the presses. Hashi will lever it into the top corner. Oh, Nesso! That is sublime. Very Big's actually going to find the high angle. Big performance here from Renault Vitality.
What a big game this is. Envy versus Vitality. Now, I want to talk about Envy and those boys. They had a defeat in week 1 and then have managed to battle through some tough, hard-fought contests. What have you made of them as a team this year?
I think they've done a fantastic job bouncing back. I think you would agree with me on set after we saw them in week 1. It was sort of like, okay, we can sort of write this team off. They looked that bad. But ever since then, they've just been getting better and better. Ocelot doing some fantastic plays, so is Mount and Winfer. So they've got to be very happy with how they currently stand, but now it's the last step.
Yeah. They've been really solid as a team. As I say, they've got better week on week, and that's what you have to do in the Elite Series. If you can peak like we saw FNATIC doing earlier on towards the end of the season. That's when your big performances need to come in.
Key player, Ocelon, would you say? He's come into this team and taken up an integral part of the team?
I believe so. Ocelon's not a player that would typically be associated for the majority of Rocket League fans as a freeze player, but he's been really stepping up over the last 6 months. He's been putting a lot more focus onto it, stepping a little bit away from the ones gameplay, and you're seeing results for it. It's been slow, incremental progress, but progress nonetheless.
Yeah, and there was a massive change for that MV team, and I think you know what I'm talking to. Your main man, Waffle, changed his name to Winther.
Vinder.
And it's written down here as Winther.
It's pronounced Vinder.
Vinder it is then. I'll take your word on it. You're 100%.
100%, yeah,
100% all the time. But that name change, I'm not saying that is what their success is due to. But the
does
change
correlate though, doesn't it? Yeah, let's be honest.
Confidence in a team, and when you begin to grind out those results, you build in confidence, and that's what they need right now to sort of sign off Vitality.
I mean, I think you set it up beautifully. This is their chance to eliminate one of the tournament favourites before we even get into playoffs. Yeah. And, you know, that's going to make everybody's life a little bit easier. I think everyone in the arena, everyone who's watching, all the other teams are going to want Envy to win this series because it means more to them moving forward and their chances of picking up the trophy than it does to anything else. So, on the other side of things, though, I mean, how can you write off Vitality? I mean, they
haven't shown it this season.
It's true.
Yeah, but obviously, you know, looking at the table and where they stand at the moment, Vitality are bottom. I mean, imagine a turn of fortunes. This is the last game of the regular season. They could be out here. I mean, just feast on this. Feast on it, boys.
It's a little shocking. It really is. Vitality, their luck has not been that great over the last 6 months. Ever since RLCS London, they really just have not been at top form, and this really has not helped them out. Coming into this one, as we mentioned, Team Envy, they lost in week 1, and then they just, you know, have done really well since then. Vitality, they're the other side. They won their first series, and then they haven't won since.
Okay, so out of that team, Mal, not a name that we've been throwing about too much in this, but he's an integral part as well in that team, in that lineup.
Malt's been around forever at this point. He's been around since PPL, which was about 2016, an online tournament that he won with Boots and Cats. Really weird names that we got to throw around back then, but he knows how to win. He knows how to take it in big series, so he's got a big opportunity here to add to his lineage.
I think you make a good point there. Is like he's been one of those players when Envy have pulled off big results that he's been kind of an integral part of that. We talk about Arsenal and how he's performed, but it just seems to be Malt will either make a save that kind of keeps them in a game or score a goal to win them a game or create something to win them a game. So he's kind of that, the X factor, in my opinion, for this team. When he plays well, Envy seem to win series.
Okay, who is the Simon Cowell? That's another question for another day. Look, importantly, Ariel is in a Domino's den. What's going on?
I've basically got Envy just before they go onto the players' stations, and I'm getting you all ready, aren't we? We're warming up. Come on, let's squat. No, just me and my own. You joined in. Thanks very much. What is the pre-match ritual?
We're just free play all in our side, and they both did a 1v1 in slow motion. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll see.
Why are you doing 1v1? It's definitely not happening right now.
Just to get our mechanics going. Yeah.
Vitality and you guys all need to win this game. How are you feeling with that pressure, like above your head?
I'm fine. I usually play good first Vitality, so hopefully it's gonna be a good game.
I like that you know this. Okay, well, I feel really guilty that I've grabbed you down here in the Domino's den. But quick prediction from you all for this game.
3-2.
3-2 also.
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, I got 3-2.
3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-1. There you go, guys. 3-3-3, all for Envy. Right, come on, at least just to warm up. Come on, no? Tom, back to you, Tom. They need to get, there we go.
They did not want to warm up. Interesting enough, why was Rams, their coach, just sat down? I refuse to stand like anybody else with his cheeky little glasses. Listen to this. Vitality need this win more than they've ever needed a win before. And that lineup, we know how good they can be. Why has it not worked this season? You mentioned about RLCS. Is that been their downfall?
I genuinely don't know. It seems like Vitality have got two different ways of playing. One is a world beater, the other one is pretty awful, to be honest. Yeah, it's just there as a target to be knocked down. Fairy Peak, though, he's been stepping up every single week. We know he's probably going to do another solid one this weekend, but those two around him, they've got to help him out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot has fallen on his shoulders so far this season, and kind of gets to the point where it's like someone else needs to take that pressure off of him, because if Fairy Peak doesn't have like an exceptional series, then it seems at the moment that Vitality do struggle. So I'm looking at Pashi and Nexo to give FNATIC a little bit of a week off, to be honest with you. Not rely on him to create these incredible plays like that double touch that we just saw there that he scored with last week. A lot of pressure. He's falling on that man's shoulders at the moment. I think he just needs his teammates to give him a bit of confidence in them.
Yeah, Pashi and Nexo haven't stepped up. They've missed a few opportunities to try and be as good as FNATIC, as it seemed. And they need to step up today to give him that helping hand.
So Once actually brings up a really good point, because we saw it during the RLCS qualifiers for the World Championship, that FNATIC, when he starts to not believe in what's going on around him, he tends to take complete control
he
over the
too much
rotation. Yes, and at that point, it becomes very hard for his teammates to get involved. So even if they do want to, they can't do it without double committing. So this is sort of like a bad habit feeds into a different bad habit. That team needs to do very well in the opening game, otherwise we might see that bad habit rear its ugly head.
Yeah, okay, but very much you'd say like a defense-based team with occasionally FNATIC going, bad habit, it's me, time to shine, and heads on forward. But that defense, they kind of need that to stop Team Envy taking charge of the game.
I mean, this team, on paper, whenever you think about it, Vitality should be the quicker team. They should be the ones dictating the pace come into this matchup. If they're not doing that, then you're automatically going to know something's wrong here.
Yeah, I think they just need to trust in each other a little bit. That's all it is, you know, forget about what's happened, the disappointments. It's like, do you want to finish off the season with another disappointment, getting knocked out before you even make playoffs? Absolutely not. It's time to trust in each other, and you know, this team have been together. You know, Nexo is obviously coming in instead of Scrub from RLCS, but you know, Pashi and FNATIC have been playing together long enough. They should be able to trust each other in these big games.
Okay, time to shine for Vitality. But Shogun, you said about the last result, Reason getting that win against Excel. What does your heart and your mind tell you right now for this prediction?
My heart and mind tells me Vitality. I still think that if they can start playing properly, they might be favourites just behind Method next week to win the whole thing. That's how good they can be. Yeah. Just a question of whether or not they will be that good. We genuinely don't know that.
Okay, and if that 3-2 happens for Vitality, that means that Reason Gaming will, after all the heroics in that last game, will be out. What do you reckon for this match then?
I think we'd get a camera on the Reason guys. For the majority, I'd like to see that picture-in-picture, but we said it, it's the same as Excel. You know, Excel can be fantastic. They can be world beaters, and then the next day they can be awful. You know, there's such a difference between how good they can be and how good they have been. I'm kind of scared for Vitality here. I've got to be honest with you. I don't know what's going to turn up, whereas Envy have been more consistent across the weeks. I'm not giving a prediction.
Wow, okay.
Because I don't want to ruin it again.
I thought at the end of that was going to be a prediction. There wasn't. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I don't want to ruin it. I'm not ruining it. I'm not ruining it.
I like it when you don't ruin the sense of surprise and occasion. It is our last game of the day, so let's welcome our Envy. We have Mal, Winther, and Ocelot. Vinder. Oh, I do apologise. I'm being told in my ear that I was saying it wrong. It's Vinder. Okay. Is it Vinder? Vinder. It's Vinder. There you go. Just a nod. All right, let's welcome out Vitality. We have Pashi, FNATIC, and Nexo. I'll never doubt you again on set. Oh, well, there you go. We've got no prediction from onset, but Shogun believes it's going to be Vitality that get this. Here we go then. Head with me. It's nice to see some other Vitality fans and players for Street Fighter in the crowd. The one only Mr. TKR. Johnny Boy, listen, Stumpy, what do you reckon for this game?
Well, we were talking in the audience with Flux, and I am thinking it'll be a Vitality win. I don't want it to go to Game 5, because that then means Reason don't get through.
After the heroics just now.
Exactly, so I'd like for it to be a 3-1 Vitality.
I'm thinking 3-1 the other way. I reckon Envy get their revenge here for Vitality beating them in the final of last season. You never know, though. Vitality are still a world-class team, but I think Envy might just have the edge today.
Okay, and you'll forgive me on the fact that I was calling him Winther when it was Vinder, right?
Tom, I've got a joke for you. As a comedian, judge this joke. Okay. What do you call it when Waffle goes to the toilet after a curry?
I don't know.
Vindaloo. Go back to your desk.
Thank you.
So, Johnny, firstly, no booing, please. Johnny, you're thinking Envy. I'm going Vitality. I've got a budding comedic career ahead of me, so I don't imagine I'm going to be right, unfortunately.
Yeah, thankfully. I mean, with predictions like that, I'm just joking. But honestly, this really could go either way. And like, I'm with you on one thing, and that is, I would hate to see an Envy 3-2 loss in Game 5, or well, not 3-2 in Game 5, 3-2 in the series, because that would undo all of Reason's hard work that we just saw them do and get in the third series today. I would hate to see that. It would just be such a shame. So that's the one thing we don't want, really. We don't want Vitality to win 3-2.
We're really on the side of Reason here.
We're
really
Reason,
going.
yeah, we want Reason to win, because like, can you really call it caster bias if they're not playing? I don't know if you can.
I suppose not.
You probably can.
Probably. I imagine Twitter would.
Yeah.
I imagine Twitter would call it
Rocket
biased.
League Esports Reddit, you assured us of many incorrect things in the past. Anyway, Reason are looking for any score between these two teams except Envy 2, Vitality 3. They will make the playoff spot happen with any other score, and there's a lot of other potential scores, but we reckon this could be pretty close. Envy and Vitality have right now got 6 and 3 points in the table respectively. Envy with 6, Vitality with 3, and if Vitality win this, they will obviously have the head-to-head against Envy. Well, if they win it 3-1 or 3-0, they'll have the head-to-head against Envy. They'll also Envy will also lose the head-to-head against Reason, so that's why they would be out in that scenario. They need anything except a 0-3 or a 1-3 loss. That is Envy.
I mean,
what is this? No kickoff player for Reina Vitality. I think we might have had a false start here.
That's okay. They happen. It happens to all guys. Don't worry. So, Johnny, I was going to say, as Vitality, they're sitting currently 4th in the table. That's not the way we expected them to be at the start of the season. People were saying that they could go through and win. They are the current champions. They hold that title.
Yeah.
And they've consistently underperformed, I feel.
Yes, you're not wrong. I mean, Vitality, they managed to win their first game, which expected. They look pretty good. Then lost to Method. You know, that's not a huge upset. Some people would expect Vitality to win that, but I think that's pretty close. Yeah. It was just this last week that they played that really threw every Vitality fan and all of us for a loop, where Excel popped off and took them down. Of course, now we're seeing Excel just be eliminated by Reason, and of course Envy also beating Excel. Makes me think that maybe Vitality are lower down in the food chain than we expected coming into this season. Well, you know, we'll have to wait a bit longer. These players are not making it easy for us. A false start there just to keep us waiting a little bit.
I think it's a case of also Vitality, they are obviously not where they want to be. They are an RLCS team. They are, they finished 6th in the end in the RLCS.
It
wouldn't have been 7th,
I think it was 5th. No, well, they finished 5th in the leaderboard, but then they got eliminated in the playoffs immediately by PSG.
5th or 6th?
Yeah, they were 5th, 6th, which is not good. I mean, they want to be winning. They want to be contesting.
I've looked at Shogun for a hint there. Shogun, where did they finish?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Give me
he doesn't know.
5. Shogun's saying 5. I'll go with 5.
All right. I think he was just trying to give you a long distance high five there. It was no more than that.
We did it.
But yeah, we'll see if Vitality can get what they want in this series. Any win will do it for them. And of course, any win will put either of these teams into the playoffs. It's just that one score that we're still thinking about with 3-2.
Have you seen...
Is that Summer?
Winter's name?
He's on for Summer today.
Instead of Winter.
Instead of Vinder, that's what we've been told.
Waffle, you do make it hard to like you.
Is it pronounced... Is this got a different pronunciation as well? Is this one Zummer? Zoomer? I'm not sure about that one. Zemo from Pashy on to Summer. Vinder deciding to masquerade in this game. It's been all Vitality early in game 1. Finally, Envy break out with a nice pass in defense. And also on clearing his lines. But Vitality are going to do the same thing. They want to try and keep hold of that possession if they can. In comes Summer yet again. It's going to be so confusing. Somebody get on stage and tell this man to change his name back. Why would he change it in the first place? I think Waffle is one of my favorite names, really.
Good name. Strong name. Strong name of a strong man. Next, working his way out, but Mount getting the ball backwards. Fashion Fairy linking, but open. Now it's Ocelon. He is good.
Wow.
He has flicked that into the upper right corner. That is nigh on unsavable. What a catch as well.
That's just a beautiful 1v1 play by Ocelon. And it's positions like that that really, really favor players with a 1v1 background. Because it doesn't happen often in 3v3, where you get enough space to control the ball and then dribble at your opponent. But Ocelon has got so much experience doing that because of his 1v1 background.
Good pass attempt there by Fairy Peak, using the Octane as well. Not in his standard Batmobile. Is that something, Johnny, that he has started doing? I've not seen him play for a while.
He's been playing a couple of different cars recently. The what's it called? Blanking on the name. The
Cyclone.
No, that's
Mantis.
Tarkus has been playing the Cyclone. It's the Samurai.
Okay.
Fairy Peak's been playing the Samurai recently, and he's the only professional player that I've seen do it. He's back in the Octane today. He does have some history in the Octane. Oh! Nexo's going to put one in. That was past 2 defenders. Got a little bit off guard by that one, and I think so were Envy, clearly. Might and also not able to get in the way. Bounce shot working out for Red Vitality.
I mean, Mount going up backwards as well. Maybe should have just seen that Oslo was in a better position and turned around and stayed in the net, ready for the shot to come in. A lack of communication there on the goal line by Envy will even this game up. Now Oslo trying to go for these demos, does get one. Opens up the back. Mount using the Samurai, I believe. Is that Samurai?
I'd have to take another look. He's gone demoed just as I was trying to figure it out. But yeah, car changes do happen quite often between there it is, seasons of the RLCS. Yeah, is this a Samurai? Somebody help me out here. It's so hard to tell because all these long cars look quite similar. I'll tell you one thing, it's not an Octane.
That's very true.
Not Breakout, not Batmobile, it's Mount.
And he
2-1.
will be scoring with that car as well. Gets hit mid by someone, actually no, a touchdown. And then off the roof of Fairy Peak, who originally hit it onto the ceiling. Now as we approach half-time, Envy will just be taking the lead. Johnny, do you reckon they're going to be confident going into the latter half of this game with just a 2-1?
I think that Envy are just going to be confident in general. They've been playing quite well this season of the Elite Series. Ocelons showed up as a great replacement for Ignite.
Ow.
Oh my goodness. In comes Summer from behind. And you know, a couple of people will be waiting for Summer already with how bad the weather's been recently, but we'll make do with
that was very English of you, Johnny.
Was it?
Yeah, talking about the weather.
That's funny.
What was the travel like? I mean, mine was fairly smooth. You said yours was very smooth as well.
Oh, it was ideal, mate. You know, no delays with the flights. I was waiting at the underground stations for maybe 5 minutes combined.
You'd love to see it.
Just ideal. You know, yeah, I went from my flat in Glasgow to the hotel here in London in about 4 hours. I think almost as fast as Shogun got here from Norwich. So I was quite happy with that.
Well done to British Transport there. Fairy Peak centering this. Hit away from the box by Arslan. Nexa now working his way up. Not much boost for him.
Oh,
Needs it
wow.
on target. Arslan with the save. Maintaining pressure. Fairy Peak lofts it high. Pashi does connect, but nothing scary for the MV defense to be getting to. Arslan gets his teeth to that. Sends it for Summer to get to. Picks up that 100 mid boost. Nexa moving up with 40. Again, looking at a lot of these players, they seem to be riding on about half boost, not really getting too much to their name too often.
See Pashi there pathing over all the small boost pads in the inside lane.
Don't dive in!
It's not quite on target, but Ocelon is going to try and get this to the middle. Mount decides not to go. Then comes Summer. And Fairy Peak with a solo play. That's something you never want to hear as an MV player, but great demo from behind there. Ocelon getting rescued by Summer, who is rotating back out. 1 minute now for Vitality to try and come back in game one. They're in the back foot at the moment. Not just in score, but also positionally. Now Nexo going to try and revert or change that. Some fantastic touches defensively by Ocelon this game. One more coming in to save them from what was a bit of a precarious position. Double commit and no hit! Fairy Peak puts it past 2 Envy players. And that's the second time this match that 2 players have been beaten out by 1. Vitality get another equalizer with a bounce shot.
Look at that contest as well. Just drives his car through the center of it, bounces down and in. Now we are even. Stevens Mago just above the target. Nexo sends back down the other end. Summer demoing Pashi. Sent back across. Very big need to get on the end of this. Does get it from that ceiling. Goes central, but nobody there. Maybe playing a little bit safe Vitality, wanting just to secure this overtime for them. Pashi attempts to get center. Does go off that ceiling. Nexo not up too quick. Bounces central again. That is happening over and over. Mao intercepted with Fairy Peak. Vinda, dropping it central. Arslan going for the double. Nexo now on this left-hand side will follow up. Round the side of Vinda. Caught by Pashi. Nexo could have a chance there. It's going to be, but Nexo starts moving out. Fairy keeping this ball up.
Hang on. Okay, wait. Oh.
Nearly gets it on his roof.
It is going to go over. Look for a second there that Envy might get a clear. Into overtime we go, though, in game one. It's a good start for Vitality. Pashi is going to take this under control. He's gone wide left. Mount is trying to waste some time here. Give Vinder and Ossalon a chance to get back involved. Oh, that was a little bit risky by Theory. He almost caught that too thin. Does go safe for the time being. Pashi now looking for the big clear. The infield pass here. He's landed pretty brutally on the ceiling. Up goes Fairy though. Crossbar. Now in comes Nexo, saved by Mout. Good start for Vitality, but be careful. They're all extended here into the envy half.
Well, that's a lot of boost burned there by Fairy Peak in order to get to that ball. Used about 80 just to get round it and clear it in time. Now dropping in that half. Mao missing again. We've seen a few defensive errors from him. Very big aiming to get on the end of that. Does drop it off that wall. Cancels the shot. Now Mount working around this left-hand edge. Nexo lagging behind as Pashi can get the clear to the left-hand side. Clearing to corners, always the best thing to do. Pashi there going against my advice and getting it central, but does stick behind it, so not too dangerous. Very communicating with Nexo, saying that is mine.
Oh!
That's on!
Wow! Out of nowhere, Ossalon takes the game. It looked pretty safe for Vitality. Nexo just trying to hold this ball in the corner, but Ossalon reads his mind. And he does score the winning goal in overtime.
I said don't clear central.
Wow, I mean, Nexo was trying to not take that into the middle. He's just trying to cut it around close to their near post wall so that nobody can get a shot in. But Ossalon saw what he was doing, moved in really close, hit him right before he could recover and get in the way of the ball. I mean, he's pretty happy about that.
He's very happy.
He's looking pretty chuffed with himself, and why wouldn't you be?
One of the best ways to attack in this game is when you've got that defense at the back, you think, what do I not want to happen?
Yeah.
What would I hate for the opposition to do here? And if Ossalon's that close up, that's exactly what you're fearing.
Yeah, it's a big thing to do in Rocket League sometimes. Just like think, what is the most annoying thing that I could do right now? How can I be the biggest inconvenience to the other team? And Ossalon did just that at the end of the game. We're going to see that goal in a second. Fairy Peak getting a huge dunk to equalize.
Immediate chance by Mout as well.
Yeah.
Just goes over.
Nexo's got to be careful with these defensive touches. I mean, there he's rotating into the midfield on a kickoff. It could have just gone into the top right corner because he wasn't seeing the shot coming on the close cheat. But Ossalon seals it in overtime. There's the reaction once again.
So excited. I love that. He looks at the camera and goes, yeah!
He is literally bouncing. The man is bouncing in his chair.
There we are. Gregan, I like that. So if we analyse what Gregan just did there, he goes to one fist bump, turns to Pashu, who's not looking at him, and then he sees he's concentrated. He goes to the fist bump and then makes it into a back pat.
He transitioned into the back pat
Great
quite well. Look,
there it is.
Again.
Lovely transition by Gregan. Really huge play. That is absolutely clutch for him as a coach. You don't want to look silly in front of your team. And Gregan, he's a silly-looking man. He's got a very malleable face as Gregan. It's like Play-Doh. And if he can make sure that he doesn't look silly in every other way, he's doing something right.
It's the difference between appearing in an esports fails montage and, you know, just a little highlight reel between games.
Praised. Well done, Gregan. So we see a few errors coming out from Mout in that game. I think that was my biggest question mark, is how is Mout going to move through the series after whiffing 2 and then being saved by his teammates? They're both in defense as well. That is a horrifying place to be, especially when you've got such consistent finishers on the Vitality side.
The thing is that Mout was trying to go a little bit too early for those blocks in game 1. He was trying to get in the way of shots that he thought would be happening. He has to just jump up blind pretty much.
Yeah.
But Vitality were going underneath every time. Nexo, underneath. Fairy Peak, going down low. And that's not the normal thing to do in Rocket League. You're always thinking about getting over the top of the ball to win 50-50s. Whereas sometimes, especially if you're in the air, staying low is the way to win the contest.
And by their net as well. Both chances were by their net and they managed to go in. So getting low shots, they can really throw you off. Now going off that waterfall.
Great touch.
Yeah, really nice touch. So Winter making sure that every touch he's going to be getting
no way.
Vital, but Nexo, good lord, I thought that could have been in.
It was a little bit of a mind game by Vinder running up ahead. There's a save by Nexo. He should be expected to get those, but
that's in.
I think a lot of saves. There's always that third man there for Vitality, but one mistake is all that needs to happen for Envy to take the lead here. Ossalon alone at the back does quite well to get the ball past 2. Fairy Peak puts it back into the crossbar though. Mout solo defending. Demos Pashi as he saves his shot.
Fairy's back.
Fairy Peak never one to overcommit defensively.
Really good lead there by Fairy as well. We've seen good communication between him and Nexo, and also him and Pashi as well. Vindo with a miss.
Oh my goodness!
Above that top corner again. I said they were consistent finishers. They're having issues. Nexo Goes high with it, does drop Vinder again. Nexo, he's done some passes. They've always been lofted. I'd love to see him just power them along the floor a little bit more often, because they're much easier to get to and you can generate more power as the attacker.
I'd love to see him just putting that one on target on the open net. I don't know if he had any issues getting, or why he had issues getting around the ball, but you know, you can't be hitting the posts on opportunities like that. It could have been the best opportunity of the game right there. They've missed it. Also on strong recovery mid-air, setting up Mount. Here comes Vinder. Up high to Mount. He's going to try and center this. Fairy Peak gets a good block.
Fairy Peak knows that touch. Fairy Peak is well accustomed to that touch off the backboard down to his teammate.
Vinder there threatening, but it's actually Vitality on the counter. Might be able to get back, but not much time wasted here. He only managed to hit the flat part of the wall. Maybe they're looking for anything to just curve up and roll up the wall, get it into a position that can't be shot from. Things like this is relatively safe, at least wasting a lot of time for Vitality so that Envy can then recover, get back in position in defense. Center ball, also on. Into Vinder, what a save by Pashy! Massive save by the team captain. That's a massive dunk off the ceiling by Mout, but Nexo reads it.
That was an inspirational save. That was pixel perfect when he jumped, how he jumped, and how he got to it. That is rapid. That's a Pashy of old, and I love seeing it. Now Fairy, the 1v1 master, going up against Mout. Can't get around it enough though with his lack of boost. It's now a couple times at this point. Now Fairy off the top of him, intercepted by Vinder. Going to that back post, Pashy getting it clear. You're going to see them consistently. That is a beautiful boost that he's using as well. I think it's a crimson painted flamethrower.
Yeah. Definitely not the brightest of the flamethrowers, all the others being a little bit more flamey and less painted. You know, there's only 2 minutes left here, and these are the kind of games that Vitality are quite good at playing. Rarely putting too many feet wrong. That's a bump attempt. There he avoids Osselon's bump and gets the save. Huge plays by the Frenchman. Frenchman on Envy's side hits it right back. It's a lot of pressure right now for Envy. Mout lurking upfield, censors it. Vinder doesn't have too much boost, and it's actually Osselon coming in. He's going to carve it down. Vinder is there, so is Nexo.
That is a really good idea for a pass. Going off the ceiling, making sure that your touch is a little bit unpredictable because they're so much harder to read as a defender. Nexo again going high, but less lofting. So I'm happy with his transition there. No boost as he sends to Fairy. Just gets it wide of the goal. Still 0-0, despite the sheer amount of offense we've seen thus far.
You know, I would not be surprised to see either a late winner or an overtime winner for Vitality. That could have been it for Fairy. In comes Pashy. Also hits the joint. Nexo, shot gets saved. It needed to go anywhere but straight at the keeper there. Nexo being plagued by his placement in this final, or in this game too, rather.
Oh, what a touch.
Very big double touch clear. Mout lurking the out of the box. It's quite boxed up right now for Envy in terms of their positioning. Getting a little bit cagey, not giving each other too much space, but right now the mechanics are saving them in most situations. Fairy on back ball. Dangerous position for Envy, but they've done well, especially Vinder. 2 touches now to suppress Vitality, get them back into their own end. Massive clear though for Nexo, puts Osselon under pressure, and he deals with it well.
What I like about Envy is that whenever there's a chance for Vitality to clear out their half, they've normally got 1 man each side. They've got 1 on each wall and then a defender sitting somewhere back. So they are prepared to catch it wherever the defender sends it now.
Big chance.
10 seconds, centered by Osselon, but caught by Fairy Peak, who's going to move up on this right-hand side. Goes for the dunk, does not need that boost as this is the last call for a goal. Mout sending long, intercepted by Fairy off the ceiling, still goes far. Nexo leaves, that'll touch the floor. This could be 2 for Envy or the draw for Vitality.
You've got to watch out for the cheat kickoff. Both teams shooting double 50-50. In comes the 3rd player. Now we're getting into a bit more of a standard rotation here. Pashy, mind game's 1. He's got a chance to touch it into the corner.
Good touch.
He's taking under control. Center to Fairy. Saved by Mout. Massive save by Mout. More work to be done though. Bump onto Nexo is going to clear some of the danger. Osselon is bullying this one down the line. He gets it over the top of the Vitality defense, but it's so hard to get anything infield to work against Fairy Peak. He's always looking, surveying at the far post to make sure nothing is happening.
Good touch. Yeah, real good touch there by Mal. Just sends it back, but Fairy maintaining this offense. More chance for Vitality than Envy in the first 45 seconds of this overtime. Sent long, which is easily got to by Pashy, and then clear using Nexo. Fairy up, but so fast when he wants to be. Awesome from the corner, Nexo from the goal. Also sending Pashy to it. Not an Envy response too quick though. No boost for Mount. Sent back again. Vinder to return. This is just back and forth. Chance for Ferry to get the double, but no, Ostlon intercepts. Now Nexo on that.
So much time for Envy in these touches. Vitality aren't really throwing in rush challenges at all, and you know what beats that? It's a good old dribbling play.
Vinder.
In comes Vinder, looking for the mind game. Nexo reads it, gets goal side, and blocks the shot.
Thought he was going to get the bump on Nexo there when he was in the net. Doesn't go for it in the end. Can't quite get in front of it enough. Not enough boost.
Got to watch out for those dribbling plays though. Absalon put one past them in the first game.
Good steal.
There was looking threatening as well. Could be Vitality's undoing if they're not careful to challenge one after another. Pashy looking for a soft touch.
Great
really
touch.
far to the middle. What a read by Absalon though. Didn't have much boost, but he got there. Very peak, has lots of options. Decisive fire left towards Pashy. He's been in middle. Into the net! And there it is for the team captain. Very peak, spotted him out on the left-hand side. Mount whiffs. Pashy drills the shot over the top of two. And that's a tie series.
Lovely pass. That is what should be credited there. It's that lovely vision by Ferry. He gets it. It literally sails over the top of Mount. Mount just moves a slight bit too far forward. By no fault of his own, I don't think. It was just a really well-placed pass. Pashy on the end of it. His third shot of the game does end up going in.
And I want to see that shot again. There's Nexo. I really think he might have been able to put that open net in. 30 peak was trying to get the top corner shot afterwards. This is probably the biggest chance of the game.
What a
huge save. It's a series-saving save by Pashy there. And another crossbar hit. Oh, Pashy in the crossbar. Then this shot as well by Nexo. He should be putting that on target. That honestly could be 2-0 Vitality from what we've seen so far.
He had two chances there. What he could have done. That is lovely.
That's so close though. I think Mount might have had a chance to catch that one. And that's why infield passing as the last two men is so dangerous. If that does get intercepted, Mount scoring most of the time with one touch.
Yeah, we see the Vitality players where we've got lots of passion from everybody else in Vitality who has shown up in the crowd. It's lovely to see them supporting all the other games that are at the Elite Series.
Yeah, let's go find out what's going on in the crowd. Your Ariel's snuck in there to have a word with a few of them.
Whereas before, the reason guys were out of breath from all the action on stage, they are so quiet right now. It's so intense. Now, I came over to speak to you guys whilst Envy were in the lead. We've obviously seen Vitality take a point there. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty nervous. Yeah, just hoping the one result doesn't happen.
I was speaking to you actually, wasn't I? Because you were saying Vitality always come back from losing. They've got a real habit of doing that, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that Envy can come back from this?
I hope so, yeah.
Praying that it happens. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens next in this match. Tense times, guys.
I don't know if that's the result that they should be looking for, really, is Envy 3-2 loss is the way that Reason get eliminated.
Yes.
So I think they should be rooting for Vitality, really, just
Come
to
on, guys,
run away with it. 3-1, 3-2 to Vitality, or rather, 3-1 or to Vitality's fine. I guess Envy
3-2 is
3-1 or
fine
3-2
as well,
is
right?
fine. Oh no, actually, I correct myself. I guess there's two scores that are okay for them on the Envy side, so maybe it is better to support them. But with Vitality winning there, I don't know if
It's
you
too
want to
much
put
maths for me, Johnny.
I just don't know if they want to put Vitality down 2-1 because, like they said, they are the team who make the comebacks happen, and it could easily be a 3-2 comeback for Vitality should they lose the next game.
Gregan there, pointing at Pashy, being like, he's pretty good.
He's the
Pashy
man.
is good at this
He
game.
was the man that last game. Huge save and the winning goal. Yeah, Envy shouldn't be, too down and out just yet. Of course, if they don't win any more games in this series, they will be out. They need to win at least one more to secure their playoff spot. Can they do it? This is game 3, Vitality versus Team Envy.
Also an early chance, just a little bit too far. Vinder can't get on the end of it. So he moves up Fairy, taking the ball away from Pashy. We've seen in the championship, what a touch by Pashy.
Okay.
Jesus.
That works, I suppose.
Yeah, that works.
A little bit unconventional, but it works.
And I was saying that we've seen Fairy Peak's main issue in the championship series is that he can double commit a lot. He can just move up to where he's not needed, he can cut across. But it seems like those communication issues have been ironed out. Gregan, I know for a fact, was making sure to hammer that home, that you need communication. No matter what you're doing, just say it. Make sure that you are communicating with your team.
Gregan, I did see him plugging in the microphones himself today just to make sure that everything was working. He's like putting on 2 headsets, talking to himself, making sure it's all A-okay. We're a minute into this game, and I do think that this low score favors Vitality. Shot on target, though no one's there. And Mout takes the lead with 1 touch.
Nexo just hitting up high. I said before, even then, Ocelon is there to recover from it, even if Pashy doesn't hit that. Knocked center by Pashy, the man that Gregan was saying is oh so good. Gets the pass to Mout, who then secures goal 1.
Well, you know, I wouldn't really put that one on Pashy myself because he did beat out Ocelon to the ball. He doesn't want to let Ocelon hit the ball center. That's got to be worse, right?
He did his job for him.
Nexo and Fairy, they didn't double commit for the ball. They were just double committing in terms of where they were in the field. They're both driving forward, looking to receive a pass. And that's exactly what we talked about at the end of the last game. If you're using your last 2 men in the play to get an infield pass started, it can be dangerous. 1 touch can just be a goal because you've left it wide open. That's a shot opportunity again for Envy. On target, and it's Ocelon. But what a play on the backboard by Vinder.
That is Demo's Pashy. Hits it out of the way of Fairy Peak. Ocelon sends it back behind Nexo. Completely wrong wheels him. And you see him bottom left where he was quite smug about that goal. And he was like, yeah, you know what, I scored it. But Vinder, you have created that opportunity out of nothing. And now we need answers from Vitality. This is looking to go in favor of Reason.
Again, Nexo not able to find the back of the net when he's presented with an opportunity. He's trying so hard not to hit the post and the crossbar that he's ended up going straight down the middle twice in a row now.
Too safe.
Overcompensation there. What, dunk by Vinder. He's having a crack in game 3 here. I wonder, I was looking over to the Reason guys there. They don't know what to think, really. Is this good, is this bad? Who knows?
Okay, he's saying bad. Okay, Pugze has said bad.
Because they're worried about that Vitality mini reverse sweep, the 3-2 from behind. Even though, you know, 3-1 Envy's fine, 3-2 in favor of Envy's also fine. So you'd think that they want Envy to go ahead here, but Vitality's reverse sweep prowess, it's so hard to choose. You don't know who to pick here if you're on Reason Gaming's team or if you're just a fan of that organization.
Nexo finds Pashy, but that does not end up being a goal. Lovely pass, though, again. Very trying to find Pashy. Pashy very central. Maybe should have just taken the touch and then gone for something. Because bear in mind that he's a once player. He has got a lot of prowess. He's got like a claim to getting those once plays, but that goal, that is well and truly teamwork.
Yeah, Ocelon trying to waste a bit of time here, but he didn't really get the ball to safety at all. That's fantastic pass by Fairy, and Nexo doesn't hit the goalkeeper. He's got it past him in the bottom right corner. Huge play for him. That's surely going to get him back in form and get his confidence back online. They need 1 more.
The in-game reversal is well and truly on Johnny. They just need 1 more. 2 minutes remaining. Nexo down to Fairy Peak. 2 committed. Nexo maybe could have gone for a bump there if Pashy got a better hit, but he doesn't. So I think that play sort of ended up being very neutral for both parties involved.
Still so many chances for Envy to take 1 touch on the ball. Vitality are not really rushing this comeback at all. They're taking their time, waiting for their chances. Nexo had another chance, but this one was significantly harder. It was on target, but a bit too slowly. Infield pass to Pashy. It seems to be the route that Vitality have chosen. They're going for that pass infield. They're not interested in any plays off the backboard. Honestly, though, I wouldn't mind seeing the backboard player too, because we haven't been completely foolproof.
You've got to keep it spicy. You've got to make sure that you're going for every play that you can. Go for some direct shots where maybe you should pass, but you'll just keep catching them off guard.
Yeah.
Go for passes, infield, or just go long. Aim for a doink every now and then, because why not?
Or every time.
Or every time, because a doink always scores 100%.
Ceiling
Fairy
shot, Fairy
Peak. Getting that ceiling shot opportunity. Goes under 1! Can't get the flick on it, though, as Mout clears from the goal line. Nexo, again, just missing. Pashy. Nice close shadow. Maintains that pressure, but cleared away. Now Ocelon with a chance. Goes near post, cleared by Nexo.
There's a nice little first touch there by Ocelon, taking 1 out of the game. The shot was too slow. Maybe he needs to try and pass the ball to each other here. They're really struggling to keep Vitality off the possession for more than 1 or maybe 2 hits. Vitality just surrounding them right now. There's only 26 seconds left, though, for the equalizer. Pashy, not able to get the ball center. Fairy Peak gives it a go. It's still in the corner. This is exactly what Team Envy want.
Center.
Infield pass to Pashi. He's hit it the wrong
Too
way though.
high.
And it might be all over. Can they get the ball downfield? Very Peak launches it towards Nexo, who gets a 50-50, but they need more. Where is it? Now Very Peak on the ground. Pashi might run ahead for the demo. He's decided to go to the right-hand side. That is not going to work out just yet. And it will actually end with an Envy victory. They hung on for dear life. And that just looks like relief personified on the left there for Ocelon. And the same for Rams in the back.
So, this is the point that the Reason Gaming guys did not want to see. This is the chance for Vitality. I'm looking them dead in the eyes. This is where Vitality do well. They need 2 more games, but that one going to Envy, and they are definitely through now. Envy securing 7 points. They cannot be taken out from here. They get ahead. They're into our quarterfinals. Well done to them, but still 2 more games potentially to play.
Yeah, of course, if Vitality do come back here and win this series 3-2, they'll finish off on 6 points. Envy are on 7. Of course, we have Reason Gaming also on 6 points. They played earlier, and they're waiting to see if they're going to qualify.
Yeah.
All that means, basically, that Envy not only qualified, but they qualified 2nd place in the league, right behind Method. And now it is just between Vitality and Reason to lock in that 3rd place position. To get it, Vitality must win 2 games in a row. Anything else but that will mean Reason get their playoff spot clinched. They're sitting nervously in the audience.
If this goes to game 5, my heartbeat is going to double. Because that is a terrifying prospect for a lot of teams right now.
That's also very terrifying for you, because it's a bit dangerous to let your heart rate go that high.
It's going to go to, I don't want to go too high, maybe like 400 BPM. That's fine, right?
A little bit deadly, I thought. But, yeah, best of luck. I'll keep an eye on you.
I'm going to die at 34. Now, this next 5 minutes could decide everything. Mao nearly in. The shot from Vinder saved. Immediate action coming out. Nexo getting a lovely save now going on the offense. Gets that 100 from underneath Ocelot from that ceiling. We're going to need to see Fairy Peak come in. Will Vitality be able to excel here and get their way through into our quarterfinals? Vinder going for the pinch. Goes for sort of a down pitch, so just the standard lateral pitch, which is quite interesting. And this backboard, Fairy Peak jumps off, sends it to Pashi. Get it near target, but just not powerful enough. Vinder cancels it high. Now sending right, Ocelot sending long. Johnny, this is looking to be like both teams have now smelled blood. They are sharks in the water. Everything is an opportunity.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Mout so far. Every touch looks to be a pass. And I mean, the pressure's off Envy now. They've qualified. 2nd place locked in. They can just relax and try and ruin Vitality's Elite Series. Get their perfect revenge after Vitality beat Envy last season in the grand final. Open net momentarily. Fairy Peak gets back first. We're a minute into game 4. Vitality need this win to stay alive in the tournament.
Now trying to find Ocelot down this right wing. Intercepted by Nexo. Fairy Peak not up particularly fast. Vinder has a window to come in. Now touching to Ocelot. This guy's staying very close together, looking like any chance they do get the other one, if first fumbles, they will be able to clean up.
I believe there may have actually been a chance there for Mout to pass in field. He went for the shot, which Vinder was not too happy about. He's waiting in the blind spot for the defense. Actually also looking for multiple demos in the back wall. He finds one to pass in field to Vinder. Goes low, but Fairy Peak stays low enough to save it.
That's all 3 up.
That's
all
a
3 up
huge
there
stop.
now. Nobody on Vitality could get on the end of it. I think they're having a boost from that
they're having
save.
boost issues. They've been in the defensive end for quite some time, but I'll tell you who's having boost issues right now. It's Vinder and Ocelot quick in the recovery.
Fairy went below again in that 50. Whenever he can, he's going low with it.
He's low enough. He's the best 1v1 player on the planet, so he knows how to manipulate those in his favor. Shot for Pashi, saved by the post this time. Ocelot gonna dribble this one clear, puts it over Nexo in field to himself. Pashi can only get it out as far as Vinder. Shoots into the crossbar. Nexo gets it clear.
Couple chances now. We've seen before Vitality are the ones with a lot of them. Now Envy struggling just to put it away. Really great defense coming out on the side of Vitality to keep them at bay at least. Now Mount moving up with no boost. Can get that 100. It'll be 10 seconds before that respawns. Yeah, searching for demos. Can't get anything. Fairy to Nexo. Goes bottom corner. Vitality are ahead.
Wow, that is huge from Fairy. He had to do so much. And look at that placement by Nexo as well. In the corner, he's been shooting into goalkeepers in game 2 and in game 3 early, but that was perfect from him.
Gregan, by the way, normally so excited whenever a goal goes in. Did you see him then?
He's a
was
bit
just
nervous.
standing there, just like, okay, that will do for now.
This is just business as usual now for Vitality. They're just a little bit behind in a series, no big deal. We've got Pashi on our team, so we're probably going to get a reverse sweep or a few 0-second goals to tie the series or the game.
He loves them, doesn't he?
Actually, it's actually outrageous how many 0-second goals and overtime wins and reverse sweeps that man's been involved in since the birth of Rocket League esports. They're not going to need one right now. I'm sure they're quite happy to sit on this 1 goal lead until the end of the game.
Just keep that pressure up. I think that's their main thing now. Keep up the pressure. Any chance you get to keep it in the blue half, do it. Don't sit back.
That's a dangerous position. Also on 1v1 with Nexo. Flicks it over the top! He's just too good!
That is absurd! That touch by Fairy is poor, and he just gets on the edge of it. Flicks it to the opposite side of the net. So much lateral power coming from it. We've seen before how good his flicks are. That is yet more proof that he is a god at these one-on-one situations.
I mean, next time somebody asks me, does 1v1 help you get better at 3v3, I'm just going to show them those 2 flick goals Ocelon scored. 1 touch and an immediate flick. All the hours of solo dual practice coming in very clutch right now for the Dutchman and for Team Envy. Mount with a huge dunk. That might actually be on target. No way! It puts it in! It bounces in off the wall! What a dunk by Mount. Look at that as he falls down on top of Nexo, who kind of possibly thought that was going to be the outcome of the 50-50.
Mount, if that is the goal that wins this for Envy,
wow,
that is absolutely insane. This is the final minute that could secure Reason and Envy in the top 3 of the group alongside Method, but Fairy Peak, he is wanting to make the most of his chances here. Off that backboard, Pashi on net. This is not over until 0 seconds with Pashi on the pitch.
This is a nightmare situation for Vitality. The dream for Reason Gaming. 35 seconds. Oh my goodness, Mike could have put it beyond all doubt there. 30 seconds left. Is still Vitality with a chance and possession. Cleared by Mike for the time being.
20 seconds approaching. Fairy finding Nexo in the middle, who can't connect. Thrown off by Vinder. On the right-hand wing now, Pashi finds Fairy. Cleared by Mount.
Goodness.
What a beast pinch.
10
seconds remain. This is what Reason wanted. This is what Envy need. Vitality, this final chance. Nexo nearly on target. Kept high by Ocelon. Not touched down. Pashi needs this chance. It hits the floor.
They've done it.
Envy have done it. They go through. Reason Gaming go through to our quarterfinals with them.
Wow. The last season's champions are out. Rhino Vitality eliminated with just 3 points after all is said and done in league play. Unbelievable stuff by Envy. Ground plays from Ocelon. A pinch goal from a 50-50 to win it from Mount.
I can't believe it. That goal won it for them. That calculated dunk by Mount won it for them. You see so much energy in the crowd. Doug Moriarty, he ended up just jumping and screaming and cheering with Pugsai and Calix. They left that in other teams' hands, and it's just about worked out for them.
And wow, that's just unbelievable. I mean, we asked at the start, for Reason Gaming's sake, please no 3-2 in favor of Vitality, and we got what we wanted, but it is still so sad to say goodbye to such a great team and such great players. Rhino Vitality eliminated from Gfinity Elite Series before the playoffs even begin.
So they were last season's champions. They've won 1 single matchup in this group stage. They've lost 3. It was their first match.
They've lost 3 in a row now.
3 in a row. That's got to be heartbreaking for them. Gregan has got to go back as their coach and just hype them up for the upcoming series of RLCS for more Gfinity Elite Series, because they are a team that can go further than they have. There are just some really inherent issues there, Johnny.
Yeah, goodbye to Team Vitality, but let's go and have a word with the winners. They are on stage right now with Ariel.
Oh, guys, what a way to end our day of Rocket League action. That was absolutely incredible. How are you all feeling?
Feeling great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
I'd do it again.
Yeah, you do it all over again, really?
No, I mean, I'd win again. That feels good.
It feels good. Are you knackered after that?
Yeah. I'm gonna go home and relax.
You just like came back on stage and you went, yes, we got our revenge. A revenge from a very long time ago.
Finally, yeah. Season 3 was a hard season for us against Vitality.
But you've also allowed Reason to go through next week. But is that to your detriment? Because they're quite a hard team to beat.
I want to rematch them. Yeah. I think we got them. Easy sweep.
And how are you feeling? You must be buzzing for your team.
My heart's like through my chest right now, so I don't know if I can, if I'm going to pass out in a second. But I'm so proud of these guys. They played unbelievably.
Please don't pass out. Don't really want that to happen right now. Go and celebrate, guys. You did a bit of a celebration dance. Please join in with me this time. Come on. Come on. Yay! We got a celebration dance out then. There we go. That's going to be Someone else who's celebrating is Tom.
There you go. Well, this is me watching my reaction. There it was, the last second.
Were you happy about that, Tom?
I was a little bit happy in the studio for various reasons, but that is the #1 reason. I was giving it the big one. I call that a little dance as well. Not at anyone's expense, just because I'd predicted how many goals would be scored today, and right. I was spot on. So there you go. Stumpy, Johnny Boy,
why are we here?
Well.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. I was enjoying it, but hey, let's spare a moment for Vitality. It just wasn't to be this season. So what we now face in Season 4 are not a repeat of the champs, not 2 in a row, which has never happened before.
I know, it's such a shame to say goodbye to Vitality, but I think I'd be lying if I said that they, I don't use the word deserve, but that they didn't necessarily work for this. I mean, the other teams have just come out and been absolutely crazy throughout these seasons. I don't think Vitality were at their normal level.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Johnny Boy, you were commentating over there and casting on it, but actually, me and Shogun were talking about how good Ocelon was for Envy, and deservedly the man that goes forward and now into those playoffs, and they'll be feeling very confident with a player like that on their team.
Absolutely, and this is his, of course, first season for Team Envy. They've had to change out ignite after last season. He's one of the best players in the world, so Ocelon had massive shoes to fill, and I think we can all agree he's filled them and some, because those ground plays in that final series really, gave them the edge that they needed to beat Vitality today.
Yeah, Vinter, the man, Maut, and your main man, Ocelon. What impressed you about them today?
Defense all over. I think there was only one poor defensive performance. That was game 1. Maut had a couple of issues. After that, there was almost nothing that would get past them. Every single time Vitality tried to put something forward, it was blocked. It took some heroics from Fairy Peak to set up some pretty good shots. It took an absolute worldie from Pashy to try and take a win. If you have to pull out, incredible goals just to grab one, your team is looking good. And we said coming into this, Envy looked like they were getting better. They've just improved significantly, and they are peaking at the perfect time.
Perfect time to peak. Listen, after all the excitement today, let's have a quick look at Group A and the table and how things stand. So there you go. Unfortunately, as it happens, the bottom 2 teams we say goodbye to, that is Excel and Renault Vitality. And Method goes straight through to the semi-final, and Team Envy managed to sneak on in, and so did Reason Gaming. And I think that's a surprise package. If you look at the bracket of what this does now, you go to that and you see that second place will play third place of the opposing groups as it appears on your screen. Team Envy will take on Epsilon in quarterfinal 1, and in quarterfinal 2 will be Nordavind versus Reason Gaming, and look at them sitting very pretty. The 2 orange teams, FNATIC and Method, waiting for them. Surprise there with Reason Gaming? That big shock today for you?
I said, actually, at the beginning of the season, that if this team can pick up a win, you'd be happy. Just how quickly they had to throw everything together. Whoever has put this team together deserves the biggest round of applause, because that is ridiculous to be able to get them together. Not only that, but you have to give a huge hand to the players as well, to come together on such short notice and to keep working with each other, not throw it to the side as even some of us were doing, just saying, okay, we'll look till next season, work around that.
Alex, Pugsy and Chakaron, that's a dream team.
They've been playing so many online tournaments together as well. We've seen them all throughout the Ballistics Brawl, you've seen them throughout the Renegade Cups. They've just been battling on, and they've made sure they're sticking as a unit, and I'm so excited to see how they do in hopefully the next season of the Elite Series.
Okay, well listen, before we wrap things up, I want to go over to the touchscreen right now. On set, Ariel, what's happening up there?
Well, we're a heated debate right now, Tom, because we're about to talk about our takeaway moment, of which there's been many, hasn't there? But we have to choose one.
Yeah, we have to choose one.
We've whittled it down.
We have.
It wasn't you sleeping backstage, was it?
No, absolutely not. It was Renault Vitality being eliminated from the tournament. Last season's champions. I know it's harsh, but it's because of all of the implications that came with that as well.
Not even left the building yet.
As I say, it's because of the implications of that as well. Obviously, Reason making it through, last season's champions going out, and it was a magnificent performance from Team Envious. Their consistency across seasons, it highlighted some of the weaknesses that Renault Vitality have had throughout the season.
Yeah.
And it was just, to come down to the last game and have all of this happen shows how close this season has been, especially in this group. And, I just want to give credit to everyone who's been involved so far before we even get to the playoffs. And that is, I think we'll use the touchscreen here just to highlight how important that was. Team Envy, winner, changed the group completely.
I
A crazy
spoke to
day.
them before, didn't I? I spoke to them, and there was something about their attitude. They were so confident, and I really think you could feel that energy coming. There was no way they weren't leaving that stage without taking a win. And that is our Domino's takeaway moment for the day. The last thing that we saw, the last game, an incredible performance from Envy. Although we do bit of due to Vitality, but I'm so ready for next week. Are you ready for next week?
I'm always ready for it.
Always ready for the playoffs and the finals. Tom, are you ready, guys? At desk, are you ready?
We are so ready for next week. Thank you very much to Ariel and Onset up at the touchscreen. More from those guys next week, and it does get exciting now because we go to the quarterfinals, then a semi-final, then a final on the same day. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. But gentlemen, when you look at the results today, I would like your moments and your kind of highlights from today. As you can see, FNATIC getting a 3-1 win against #United. And then it was up to that result. So much to talk about. Nordavind got that 3-1 win against Asus ROG Army, and #United needed Asus ROG Army to do them a favour. Many moments, but I'll let you, let's say yours.
I'll take FNATIC over #. That was one of the first times in a long time I've seen a FNATIC that I think could actually top a tournament.
Agreed.
For so long, I've sort of seen them as a team that is there. They have a set play style. You know what you're going to get. There's no real variety. There's no surprise with them. They surprised me at how well they played.
Yeah, we're looking at the result of Envy there. Rams, the man in the interview in the Domino's Den, refused to stand up, but they're bringing in the hugs for everybody.
You're saving the energy. Good man. Smart.
Exactly. But what about yourself, Johnny Boy? Moment for you?
I've got to go for that game we just saw, and particularly the ground plays from Ocelon. I mean, I'm a big fan of 1v1 in Rocket League, so I love to see 1v1 plays, solo plays, especially grounded solo plays, really deciding a series. And there's, early goal and a late goal, both exactly the same thing. One touch, flick, and Ocelon really carrying his team at the end there. Not to say that the others did a bad job, though.
Okay, and what about yourself, Stumpy?
I'd probably just have to go for the energy of the Reason guys in the crowd. When they had everything sort of against them in a way, they were just waiting there and waiting. And finally it comes in. You saw the energy that they supplied the entire crowd with. It was contagious. You started dancing or whatever that was. And it was lovely to see. I think the passion that these guys have got for the game.
Okay, well, this definitely was dancing. I've pulled many a move in my time with those moves, actually a few muscles. But anyway, listen, the thing is, I would like to know what you think about next weekend. We've seen who is going to be there in the quarterfinal. We've seen the semi-final, the final. Does anything change for you?
I think Method still go in as favourites. I think there's a couple of shots there. Maybe FNATIC if they can play like this again. I'm actually really looking forward. If we can see the same version of Envy that we saw this week, them against FNATIC would be incredible. But they've got to get past Epsilon first.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that. I think Method are just the favourites going in. But yeah, FNATIC, you got Envy, Reason, got to be the dark horses now after squeaking in. Just by the skin of their teeth. So that's, probably my summary for this. But yeah, Method, got to be favourites.
The underdogs. You backing the underdogs, Stumpy?
I'm intrigued about the underdogs. I wouldn't necessarily back them, but I'm intrigued basically to see how they do. I've still got Method to win it all, but Reason, if they can bring the energy they had in the crowd up there, then they are going to do real well.
It's like when you go to a house party and there's a dish and you just try it and you go, I'll come back for a bit more of that. You know what I mean? You're just trying a little...
It's like the first time I tried tzatziki.
Oh, that is good.
First time I tried that, I wasn't sure, but I came back, got some more pitta, gave it a dip.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, there you go. Gentlemen, listen, I want to look forward to next weekend. Don't forget, a quarter-final, semi-final, final on the same day. Thank you very much, Stumpy. Thank you, Johnny Boy. Thank you, Shogun. Such an amazing day. Thank you very much to Ariel and to Onset and to everybody who was here at the arena today, giving their love and support. So, our Rocket League Finals day lineup is confirmed. But make sure to join us back here here for the last round of Street Fighter at 6 p.m. this evening. Then next weekend, it's time to get excited for finals week at the Gfinity Arena. We begin on Friday at 5 p.m. with FIFA 19. Then on Saturday, it's the turn of Street Fighter again, live at 5. And rounding it all off on Sunday at midday, it is the final of Rocket League, delivered to you by Domino's. Right then, you will not want to miss a moment of it. We'll see you then. Welcome along to the Rocket League Elite Series delivered by Domino's.
There's all to play for this week. No pressure on Maestro.
Goal! FNATIC break #hearts. They're here to ruin the party.